following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
All right, go ahead with our intro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MLO Bros podcast. This is Thursday night. We're here in the studio. I am Dante Level. I'm the guest, but I really want to do the intro. This is my bocce brother, Chris Level. Chris, welcome to the show. How you doing? This is my other bocce bro, Carmen Marinucci. How you doing?
Hey, yo. Dante, give a shout out to our sponsors down below.
Our sponsors, let's not forget Valley Insurance Group. If you need an insurance group, this is the one for you. 330-757-4451. And let's not forget this. Hey, if the storm's coming, you're going to need your heating and your plumbing ready to go. Call BC Heating and Plumbing. And Carmen Marinucci, I don't know if I finished with that. And then obviously our host this evening, Isaac Schuster.
So, hey, everybody. Welcome to the MLO Bros. I have, obviously, the Bocce Bros with me here tonight. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be ordering some DoorDash soon. You'll find out more about that in a second here. Boys, welcome.
It's good to be back. Having us back, man.
So, Carmen, before we start talking about bocce here, what were you talking about? We were talking about Jimmy Trafficking, right?
Jimmy.
You said about his artwork. What's up with his artwork?
Yeah, so Crooked City. You ever heard of it?
The podcast Crooked City. We were talking about that before we started here.
So there's a Facebook group, and on the Facebook group is one of the guys that helped produce and put on the podcast.
Yeah.
He is an office building downtown.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a bunch of Jim Trafficking's artwork from when he was in jail.
Do you know what his artwork is of? Like what he painted in jail?
So I think a lot of it's like self-portraits.
Yeah. Oh, God. There's
pretty classic,
there's
right?
an animal he was obsessed with.
What
was that animal?
I don't know what the animal was. I mean, I do, but I don't remember.
Guess before you reveal it.
I'll give you a hint. It's in the room.
I was gonna say a horse originally. Dante
in the room. Is it a horse?
Dog.
That's a Jimmy Trafficking painting.
No way.
Wow.
So crazy story.
I was right.
It's a horse.
Yeah.
That's a Jimmy Trafficking painting when he was in prison.
Can you get it off the wall? To
Yeah,
show?
Ted, bring it over here, Carmen. Yeah. So crazy story. My grandma was pen pals with Jimmy fucking Trafficking.
Yeah. There's more to that story.
So my grandma passes away. R.I.P. Grandma, love you. Good old Italian lady. And but she always talked about how Jimmy Trafficking, she's pen pals with him, had him over for dinner once he got out and everything before he died. And so Luke, like after she passes away, Luke goes through her stuff. We find the painting and we find like letters from Jimmy Trafficking of my grandma and Jimmy Trafficking writing to each other. But my grandma's maiden name was McHugh, so that's what we think the M is.
Oh,
I bet.
No. Wow. So they were personalized paintings for her.
Man.
Yeah, I love how he brought that story up and you didn't say anything.
Gotta wait for it.
You held out on it. And you even asked, you were like, do you think those paintings are real? I was like, I think
It'd be
so.
funny if you're like, no.
He's like, all that while I'm like trying not to look over at the horse. But yeah, man, pretty cool, right?
That is cool.
Yeah,
really
so grandma
cool.
was pen pals with Jimmy Trafficking. But Bocce Bros. So last time you guys were on was a year ago. What has happened since then? Have you played in tournaments? Have you won anything? Are you guys good?
There are 52 weeks out of the year. Shout out to Poland high school education.
Okay.
There are probably 48 bocce tournaments just in the Northeast Ohio area.
Knock knock.
I have a special guest.
What's going on? What do you got?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to stay tuned for what's about to occur here.
We have a pizza delivery here. So
Well, we got a special delivery.
Okay, so we got some. Sir, please take a seat here. I'll stand up.
No, I'm good.
No, you got it. You brought pizza. You got to get on the mic for at least 30 seconds, right?
Introduce yourself, sir. Go ahead. Sit down in the hot seat. Dante, grab these pies and show off the pie.
Yeah, I got you. Well, first of all, these pies are from where?
Lordstown comeback.
Lordstown
It's a
comeback.
pepperoni roll
love
and
that.
a half sheet pepperoni.
So where can people go to get this?
Well, you got to go to Lordstown right now.
Lordstown.
Yeah.
Show it off in the camera over there. That looks like a nice pie right there. Jeremy from Youngstown Pizza Reviews is gonna be pissed. I love it. So, dude, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for stopping out. You're the man.
You guys are always donating and giving stuff away. So
We try, man. No, I appreciate. So this is your pizza place?
No, this is family.
Family. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. We'll have to dig in.
we've been open for this in December every 2 years. So
Sweet.
wonderful.
Dude,
Well,
great.
After December every 2 years.
And what was that? I'll type it in for people to see. What was the place called again?
Lordstown Comeback. It's right
Lordstown
off of
Comeback.
Salt Springs. And,
Okay.
over in Lordstown by the old gym.
Dope.
Nice.
R.I.P. You guys on Facebook or no?
Yeah.
Comeback.
What a surprise.
What a great start to a
Dude,
podcast.
Right?
So
You
got
know
guys
you're-
drinking, so you needed something to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Just
so-
in case, you never know.
You know you're in Youngstown when the first 5 minutes you step in, you have pizza and pepperoni rolls.
And wait, let's not forget did you mention a cookie
And the
tray?
cookie. We have a cookie table.
Cookie table.
You're holding the fort down.
Luke left for 1 week, and Isaac's really trying to step up.
So the cookies were
We'll share, you take one.
actually for they were actually for us from I think Mayor Tim Sycophus, Mayor of Poland.
Sponsor, right?
Sponsor. He actually sent that over to us. So
Shout out to Tim.
yeah, that's what the cookies are from. But so Bocce, boys, what is going on?
So since our last podcast, we've grown a lot on a couple of levels. One, definitely we've gotten better, I would say.
Yeah.
We didn't just go 1-2 or 0-2 in a tournament. We've won a couple. We've placed fifth. We've won one tournament in crickets
Yeah.
down the street here in Struthers.
So I think so we wanted to grow organically, which we've done. Shout out to the bocce community, not only just in Northeast Ohio, but what we've learned is bocce is played all over the world. There's people from Iran, there's people from France, Italy that follow us, that reach out to us. And what's helped us grow is social media, podcast, and getting things out on YouTube.
Yeah.
So last year in 2021, we had 5,000 views maybe on YouTube. This year we had over 300,000. And that's a mix of using YouTube Shorts, our live streams. We have live streamed our bocce tournaments. Those have taken off. Other videos that we just try to be creative. So, for us to do that, we figured we want to make bocce look cool, and that's one way to do it. And so far from starting out in 2021, we've grown in every category since.
Yeah. Dude, that's sweet. That is awesome.
Yeah.
You won one in crickets, you said? Crickets?
Yeah, shout out to our guy Dennis. But we haven't mentioned, we didn't intro him. Anthony Cugini, our fourth bocce bro. He wasn't here last year because he lives in Columbus. He lives in Columbus, has a family. It's tough around the holidays to drive all the way up in. To Zoom is not the same. So shout out to him. But it was us three. And then Carmen couldn't make it, so we had a friend from Cleveland, Dennis.
Yeah. Sweet. Let's try the pizza and the pepperoni rolls so we can get Billy out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of Anthony Cugini, check out the boccebros.com. We also have a website that's really been growing. A lot of people go there to check the schedule for bocce tournaments, not just in Northeast Ohio, but Kentucky, PA, Chicago, New York, and Michigan. And Anthony Cugini is integral in that because he's an IT specialist.
Yeah. And one thing we took after our podcast, we definitely took from you guys, wow, they do these live, streams.
Yeah.
What you guys are able to do is consistent, like Tuesday, Thursday. Ours is a little
all about,
which is nice. That's
it's all
awesome.
about
Like
consistency.
something to look forward to. It's going to be there regardless, which is awesome. We haven't found that stride yet, but we will. Yeah, but with the live aspect we have, which has been nice.
Yeah.
And the Lions Den. Ooh, that's a good show.
So we started the Lions Den
What's that?
with Billy's home on Wednesday nights during
No, I'm good.
during high school football season. We do a podcast on Wednesday nights, give our predictions of what local high school teams are going to do,
That's
all the
awesome.
local teams. And then we did it all year this year. It's
The worst sports podcast.
Yes. Yeah. So who all is on that? You got
It's gambling advice, basically.
dude. So halfway through the season, we found out there's one dude who, or what's he, Billy? What's he? He runs some company that.
Oh yeah, so he makes spreads
For high school games.
He's a bookie.
Yes, he's basically a fancy bookie that creates all these spreads.
He's watching right now. He's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sweating.
We might as well have been from Youngstown.
Yeah.
I
So
do
he
know
writes
of this
all these
person.
lines, and we're like coming up with the lines and stuff. Dude, I learned so much about high school football this year that I didn't know, probably didn't need to know, but like crazy shit.
And you
man.
picked a good year, Canfield and South Range.
It was so cool seeing them, especially Canfield when they lost. You're like, okay, but then they just picked it back up, kept rolling, went all the way to state.
Unreal. We had a good showing from Youngstown, right? A couple of state champions.
That's the first 2 public high school state championships since Poland, 1999.
And it was just the reunion, obviously. Shout out to Poland, first undefeated Ohio champions.
public school.
What, dude? This
Right.
is good. You got to get this
Absolutely
to
right.
This is really
Jeremy
good.
at Youngstown Pizza Reviews. You got to,
I was blowing him up. What was it, last week when you
Yeah.
guys had him on?
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
come on, check. He's like,
He said he'll
reach
check
to
it
him
out.
Too. We'll DM him too.
Really
We'll hit him up.
Wonderful.
He does good pizza. I like his pizza.
it's crazy because it's Youngstown pizza, but not in Youngstown.
Yeah.
Like you go outside of Youngstown.
Yeah.
Like I'm not from Youngstown, so I'm from Newton Falls, so out in the sticks. And I came out here, got I actually got married this year, and
Congrats. Yeah.
thank you. And then Kate's like, you gotta try this pizza. You gotta try this pizza. And I was coaching Ursula, and I'm like trying Avalon. I'm like, this is like a whole new world out here.
Yes, correct, man.
So-
There's some good pie in Youngstown.
Yeah, we moved to Columbus several years ago, and I couldn't find
Anything good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean there was some, but it's like
Nothing
it's just
compares,
not the same.
dude.
No.
And you can get it's all different kinds of pizzas too. It's like you got your thicker crust like this. You got like Bella Napoleon Canfield. Have you had that one? That one's so good. Like a New York style. You got so many options, man.
So many, yeah.
Capuccio's Pizza used to be on South. No, what was the?
Capuccio's Pizza.
Yeah.
What the heck is
It's
that?
not. It's not there anymore. But it was just
What's on
no.
it?
It was the best place.
Uncle Spot.
What?
But thank you, man.
Yep.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you so much.
yeah.
You got no problem.
Dude, you're the man. So, well, you go do your thing tonight. What else you got? What's on the agenda, man?
Oh, for tonight, nothing.
Yeah,
Tomorrow I'll be busy, but
all right.
I gotta go do some baseball stuff tomorrow.
appreciate
Merry
it.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Christmas, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful
Yeah,
slice. You guys better check this place out.
Yeah,
Lordstown,
100%.
right?
Lordstown comeback.
Lordstown comeback. It's in the comments.
Used
to play where we at?
Oh, I'm the ATU pitch.
Okay. Nice.
Chris.
All day, every day.
Love that.
Chris says, "Sup from Maryland, on our way to New Jersey for Christmas with the family."
That's
Sorry
Chris,
for the
Chris
night.
Chim. That's Kentucky, baby.
Shout
That's our
out.
guy. Shout out to the LBA Lexington Bocce Association.
Some bocce drama today. You want to hear about
What
it?
is
No,
the
no,
what
he
is the
didn't
bocce
cause
drama?
it.
What is
No,
the
I know
bocce
he did.
drama?
I'm
Let's talk
joking,
about bocce
Chris.
drama.
Pick a number, any number.
So what we with the Bocce Bros, one of our things we noticed that hey, we don't know when tournaments are happening.
One place for all
Right.
tournaments.
So we sent out a post. Hey, well, this was last year, maybe before. Send us the dates of your tournaments. We're going to post them.
Yeah.
So we did that. It's a one-stop shop for all your bocce needs. And this year, Dante, maybe Anthony was involved as well, organized that list, and they recently sent out the schedule.
Okay.
Well, as I said earlier, there's a ton of bocce tournaments, right?
Yeah.
And
Jeez, they're all
unfortunately, some overlap one another. So if my bocce tournament is always on June 2nd,
Yeah.
and the other club from Cleveland now has their bocce tournament on June 2nd, I'm going to feel some type of way about that because you didn't come and contact me.
Yeah.
So that's where some of the beef is started recently.
So about who's not getting the invite or not.
Not even that. Just like, hey, we have a tournament on this date already, and what happened was a tournament in Cleveland changed dates, and they're going to a date where there's already a tournament on one of the days in that week.
So everybody wants to
And
link
and
up.
it's
Everybody
in-
wants
But this
to be part-
happens.
yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But some people, it depends how you go about it. Yada yada. But we just updated the to let everyone know about it because everyone plans for these things.
Yeah.
They see it and they're like, "Oh, I know that's late June, so I like to inform everyone."
That way, also other people see our link and get to it. And we ended up today I updated 4 other tournaments because of that one post.
Yeah.
But within that, people were like, "Oh, well, that's stepping on my tournament now," and so forth. Which it happens.
Especially, I mean, my take on it, they have a place in Kentucky. They're the only place in all of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a tournament once a year.
Yeah.
So they're hoping they come up to every tournament and support. They're hoping that people can come down just for one tourney. So
yeah,
I mean, I get where they're coming from, but everyone has their own opinion.
This is my idea for business. Why don't you link up with the different places hosting the events and see if you can get them to sponsor you?
Yeah. So you're right. We have some.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money. These tournaments necessarily, some of them don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
However, because it's growing and like certain clubs are growing.
Yeah.
We think that in the future we'll be able to team up. So
that or like bocce gear.
Right.
Yeah.
So for instance, we did the Carmstrong tournament. It's at the MVR every year.
It's their big one.
It's the biggest one.
It's like they're big.
There's like, I don't know, 90 some teams in it.
Okay.
It fills out within like the first week.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to stream, so we reached out to people because we're going to be there for 3-4 days. It's a lot of time, lack of sleep. So we reached out to people if they wanted to sponsor us. So similar to what you're doing here, we did the same thing. And on our podcast, we mentioned them.
We got a lot of.
And then as we're doing the live stream, which gets tons of views.
Yeah.
We're having their name pop up and everything like that. So you're right. I mean, we do have to do that.
You hear that? If you're listening, you hear that?
They need sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. No, but there are 17 people watching right now. If you could, down below, give us a like or a thumbs up, a smiley face, something helps us out, helps get more people in here. We appreciate you. We're gonna do some crazy stuff tonight.
I thought one was gonna happen just now.
No, so here's the thing. I didn't recognize him at first, but I know Billy, and he's part of another podcast. And I was like, I don't want to do that because I know.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, oh, it's rigged. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can't, but and nobody knows what we're talking about right now. But
First thing that came to my head, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. So I'm not doing that because I know people, it's got to be somebody truly random. Right. So I think on that note, I think it's time to order some DoorDash. So we have freaking pizza in front of us. What do you guys want?
No, this is up to you, man.
We just order like a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, I mean,
could, or like Chick-fil-A. Something.
You should order something that will be so annoying for them to get. Like,
so they really have.
So they're like, really, this person
All right.
only wants.
So
this.
since there's only 19 people watching,
probably
right now,
loud. I need to get back here.
No, you're good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna order DoorDash. We're gonna order DoorDash right now, and it's gonna be something tough that's annoying for a DoorDasher to get. But if they get it and they bring it in, I have $500 cash.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to whoever delivers me my food. And
a
little giveaway.
19 people signing up for DoorDash.
Right. They're like, son of a bitch, get in the car. We're DoorDashing tonight.
It's time to spread the Christmas
I have
cheer.
$500 cash. I'm gonna order it right now. And
Don't tell anybody what you're ordering.
Yeah, I won't.
They'll just go get it.
Right.
Does the Lions Den have delivery on there on DoorDash?
No, that's Lordstown Comeback. Check out their pizza, Condado Tacos. Yeah, EJ knows this. EJ, I hope you didn't sign up for DoorDash in the past couple days. Oh man.
So Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. We were talking about Bob Ross earlier.
So we talked about Bob Ross for a couple reasons. One, it's one of Isaac's go-to costumes.
Oh, love it.
Is the Bob?
Wonderful.
And there goes the pepperoni rolls.
Pepperoni rolls.
And then we brought it up because we were talking about paintings. But I saw a really good documentary. If you're watching this right now, check it out after the episode. And it's basically someone brought up the question, hey, where are Bob Ross's paintings? He had all these episodes of cool paintings, which took him like 15 minutes. They had
DoorDash on your phone. Does anybody have DoorDash on their phone?
this dude,
Dude, I don't have DoorDash.
We're doing a giveaway.
Don't worry, I have
Dude,
DoorDash.
it's uninstalled on my phone,
It's
and it won't
free,
let me-
bro.
Just
2 a.m. in
okay.
Cleveland
Okay.
over the weekend. I DoorDash. So
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
That's what we're
What's
talking
up?
about.
Yeah. What's up with
Bob
What's
Ross.
happening with
So
Bob
someone
Ross?
brought up the question in this documentary, hey, where are all of his paintings? Like, I'm infatuated with Bob Ross. So they ended up getting to the bottom of it, and basically the company that was running his show had them all stacked in boxes in a room just like this. So not like a professional room that keeps paintings or anything like that. But the kicker to all that was he made 2 or 3 of each painting per episode. One for like a test, one for the show, and then one for his mother, which was, I think, amazing.
That's awesome.
So they ended up getting all of them, and I believe most of them, if not all of them, are in a museum. But you should check out that documentary. It's a pretty good
Why
documentary.
is your phone so slow, Dante?
I don't know, dude. What do you want from me?
So with that,
We don't get sponsors.
And barely keep the lights on.
I don't know if anybody's going to care watching, but I thought it was cool. I saw a video today where and I don't know if this was throughout his whole journey.
Talk about Bob
painter.
Ross?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he would start, he started his first painting as, just say it's like the beginning of like a river, right?
Okay.
And he would show you, and all of his other episodes past that you have the first picture, and then the next picture would be like 100 yards down the river.
So if
And-
it was like a boat or
Correct.
something,
And you're just traveling down.
that's
It wasn't just
sweet.
like, oh, I'm going to paint a couple trees in this stream. It was like he had this whole pathway over like his
That's
seasons
crazy.
of just painting this one ongoing.
No.
Uh-oh.
I almost just delivered it to your house.
Columbus.
In Columbus.
God. We should do that. We could watch the Ring
amazing.
camera live.
And then Venmo, like,
Instruction:
500.
don't leave until I get the food.
What should the comments be? You must come inside.
Yes.
We
I'll tell them where the
First
keys
door on
at.
the right.
are in the basement unit. Please
Walk all
come
the way.
inside. for
$500
cash
That's
tip.
pretty cool.
Right before Christmas too. And if
Yeah.
you're, door dashing is people. It's tough sometimes. DoorDash is a nice way to make extra money.
Mhm.
I'm sure they don't want to be doing that all the time, depending on the person. So hopefully we get
Bad
someone.
weather. Weather's not great. It's cold.
Yeah, hopefully that storm
Yeah.
comes soon.
Units.
To make this worth it.
All right.
Make them work for this $500.
Oh shit! This is the wrong. Is this the wrong Chick-fil-A?
Is it the Chick-fil-A in Columbus?
It must be.
It should automatically update it for you.
Well, we tried.
We got it. I'm getting this down tonight.
Here, want me
Yeah.
to do it?
Yeah,
I'll
can you
let-
do it so
I'll
that I
let
can
you
focus on
keep the
talking?
flow going.
You run this show.
Joseph-
dude.
It was a
asked if
gallon
Bob
of iced
Ross
tea. I was
wore
trying
a
to
wig.
order something
Oh,
weird.
okay.
So like
I
a
don't know,
gallon
man.
of lemonade.
Didn't
Chick-fil-A
Bob Ross
lemonade.
wear a wig? I don't know if that's true or not.
He
if he
didn't
wore
wear
a
a
wig.
wig. He
I
had
don't
the
thi-
hair,
I
man.
don't believe he did. However, he was, and this is probably pretty known fun fact, but he was like a drill sergeant. He was in the army.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the which
Yeah.
is wild because his
Never
personality is
expect that.
happy trees.
Same with Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He was
Yeah.
like a cold-blooded killer. Dude was taking guys out in the
I
military.
don't.
He was. I'm telling
I
you.
don't know.
Look it up, dude. I'll Google it right now.
I'll
look-
the way he worked.
You guys are about to be fucking
Hey,
blown
imagine him-
away.
imagine him
He
being
was
a
a
Navy SEAL. He
cold-blooded-
comes up behind someone.
Hello, neighbor.
Dude, I'm dead ass
Won't
serious.
you be my friend?
Hold on. Yes. Hold on. Mr. Rogers.
He might have been.
Tom Hanks played a great Mr.
What a
Rogers.
good movie that was.
Yeah,
Wholesome
100%.
movie.
Need to watch that.
Yeah, highly recommend that. The Bocce Bros reviews. What, you good?
1 gallon, $16.
Of what?
Inflation. We're getting Chick-fil-A lemonade.
Oh,
One
Mr.
whole gallon of it?
Rogers.
One whole gallon. I think there's a $10 minimum, so we need to make it.
Military.
Mama
worth it for
Lucia
him.
is on. Hello, Mama.
Military history.
At Chris.
How's Doobie?
My mom just
Merry
made one of
Christmas,
the best
Mrs.
dinners
Lovell.
tonight. What did we have, Chris?
Cavatelli with broccoli, some lamb,
Some
salad.
lamb lollipops, lamb chops.
Oh, it's false. So while these are rumors that Mr. Rogers, the host of internationally acclaimed TV show for children, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, served as a Navy SEAL or a Marine Scout sniper during the Vietnam era,
I want to believe
with
it,
a
though.
large number of confirmed kills, we have to state it is false. Mr. Rogers never served in the military.
This is like
God damn.
This is the Joe Rogan podcast.
Spreading false information. My bad.
I really wanted to believe
Angel
it.
says, hey, Angel. Chris says, Dante, are you getting Candyland for Christmas this year?
Oh my god, that is hilarious. That the video,
Yeah, there's a funny video of Dante when he was a few years old.
baby Dante got a Candyland.
Mhm.
It's a new one though, and it's if you could
You
find
were pretty
it,
hyped about
yeah,
Candyland?
probably yeah, not worth it. Yeah, it was pretty hype, but that's what he's referring to.
Okay.
Little baby Dante. I want to talk about a tournament though. We're get back on Bocce for
Yes.
a second.
Yeah, when are we
having a tournament? Well, we will have a tournament soon. There's tournaments every day, like we said, but we just had a
Do you
tournament.
win anything for winning these tournaments?
Oh yeah. Usually, so it's typically like 100% payout, and let's say $200 a team, 30 teams, they pay out the top 5 to 8.
Yeah.
So we came in 3rd place this past weekend, and I'll get into that. But we got $1,000, so $250 each, $50 per person for entry. So you're going away with $200. You know, a free weekend basically if you're traveling.
Just tip $3 so we get them here, because if not, they're not going to come here.
Yeah. Smart. You have to play the game.
And I'll Venmo you for the money for the.
No, point to me. It's my phone.
Oh, that's right.
Speaking of gym traffic,
do not Venmo me.
Crooked City.
Do not Venmo me. So this past weekend there was a tournament. Shout out to Marco Orlando Jr. Hopefully he's watching. But it was at Northeast Ohio Sports Plant. Dude, there's this warehouse in Cleveland. Yeah. Like a picture of a big warehouse. I forget what they manufacture there, but they renovated it, and each room in this warehouse is now a sports facility. So like there's sand volleyball, there's basketball courts, there's bocce courts, a whole jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts area, and you know the list goes on. That's sweet. But that's where we had this bocce tournament. The Bocce Bros did not play in it together. I got on a team with 3 other kids named Dante.
Dantes.
Yeah, the Dantes.
Dante's Inferno.
Which I suggested that. However, we just stuck with like Prince Dante.
Okay.
So it was our first time all playing together. We all had such a good time. We're all more on the younger side, so we had a blast, and we were doing pretty well. Placed 3rd. Okay. So it was a good time.
That's awesome.
And Chris wasn't there. No. Carmen wasn't there.
Nope.
But me and Cooge went. It was a good time.
So when did you guys, for those that don't know, when did you guys start playing bocce? Like how, I know we talked about this last year.
Yeah. Real quick. I mean, we played our whole lives, right? It being an Italian game. We even had one. My dad and my grandpa built a bocce court in our backyard growing up. But it was more social for kids. It wasn't necessarily like the older generation, always nice to us, but they weren't like, hey, let me teach you how to play. Yeah. And like when they were playing their leagues. So it wasn't until for us competitively about 2-3 years ago, I think our buddy Anthony.
How far away is it? Sorry, Chris.
2 hours. No, I'm kidding. 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
You get a gallon of iced tea?
$500.
Okay, let's see who gets it. I wonder. We got to figure out a name.
Jimmy Morocco.
Setup.
I really hope it is.
It hasn't said a name.
That'd be so funny if it was actually Jimmy, though. That would be insane. But yeah,
sorry, all right, no, you're good. We joined the Columbus Italian Club in 16, played in leagues. We met some buddies there, and they're like, hey, we sometimes play competitively. Why don't you play with us? So we went to, I think it was the pre-Carmstrong tournament, which was at the MBR, and we had our Youngstown Bocce shirts on. Yeah. And Dante and I just had them, and everybody came up to us, maybe like 20, 30, 40 people came 33 up to us.
Pre-ordered one, 33 people
that asked, hey, how do I get these shirts? Yeah. So Carmen, because he has this bocce account called Youngstown Bocce on Instagram, he posted it, and he's getting DMs. So we put 2 and 2 together. We like bocce. We have these shirts. Dante knew him more than I did, but Carmen seemed like a good kid. Why don't us 4 get together, including Anthony, and we start the Bocce Bros. That was in October of 2020.
Sweet,
right?
Yeah, October 2020.
Since then.
Crazy,
yeah,
2021 was our first full year.
At first, we thought we'd just be like, hey, let's just see what happens. Bocce apparel, we'll play in some tournaments, and then we realized, we had Mario Lopez sent us a video within like the first month. We had his best friend and hairdresser on our podcast. We had a movie director on the podcast. We're like, okay, maybe there's more to this. Yeah. And we just kept growing it, like we said earlier.
Do you guys know Overall Paint Company?
Pat McClone. Pat. Shout out to Pat.
He was one of our sponsors.
Are a bunch of goats.
Let's go.
This thing to the moon, baby.
Him and his brother sponsored us for the Carmstrong Live tournament.
One of our big sponsors.
Who's our delivery guy? I need to figure this out.
Speaking of that,
we need the address, or we need the name of this guy that we're donating this money to.
Speaking of live streams, though,
or lady,
2022 is huge for us with live streams.
Really?
We had been doing it in 2021, but it was just kind of makeshift. Do it on your phone, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Well, we're still going back and forth depending on what equipment we have.
Yeah.
But our biggest thing is
wrong.
YouTube Live. When we're on YouTube Live, we get a ton of viewers. People are watching playbacks, replays, like way more than you would think.
Yeah.
People are texting us. They're
They're
texting us like, "Hey, like I'm bored. I want to watch bocce. Like,
Yeah.
why aren't you guys live streaming this tournament?" And we'll be like, "Oh, we're not there, or we're about to go on."
Yeah.
You never would have guessed that would happen in the bocce world.
Yeah.
The coolest thing about it is when the grandma or the mom or the daughter hits us up and says, "Hey, I've never seen my dad or my son play bocce. I really appreciate
Those
it."
are real comments.
And they'll send us a picture of the family with 10, 15 people there watching someone play bocce.
Shout out to Joe Zazar.
Or the bunker next, it's at the Southern Park Mall. They rented out one of their booths and had one of our tournaments.
Instead of a golf simulator, it was the
sweet.
Bocce Bros simulator.
So stuff like that's cool. It's it's fun. That's why we do it.
So are there plans that you guys gotta like get with these people so that every tournament's like streamed, or you guys are you guys traveling
This
to Ohio
year
trying to find places to
it's like
tournaments?
I
or
wouldn't
what?
even say we're finding. It's like this year is like last year we proved like we're trying to figure out like what's the best way to do it given area, because internet needs to be good, camera angles need to be good, it needs to work for us.
We have outlets
and all that. So it's like the first year was us trying all that out, making sure we can really do it solid. And also we have to like we're all playing in these tournaments. Yeah. So if not all 3 or 4 of us are there, it's tough for us to really say, "Hey, we want to do a stream."
You gotta hire some high school intern.
We will, But now this year we kind of have it down. So we're looking at these, like we just got NEO paid us to promote their tournament throughout the week. We put their brackets on our website and updated it throughout the weekend, and we streamed a couple of the last games. And that's what we promised them. Hey, we'll get you the last games commentated, last 3. And that's what's nice. So this year we're really looking to expand on the live stream, without a doubt.
No, you're right though. I mean, the main thing is getting the time to do it. And if we're able to be more efficient with it, that's just what we have to find ways to do that. You know, people when they watch, they want to know the score, they want better angles. So we just have to put the time in and figuring out, just be creative with it.
Yeah.
Right?
So are you getting like the action, like the courtside camera view of like what's going on?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Can we pull up the bocce? Is there any way we could pull up a video off our YouTube?
So here's
if
the
not
problem.
on there, can we pull it? Just show it to you?
Yeah. Because if we pull it up on here, we're streaming while playing video. My computer will just blow up.
Show them Mount Carmel stream. I think that's the best for angles.
So basically, there have been a few tournaments that we've decided to go all out, whether they sponsor us or it just works for all of us, and they have the resources like good Wi-Fi, space, outlets. So we did the indoor and outdoor Lowville tournament.
Yeah.
We did the Carmstrong last 2 years, which is at Joey Cassis's MBR.
Yeah.
And he's about to show you a video at the Lowville outdoor. It's in like the quarterfinal game or something.
So this is at the Lowville Festival. It's, I mean, one of the staples of Youngstown festivals. Right?
127 years.
I remember growing up, walking up the hill, looking over and seeing everybody watch bocce. And I would be like, I wanted to do that. You know, just as like an athlete growing up, like I want to be doing that.
Yep.
And it was cool last year to finally come back. We knew we were going to stream, and that Friday night it was electric. There had to be hundreds of people like watching. There was all they had 2 benches, 2 like stands on either side.
The Lowvillians get down with
bocce, man. Right. Yeah. So Dante's showing him.
So just go through. Scroll
legit
through.
as hell,
So just to give you the background, that was Briar Hill, Youngstown, and they were playing a Pennsylvania team.
Is that the part? I don't know if it is or not.
I don't think he's showing him the slide.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a tournament. So what he's viewing right now is we have a.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like actual action on the ball.
Tap the screen.
What makes it fun?
Tap the phone.
What makes it fun? Good is though. The people surrounding the court.
For sure.
It just there's way more energy. It makes you do things like someone.
This is Mount Carmel.
That's Mount Carmel in Lowville, Ohio, which they have a great festival. But it gets the competitive juices flowing. You know, you're an athlete. We played basketball together. You have people watching you, especially with like a couple hundred in a small sport like bocce.
Yeah,
come on, so much fun.
And when we have the multiple camera angles, that's the best because you could show someone's reaction to a shot or their celebration, It just makes it more interesting for the viewer at home.
Is this
like,
you guys?
That's us controlling everything.
Are you guys talking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Commentating. Have a
He's
you'll,
sliding.
There's
Look
a
at him.
booth.
He's
you'll
so
see me in the
pumped.
booth after that.
So you guys have a legit booth and everything.
Depending on the tournament, we bring that stuff. Like we have a simplified version where we don't have the heavy mics, but if a tournament wanted to pay us for the heavy stuff, we could do it.
Yeah. And our whole point is, you've seen ESPN Ocho?
Yeah.
You see cornhole.
at the Ocho.
Yeah. You see
Pickleball.
darts, pickleball now. This
Pickleball?
bocce should be on it. It's just we have to highlight it and
Yeah.
show it in a fun manner.
Like
and that's
that,
exactly
what you just
what
saw.
we're
That
trying to do.
For sure. Well, it doesn't even matter. Like you almost. Well, I guess it would help you guys, but if you can get like a hold of every area bocce tournament and just kind of take over and kind of film all of them,
yeah.
you guys are that's awesome.
Tell my
That'll take
wife
off.
that.
That'll take
Every
off,
weekend.
man.
She's watching.
Where's our DoorDash at? We are currently
out.
trying to DoorDash someone. We are waiting for an order. Man, these people like
They don't want to make $500.
there's got to be somebody in Boardman sitting there like I'm not taking this order. It's
Wait,
it's
it
not
hasn't
good
been
enough.
accepted?
No.
Oh
Wow.
my
It's
gosh.
tough
Oh,
out
no,
there.
no.
$500.
Chick-fil-A is preparing your order. It's a giant jug of iced tea. What's there to
Yeah.
prepare?
I gave a 25.5% tip.
Marta,
Yeah.
my wife just said that's a no.
Quick answer. Quick answer.
I just need my gallon of lemonade delivered.
I've never
and
needed
you'll get
lemonade.
a
more.
$500 tip. Somebody deliver me my iced tea or my lemonade.
Please.
Man. Should we message the dad? Oh, it's William. It has been. Oh, he's on his way.
William.
William.
Do we have a last name?
No last name, just William.
What kind of car is Willie driving? Watch it be like a Mercedes. Friggin'
Our- We are in the basement.
Oh, that's a good start.
Or we keep the money and we go to V2 tonight.
We have a.
We really should go to the casino, put it all on black, and come back here and then give away $500.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Luke, are you watching? Can we do that?
Please. Yeah,
So
unit-
while
any-
we're waiting,
Unit 7.
I just saw the Apollo building overall paint company just finished. Have you guys seen it?
On here too.
No.
I did not see it.
amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Those guys are killer, man.
Yeah, Pat's
It's
a
actually
stud.
crazy. You'll have to look it up.
Door down. The
Is there any
steps.
bocce tournaments at YSU, Youngstown State University? I'll tell you what, there's maybe not any directly in Youngstown State University, but right around the corner. And actually, it is Youngstown State, MVR.
Yeah.
There's always some type of tournament there.
We need to
whether-
bring back the Yobo because that was the
The
closest thing to a
Yobo.
college
The
tournament.
Yobo is one of my favorite tournaments.
We talked about last
Yeah.
podcast, but there's new listeners now.
What's
so
the Yobo?
it's just the Youngstown. Carm, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sure thing.
so the Yobo is the Youth Bocce Classic, but it's also a play on
Yes.
Youngstown Bocce.
We did talk about
And we had, just to give Mark and other viewers some information, we used to do this and we would promote, at the time it was like 35 and under.
Okay.
And you would go play with your friends, beginner level.
Yeah.
If you were good, you're supposed to play with 2 or 3 people who have never played.
Yeah.
Teach them, drink. We had drinks donated from Penguin City. People were drinking, having a great time.
Yeah.
And you play a tournament. I think we were guaranteed 3 games, maybe we were guaranteed 3 at least the first year.
yeah.
And we did like a round robin, so you get to play and learn.
Yeah.
And then we had a cool situation where we had young guys from Cascade Park, PA. They were in high school.
That's sweet.
They got second place,
Did they really?
and they had to win twice.
Was that
They
like
won
Dante
once.
Micheletti?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the kids I just played with now.
Yeah.
And
started
now
out
they're
as
in
18.
the circuit, like they're legit in the circuit, and they started at the Yobo at YSU.
Circuit.
So
That's wild. Where were they at in PA? Where are they from?
they're from Newcastle, PA.
Oh, so they're not that far away.
No, not too
but
far.
Still close enough to be Italian bocce.
Their first
players in
tournament got
Newcastle.
second. They were all pumped up,
That's wild.
posting pictures and stuff. It was
Yeah,
cool. Other
that's
people
sick.
saw it and enjoyed it.
Very, very cool.
So we need to keep things like that going and
Yeah.
invite college kids. At the time, I was just out of college, so we had a ton of college teams. So we'll try and keep that going. It was hard with COVID and the
Bring it back,
construction
no
at
question.
Yeah,
NBR.
Fans
we
or
did
butts?
something similar in Columbus.
Yeah.
That was
Bring the young
great. I mean,
people
Columbus
together.
isn't like Youngstown where there's a bocce court every mile.
Yeah.
So to get that many teams, we did the same thing there. Steel Valley Brewworks, we had one season there where we had leagues, went
Yeah.
really well. We brought a lot of younger people
That
there.
was you guys doing those leagues.
Not anymore, but yeah.
Not anymore.
We
But
did
we brought
2 seasons.
We brought 16 teams there, mainly like all people we knew. And,
Yeah.
we brought them there, and we had a blast.
I knew a
there.
bunch of people that were in on those teams, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's you guys.
No
kidding. No kidding.
Anything we can do to grow the game, man.
Absolutely.
You heard him say call it the circuit, though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what we call like this area of bocce: the Cleveland, PA, Youngstown, Kentucky, New York. And all the tournaments on our website we call like the circuit.
Yeah.
Which is just a cool little name. That has grown over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I'd say. So we could there is a national entity of bocce, the United States Bocce Federation,
Okay.
but it doesn't really pertain to this area because we can't play a different style of bocce. We're a little more rough around the edges.
Juliano Romeo says IT.
You want to elaborate on that one? G?
Jules.
That's our bocce step bro. He's helped us out in in everything. He's helped us out in streams, commentating, going to the leagues, reffing, whatever So shout out to G.
Yep. I know.
And,
I know that guy.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Tell us about you guys.
Tell us about
Us?
Yeah.
About the MLO.
So
Yeah.
we've obviously had a really good time last year.
Yeah.
We got to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
I enjoyed personally. You guys, you tailgated outside of a board meeting or
yeah, dude. So
you don't have to go into that story, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying like I've really grown to enjoy what I see from you guys.
I like you guys.
So talk to us about
Appreciate
your
that.
last year
Yeah,
and how
means a
that's
lot.
going.
Dude, so that tailgating outside of a council meeting, that was the council refused to like accept us. So what we did was basically like I think I have the intro actually on here, but like NBA on NBC intro where we made like a video of the
Welcome to Atlanta.
Exactly.
The Suns and Mavs face off.
Yeah. So we made a video and we cut in like all of the faces of the councilman and put it on there. I think I have it too. I don't have the freaking music on the computer. You can hear it at home.
Our
but
order
everybody in the studio.
Our order has been picked up, guys.
All
Is
right.
he on his way?
All
Where's he at?
He's on his way. Let's get a
Shoot.
Let's get that $500.
Yeah, it's this. So we played that video and then we got a big table and like I dressed up in a suit and we wore like headsets and sat before the council meeting started. We sat right in front of the door, so they had to walk by us as we were doing this meeting or as we were doing this like intro. Is that our dude?
Not yet.
So it was just so funny because we like asked him for comments and they just like put their head down and like kept walking because they didn't want to like acknowledge us.
Paparazzi.
But yeah, it was good fun. I forget what that was about, but that was pretty funny.
It could have been a slew of things at the time. Airbnbs.
I think
Where-
you guys
where
were
did we
upset
land?
they weren't. Sorry,
They weren't
yeah.
streaming.
They weren't streaming.
Yes.
They weren't posting or talking about anything.
They
yeah.
weren't streaming it and they weren't like communicating with the public. So then we after that we went in and we filmed it and now they're filming now. But yeah, so I think that was early last year.
Yeah.
Or early this year. But dude, we've had so many different guests on, did so many different things. We gave away, we raised $6,000
Wow.
for the Poland Sensory Room. We gave away, it was like a party too. It was a lot of fun. We had for our,
What's the Poland sensory room? Should I know
so for
that?
kids with special needs, they have like a room that those kids can go into and calm down. I guess any kid can use it if they really want to, but it's like a lot of hanging lights, a lot of like a rock wall, like kids with certain disabilities need like more, I guess is the way they explain
Yeah.
it. So you can go in there and like they have like different swings and stuff. It's just really, really cool. So we helped raise money for that through a Halloween party we threw at Magic Tree. We raised after the Lowville tragedy where
You know, you guys hear about that?
Yes, I did. Yeah, unfortunately.
So we raised some money for the 7th and 8th grade who were in the cafeteria when that happened. We like raised a couple grand for them, and then a couple grand for the high school for their prom. So yeah, just it's cool to have a podcast like this, have awesome guests on, get to know all these cool people that are doing amazing things in Youngstown, and then also find ways to give back to the community at the same
That's
time.
what it's about.
We kind of talked about it before the podcast started,
Yeah.
how whatever you guys get, pretty much you guys put right back into the community.
Yes,
Which is amazing, which is
absolutely.
what we're about to do here in a minute. As Will I Am is about to is
So
approaching.
Will our DoorDasher. We could play it as he walks in. But yeah, so what we're doing, for those that don't know at home, we DoorDashed a gallon of lemonade from Chick-fil-A, the local Chick-fil-A, a couple miles away.
It'll go well with
And
this.
I know it'll go great with that. So we DoorDashed some lemonade. When he gets here, we're gonna ask him to come in. We're gonna see if we can get him to sit down in a chair and talk to us. I have $500 cash sitting over here. I'm gonna give it to him, tip it to him for as a Christmas gift. I think it'll be fun to see his reaction live on camera.
He's here.
Is he?
So he just has to make his way
Should we
down
jump
here.
him?
Well, hey,
Should we rob him?
Dante, go get him. Go get him. See if you can convince him to come down here.
All right. Oh,
Don't tell him anything. Don't tell him anything.
Just follow me into the
Come downstairs. It's okay.
The basement's totally
No
fine.
one's gonna
Okay,
hurt.
our
We got
DoorDasher is
traffic
here.
campaigning.
Our DoorDasher is here. We are waiting for our lemonade.
yeah.
Welcome.
William. Hey, William.
We're doing a
podcast.
Yeah.
Sit down right here, sir. Real
I
quick.
actually have another delivery to make.
Here's
Do
another
you?
delivery.
I promise it's worth it. Sit down right here, real quick.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. 2 minutes. I promise it's worth your time. Number one.
Good evening. What can I do for you?
Okay, so, sir, you have other deliveries to make. I ask you 3 questions. Number one, have you ever heard of bocce?
Yes.
Do you like bocce? Have you ever played? Have you played?
Not for many years.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any bocce questions before I move on to the next?
No, that's
question?
it.
No,
Okay.
Well, he's got to go.
You gotta go. You gotta go to your deliveries. What if do you have any family, any kids, or anything, or what's going on this Christmas season? For you.
We all meet over at my mother's house.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay. So yeah, great. Well, I want to bless you this holiday season. I have your tip right here, sir.
Oh, I cannot take it.
Yes,
No,
you
yeah,
can.
yeah,
Merry
yeah,
Christmas,
yeah,
man.
Merry Christmas, man. How
This is a Merry Christmas.
yeah, absolutely. So we just wanted to bless your night. Did you know anything about our podcast, the MLO Bros? Have you ever heard of them? Or the Bocce Bros?
Yes, I have seen your billboards.
Okay, yeah.
And you also sponsor the signs to make sure that we drive slowly.
Yes, that's us
Around
too.
children.
There you
Yeah,
go.
are you-
Yeah.
So now you can think of us a little more whenever you're driving around looking at our signs or something like that. You know?
I definitely will.
Yeah,
I definitely
but
will.
Merry Christmas,
I
man.
didn't know you guys
And-
broadcasted from here.
yeah, this is our studio. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
but William, have a great night. Thank you for the lemonade.
Excellent,
Yeah,
excellent
man.
times. Yeah, I know. I can also say this is the first time I've only delivered a lemonade.
Yeah,
We wanted someone to be like, "What the hell
Were
am
you-
I doing?"
When you accepted it, were you like, what the hell is this?
No. Actually, probably somebody in Austin Town has one-upped you.
Okay.
They had me pick up at the get-go on Mahoning Avenue
Okay.
to deliver only one 22-ounce bottle of Diet Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Did they
Their
tip
house,
you?
like, 1
Did they
mile
tip
away.
you
Did they tip you
$500?
$500?
Not quite this.
Is
much.
that
my wife
is
would
that
do
the
that.
biggest tip you've ever received?
Oh yes, by far.
Sweet.
By
Sweet.
far. This is
Hey.
something I like to do. Like
Yeah.
part time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like driving can be relaxing as long as you stay out of the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
Well, we'll go get your next delivery if you want. If not, go home. You got $500.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas,
Beautiful,
man.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
Yes.
guys. Thank you
Merry
so much.
Christmas.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Definitely. Thanks again.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
MLO Bros and the Bocce Bros.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm glad I know this now. The MLO Bros. I always thought maybe you just combined together like Blow Bros.
Yeah. No, it's MLO Bros. MLO.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. Have a good one, Will.
Great, great.
Night, man.
Take care. Be safe
You want a
driving.
shot?
Yeah.
No, he's
Hey, let's do a shot for Will.
Hey, shout out to you guys, MLO Bros.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Will.
great
Great
job.
idea.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Peach crowns.
Man, that was great. Unless he's like a millionaire, right? You don't know.
Yeah.
He had,
he's like, yeah, I just signed up for DoorDash.
He has hand sanitizer. He had some oil on his hands. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He did have oil
It
in his
is.
hands, but
I'm like Salt Bay stealing the trophy.
That was cool, man.
Yeah,
like
very
salute
cool.
to you and your
No,
brother for doing
absolutely,
that.
man.
That's
No, that was
wonderful.
very cool, boys.
he got
No,
he got
thank
him.
you guys were a part of it.
You might not be able to tell on camera, but his eyes and face definitely got
Yeah.
turned emotional.
I hope that's awesome. I hope
Um,
he goes home right now and he's like, God,
He's not
Thank
telling. He's not telling his
God.
family about that.
no, but he's like, thank God.
going to the casino.
He's on the way to the track right now.
Oh yeah, he was like,
Roulette table's calling my name, baby. Merry Christmas. Let's do this shit. Yeah, I'm door dashing, babe. Come on, 6.
Did you say 6? Yeah, 6 minutes for my next delivery.
Wait, you said Salt Bay though? You see, he got banned.
Salt Bay, yeah.
from the World Cup.
Yeah.
He kept grabbing the trophy.
What an
and
idiot,
doing
man.
Weird stuff. He grabbed
Dude,
Messi.
He asked for a picture from Messi like
Four
5
times.
times. Yeah, 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
Yeah,
These-
that was annoying.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Anyways.
Yeah. But he's banned from the World Cup
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, man.
World Cup fan?
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch nearly as much as I have in the past. But it was good. It was cool to. I guess there's some kid from the United States that's like amazing, like gonna be the next Ronaldo. or
I don't know
something.
his name,
Pulisic,
but there's a lot
I
of
think is how you
yeah,
pronounce it.
yeah,
a lot of
Pulisic.
hype around him.
That's
Bring it
cool.
on, baby.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Just if you're watching, please, if you have any questions, you guys probably do this all the time, but throw it in the comments. We'll answer it live right here.
Giuliano, best final ever, he said.
Yeah.
The
Came
World
down to a
Cup.
shootout.
That
Yeah.
did make me a
Wild.
soccer fan officially.
What a wild, 10
Yeah.
minutes left. He scored Mbappe, right? He scores 2 goals.
Yeah.
You know,
Going to a shootout.
Yep.
I was hungover from a Christmas party, so I missed basically everything except the shootout. Like I woke up right for the shootout. I was like, all right, perfect timing.
I'm that guy that just knows enough to get by this conversation. Like, yeah, 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. Wow.
That sounds like a big deal.
Yeah, good job.
So
PKs.
I was with my girlfriend's family, and they're a huge soccer family. Sophia played at YSU, and her sister played at Toledo. Shout out to the Mancinis. And so they're a huge soccer family. They had us up at 9:30, breakfast served, game starts at 10. We watched the whole game. They're like analyzing it. We're having arguments about who the greatest athlete in the world is. I had to keep my mouth shut
Yeah.
just because, I played different sports than soccer.
There's a.
We're not going to get into that.
What other sports?
What's
What
that?
sports did you play?
Basketball, baseball, football, cross country.
Bocce.
At Boardman?
Bocce. Yeah. So different times.
Yeah.
I had a season-ending tibia break.
You would have gone pro
Damn.
too if it wasn't for it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the damn tibia break.
It's like what Frank always says. He's like, oh, if the 3-point line was around back in my day, I would have been the greatest 3-point shooter ever.
Right.
That's
Who said that? Frank DeSillo?
no Frank Popia. Yeah.
Frank Popia wants to get a 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 game or something, and he's against PA. And I said, hey, as Chris and I are in, just let us know when. We'll make this quick.
whoever.
We'll make this quick for you
Just
guys.
curious how my shirts are looking.
Oh yeah, sorry, Chris. You better stop asking, man.
Giuliano says, but we all should have been on the mic. Those announcers were terrible.
Yeah, so Giuliano helps us.
picture is actually us announcing. If you look closely, that's at the.
So does he help announce with you guys?
Whenever
So,
we need it. Yeah.
Funny story-ish, not funny.
Lemonade and that.
Carmen, make
Yeah.
us some drinks.
That wasn't by accident.
Yeah.
The lemonade wasn't by accident.
So growing up, we moved. I think I was 10 years old when we moved to Poland.
Yeah.
Over on Terra Drive, and shortly after, our neighbors moved in, the DeFelices. Shout out to the DeFelices. Well, Giuliano is their first cousin.
Mhm.
Italians, first cousins are basically brothers, so they were over all the time. We got to know them very well. Go our separate ways with college, all that, and then Bocce brought us back together with Giuliano. So I remember like seeing this kid growing up, our whole lives.
Yeah.
Don't see him for 5 to 7 years, maybe more, and then now we see him all the time at these tournaments.
Dante, or Carmen, please be gentle with the lemonade. It's the most expensive lemonade I've ever purchased in my life.
Shake it up,
So
too.
please,
That
please
is a-
just be gentle, okay?
Yeah, look at all the stuff on the top.
$15. What was the order?
A lot of pulp.
A lot of
It
ball.
was just lemonade.
We should have gotten some of the ice cubes too. Little
Yeah.
crushed ice.
Do you know that Chick-fil-A sells ice?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I guess
sell
you
their
can.
ice.
I guess it's not very expensive either.
I hope it's not. It's ice. It's
bags
water.
of ice.
I don't know. Inflation's
frozen
brought
water.
water up out the roof.
Is there any ice in there still, or no? Is it all melted down?
A little bit.
I can get you some more. Hold on.
Enough to get us by.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man. This studio.
Cello in here from you guys.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We'll bring that out in a little
We
bit.
brought some homemade limoncello.
Yeah, so we're part of that Columbus Italian Club.
Okay.
In Columbus. I stopped by 2 or 3 days ago, just randomly, because I got it. We're in a group text. So like, hey, we're there. I live right around the street. So I pulled in. There's 3 guys. There's a fire from like this table up to the ceiling.
Okay.
I'm like, what are they doing? They're lighting on fire. They're lighting like lemon peels on fire.
Okay.
And that's, I don't know the process of limoncello, but these guys, one of them's from Italy. His name's Alessandro. I don't know his last name, but he's
legit.
He's on a visa right now from
Yeah.
Italy. He's a member. And he was making homemade limoncello just for whoever for the holidays. So what I did in that making process was bottle it. I put the caps on.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
in return, I took home about 6 bottles. So
Pat from Overall Paint Company says, appreciate the shout out of the Apollo building. With bocce starting to gain mainstream attention, how do we make Youngstown the epicenter of the bocce world? Because it feels like that title is up for grabs.
here's what I'll say. The Bocce Bros were invited to an ambassadors tournament this year.
Okay.
Ambassadors tournament meaning anyone who promotes bocce on a more serious level. We're inviting you to play bocce, but more so it's a symposium. We want you to talk. We want to talk just have open conversation on the game, what you're doing with it, how we can further it. And what I can say is, one, the game has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
But one thing that was mentioned was that Northeast Ohio has some of the best players
really
around, and not just some of the best, but a lot of volume of good, decent players.
Yeah.
And that was something that was said, which I didn't, some people don't want to like give compliments to other people. So when I heard that from like a New York area team or people, this Northeast Ohio, this Northeast in general in the United States just has a lot. So he's right.
So how do we do that? ESPN Ocho, possibly, or Bocce Bros just continue to stream like we're doing.
Like and subscribe.
We need to.
I don't want ESPN to like swoop in and steal your thunder.
We don't want
so
a rich
true.
kid
They
coming
won't.
in and saying, we don't want that.
Yeah,
We want someone who cares.
We need to create that plan and do better, especially because there are so many talented players here that are playing in these leagues. So if we're able to not only do tournaments but stream leagues, and make it easy, like you have these 2 cameras here.
sir.
Why can't we figure out how to tap
So
into that
funny.
at some of these places? So we just have to do better at highlighting it.
Salute.
It'll happen.
Yeah, and how
Cheers.
do we make Youngstown the epicenter? That's a great question. I mean,
So
the MVR is a good start, but right now, to be honest, Cleveland is the epicenter of bocce, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. One thing that I did do early in my bocce career, which really shook the pot, and I didn't really know any better, but hey,
Perfect.
On the Youngstown Bocce Instagram,
I remember.
I created a picture, and it had the old school sign that was in Youngstown. It had New York this way, Chicago this way, Pittsburgh this way, Cleveland this way, saying it was right in the center of everything. And I edited out the one sign, and it said the bocce capital of the world.
Nice.
Posted that. That post like kind of blew up for the page at least. And then Youngstown Clothing Company created a shirt that says bocce, and it says Youngstown, the bocce capital of the world. My guess is they got it from that post.
Yeah.
Cleveland gave me crap, but some people actually looked and they're like, "Oh, really? What does Youngstown Bocce actually have?" And they started like looking around.
Yeah. It's people within the community will say, "Well, when has the Youngstown team won a tournament recently?" And there's proof of that. But now they're saying, "When's the next time they will win a tournament?" Because some teams have broken up that were running the show for a little bit in Youngstown.
It always turns its tide. Another thing, real
Brad's got a
quick.
comment too.
Yeah.
Brad's got real quick. I read that there were 43 tournaments in Ohio in 2022. How many tournaments did the Bocce Bros play in 2022?
So
at least one of us.
Yeah, I was if we're gonna count at least one of us. I mean, I think I played probably the most, just because I'm not Cugini.
Yeah, so Dante and our other bocce bro, Anthony Cugini, who's not here, play in the most. I mean, It has to be up there.
We're in the 30s because I played in at least
I'm about
four.
to count it up.
I played in at least 4 that you guys didn't play in, and then you played in a lot that I didn't play in.
I had to shut it down because it was just
The old lady, huh?
Not only her, she was right. She's like, hey, it's like, every other weekend, I'm like, well, there's nothing to do this weekend. I'm like, well, hold on, let's like relax. Like, yeah, there is our relationship and like your friends and like family here too.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I get it, So
What we did this year was we created a spreadsheet with every single tournament,
Okay.
and we put which ones we want to play in. Are we available to play in? Do we really want to play back to back to back? No.
Yeah.
Can we play together? So we put that together. It's going to help us balance our lives a little more. And like the way I plan mine out, I'm only in one tournament a month.
Okay.
So it's still a lot. I'll still be around.
Yeah.
But I think it's only like one time I'm back to back.
Dante, what are you at?
I'm in June and I'm at 14 tournaments so far.
Damn.
So almost there, around
15
30, like you
in
said.
June.
Yeah, you're at
Yeah.
you're at 30 something.
We're in the 30s.
Yeah.
So
That's wild, guys. That's a lot of bocce.
17.
There's only 52 weekends in the year.
Yeah.
what helps Cleveland, and I'll touch on this real quick because there's other topics to talk about than bocce. They have Club Molisani. It's an Italian club up there in Wycliffe, Ohio, as well as the Wycliffe Italian American Club. So you have two clubs that are right by each other. The Wycliffe Italian American Club has 9 courts outside. They have a tournament called the Cleveland Challenge Cup of Bocce, which over 100 teams attend. And then Club Molisani is fairly new, and they are both a men and women's club.
Okay.
They have 6 courts indoors. They have a awesome cigar room. It's like a Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin type lounge. It's sweet, right? Yeah. And they have, I think they had like 250 members, let's say a year or two ago. Now they have over 500, right?
Wow.
And it's because they understand how to grow and come together and figure it out. I'm sure they have their own drama. Every club does.
Yeah.
But with Youngstown, I feel like there are several clubs here, but we're still kind of stuck in our ways of not letting the old guard down and allowing the younger generations to step up, or understanding and coming up with ways to get the younger generation involved and giving them power so they continue to build relationships and bring younger and more people
So they
in.
do let that. They do. The old guard does let you do that.
In
Cleveland,
it seems like they're allowing it a little bit
in
more.
Columbus.
And Columbus,
We
for
are
sure.
the guard. We are the guard in Columbus now.
Dante did a really good
But
job.
Youngstown doesn't let the younger people take
It doesn't seem like that. I
Not
mean, I look at some
necessarily.
of these clubs.
That's
and
a Youngstown problem in every industry,
Yeah.
in every sport, and everything, in Poland and Canfield.
Right.
Preach.
Yeah, because and just think about it. Like Poland as a whole is, especially the village, is all older people that refuse to move out and they just want to stay here. There's an issue where it's like we need condos or something that the older folks can move into. But the older folks don't want to move out of their houses and let younger families move in. On top of that, they don't want condos to come in because they're worried about like renters or something. So then they can't even build new things because we don't want to tear down historical buildings. We don't want to, like, we're worried about everything. And they just don't, they refuse to grow Poland bigger. While Struthers is understanding that and trying to make like downtown Struthers awesome.
I love
And
that.
you know,
Good.
they're right on the river, and it's like
Potential.
But if Poland doesn't do that, then these people are going to move to these other communities, and those other communities are going to become better than us.
Yeah.
The middle of Poland could be so freaking
We talked
sweet.
about this
Like, you
last
live on Terra, I live on
cool.
Massachusetts. Like,
But it won't.
yeah, if they made the
dry.
downtown, we could just walk on that
Right.
little path right down to
It
the
would
to
be
the
safe.
center. Yeah,
It'd be
perfect.
it would,
Yeah.
it would be
I don't
great.
want the cops to do anything different. I just want there to be like
Yeah.
fun stuff
Hey,
to do.
right.
in the
Someone's
village.
going 27 and a 25, just continue to pull them over. We're not telling you to stop them. All right?
Truck
But not
cop has
tonight.
said he doesn't stop
Truck
anybody
cop.
unless number one.
That's a lie.
First
of all.
Big lie.
Number one, if you have like your plates are expired or something like that, he's gonna pull you over. But he won't pull you over unless you're doing 15 over.
Do you know him personally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no,
say
good
what
man.
you want though. Say what you want though.
Great guy.
Aside from Troll,
Say what you want about Mike.
Great
I don't
guy.
know anything else in that area besides Trollios.
Yeah, there's nothing, dude. There is nothing.
Abershur's Jewelry. Shout out to Abershur's Jewelry. Go there, you get all
Yes,
your
they just
needs.
cleaned my watch.
It's the same with,
Adam,
it's
you're
the
the
same with
I
Canfield
want
Village.
a nice restaurant that me and my wife can go
A pub.
sit
A
on
quiet
sit on a
pub.
patio.
Right.
Yeah, and they're all about historical preservation. All I'm saying, Poland, is if they were really into historical preservation, the tavern that's there would not be a library or whatever the hell it is. It would be a tavern, right?
Yeah.
Like make it a bar.
It'll
or
bring
something.
people.
Yeah.
More people.
So where's everyone going? Where are all the young
They're all
people
going to
going?
Boardman.
Boardman,
They're going to
Canfield,
Boardman,
Susie's,
Youngstown.
they're
Youngstown.
going. Yeah, I know. I'm the
Well,
person. Yeah,
I
There's the
mean,
poorhouse,
where are
but-
they moving?
What do you mean?
I know where they're going because I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm saying, where are they moving?
Where
I'm
the
kind
young
of
people
feeding
moving?
where are the young people building houses, moving,
So-
expanding.
So it's a lot of Boardmen. It's all over, but it's like you can attract some super cool people, young adults, and make Poland the old people refuse to look to the future. They're just looking like here and now. I don't want alcohol in my village because I live here and I don't want that like attitude and rambunctious nature of young adults.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're worried about. But it's like you got to look long term. If you want staying power in Poland, you want Poland to be this great community that people love for future generations, you have to start thinking about the future eventually.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Where do I vote for you, man?
Dude.
How many years till you have to be
I
president?
don't live in the village, so I can't run for mayor. But
That's
I
fair.
told the mayor
You're in
already I'm
Boardman
coming
Township.
coming for his job one day.
But yeah, I'm technically. Are you guys
Because
technically
we're
born?
right by you.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that really. But Poland schools, Boardman Township.
Yeah, same. Massachusetts is the same way at the end.
Brad asked another question. Do you play leagues during the week with all this? By the way, it's about 32 tournaments for me. Do you play leagues during the week? And yes, we do. So like Monday, typically after a whole weekend of bocce on Monday for us, we have league night.
I don't even enjoy it.
Yes, we all have
Because I'm-
full-time jobs. Unfortunately, bocce is not our full-time job. Maybe one day, but we do all have
By the
full-time
way,
jobs.
hey, screw you, Mark. Isaac looks like a great value, Logan Paul. Get the hell out of here.
I had a
The
period, Mark.
Kmart version.
Way better. Than that.
Mark, I had a period where I was working 60 hours a week, doing the Bocce Bros on the side, doing real estate on the side, playing in 3 leagues. Now this was COVID. I was actually in 4 leagues, and I loved it. And then we played tournaments over the weekend. But then once COVID ended, it's like you can't do that much. It's not
Ask
sustainable.
Chris. Wait till you get married, and then everything comes to a grinding halt.
Yeah, it's not sustainable to play that
I mean,
much.
It's a lot. I could when my wife brought it to my attention, I was like, "Yeah,
much.
you're right.
You're probably right.
It's a lot, 100%." And honestly, it's kind of nice. It was nice to take a step back. I still do
Yes.
like the podcast. I still do the Instagram promote, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But going up to tournaments, it's
a
too
lot.
much.
It's a lot.
No, I was we're doing so we do the podcast Tuesdays and Thursday nights, and then I just finished up coaching my nephew's 6th grade basketball.
Love that.
That was Monday, Wednesdays, Saturday. Games were on Saturdays and Sundays. Practices were on Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's like every day except Friday, I'm doing something. And it's like my brother asked me if I wanted to coach again. I'm like, dude, when I have my own kids, I'll coach.
Mhm.
I'm like, I gotta
Yeah.
freaking spend time with my wife and focus on like work and stuff. It's like
Right.
it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's way too much.
Mhm.
But you gotta love it. And you boys have so much free time. Like you're not locked
we
down.
love it.
You're good. Yeah. you
We
guys
love
are
it.
good.
We just-
This dude is in no. He was in another country more times than playing bocce this past year.
Yeah.
Where were
Yeah.
you going to the motherland? You're going to
Oh,
Italy or what were
man.
you doing?
I was in 3 different parts of Croatia. I was in Budapest, Hungary.
Okay.
2 places in Germany. I was
he was by the Ukrainian war.
right by the Ukrainian war when it started.
Tourist
That
distraction.
morning, I was headed into the factory,
Yeah.
and I never checked the
You're
news.
working in a factory in Ukraine.
and,
Hey,
and
someone
a
needs to make
factory
those
in
clothes.
in Slovenia
Yeah.
making tires, and
Oh,
I
that's
was the
right.
specialist on a specific machine.
Okay.
And so I'm going into the factory, and everyone has like their radios.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are like new school radios.
Yeah.
But in the factory, everyone was blasting their radios, and I couldn't understand it. But when I would ask them, what's the radio saying? They're like, everyone's worried about a big war in Europe. We already went through World War II.
Yeah.
We went through World War One. And I was just like, what is
Mm.
going on?
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
was
Ukraine.
there
Yeah.
1.5-2 borders away, and the factory workers lived on the border. So we had a contractor in.
Yeah.
They lived on the border of Ukraine, and Russia at the time had gotten all the way over to the border on day 1
Yeah.
and was setting off bombs. So these guys are on the plant floor getting phone calls from their wives
Holy shit.
saying, you need to come home. We could hear bombs from over the border. Like, we're nervous what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And thank God nothing happened to them. But
Yeah.
we told the contractors like, go take care of your family, get out of there if you have to.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
That's crazy.
so yeah,
That's
I've been a little bit everywhere, all over Luxembourg, all over France, Italy.
Yeah.
All last year. I went to Lake Como, which is north of Milan. Beautiful. You should take your wife one day.
Okay.
And then I went to Amsterdam. I went to Belgium. Belgium's really
Did you
cool.
go to the red light district in Amsterdam?
I walked by. Yeah, I walked by.
I perused.
Amsterdam's crazy. It's like
I bet.
there's 9 million things going on at once, but it's also a beautiful city.
Yeah.
And then I was also 2019.
How many places have you been?
One last one.
This is ridiculous.
That was all last year. 2019, I was in Shanghai
Okay.
when COVID started.
Oh, damn.
So my friends joked for months that I was patient zero.
Yeah, probably.
I wasn't.
I heard you accused me of giving you COVID last time.
Wow,
you guys were on.
dude.
Yeah, it had to
Dang,
be you.
dude.
It was not me. I didn't have it, bro. Yeah, Akil's like Akil, one of my good buddies.
Shout out to
Shout out to Akil. He's like, yeah, Carmen came on your podcast. Did you have COVID? No, I didn't have COVID. I didn't get COVID.
We
I
should do
didn't get
COVID tests right now.
till New Year of that next year.
Do a
Yeah,
COVID
are you
test
sick?
right
You
now.
sound a little sick. Are you
Yeah.
gonna give me COVID?
Yeah. Funny enough, I actually had COVID 3 weeks ago.
Dang.
Sophia asks, "Are there any clothespin cookies in that box?" Let me check. No
Doesn't look
clothespins. No.
trash.
Yeah,
It's fake. John G, our guy. This is our who we play with, our other bocce bro.
Johnny Panico.
He brings up a good point.
It's also much harder for the players that travel and need to get a hotel. I would love to wake up at home the day of a tournament. I totally
It's
get
tough.
that.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
NFL wakes up in a hotel, man. You gotta adjust.
Yeah.
You want to be big time boxing player. You gotta,
But they have their own
adjust.
hotel rooms. There's 4 guys sharing a
We're
hotel
sharing.
room.
Are you?
No
Yeah.
one wants to sleep with me. I guess
Do
I
you
sleep.
sleep?
I
Do you
Yeah.
sleep? Do you
I
sleep with your
sprawl
brother?
out.
or-
No, he doesn't. He knows
No.
better. I
We-
sprawl out.
First tournament we
Shout
slept
out.
together. I'm like, I forgot that he sprawls out.
I punch.
You ever hear our
Dude, I'm the same way.
you ever see our Bing Bong TikTok and reel?
Bing bong.
Hey,
It's-
yo.
Hey yo, it's from that meme in New York City.
Bing
Well,
bong.
anyway, yeah. So we were all together in a hotel room, all sleeping together, and that's when we made that video because it was
Really?
just
Idiots.
So
Nobody sleeps with you, huh, Dante?
No, Panico does because he has no choice. However, I think we do a good job. We have a good system. We
So-
put one or two pillows in between, and
What he's trying to say is he doesn't mind sleeping in the hotel room if he had his own bed.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he has to sleep in the bed.
I think
with you.
that's true. There you go, John.
Oh
wait.
how you doing?
One time
Marco
for
says,
one
"How you
time
doing?"
for Marco Orlando Jr.
Yeah.
How you doing? That's who I was talking about. Who ran this past weekend's tournament?
Okay,
He does a good job. He's apparently leaving his bocce team.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you guys gonna try and recruit him?
No, he's not. I'm just messing with him.
Come on, Marco.
He's
you were
gonna
about
be
to
so
start
mad.
the next bocce drama.
He's gonna be so mad. I tweeted hashtag leave Adelios today.
Sophia says it's nice when we find Airbnbs that having a
Oh
working
my
smoke
God,
detector.
This is a good topic, actually. Let's bring this one up. So, hotels, has anyone realized they're trying to make up for the pandemic and just charge triple what a hotel is worth, right?
Oh,
I think
Yeah, it's
good,
expensive.
good luck finding a decent hotel that's clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The price is not bad and
laughing.
so forth. So we've been switching to Airbnbs, Verbo.
yeah.
Anthony Cugini, our fourth bocce bro, who's not here this evening. He's our accountant. He's our book it, Venmo, request us,
Yeah.
which is a heaven sent because I don't like doing all that. So, but what we've come to realize is we can't trust this dude to book a single place because it's either we're in a place where we shouldn't be, where there was a shootout, which is a real story.
very frugal. So he's
Yeah,
like,
very
what's
frugal.
cheap?
We had a night, so we basically started a process where we screen him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, book it, but we're gonna look at the link, and we're
Yeah.
gonna agree or not agree. So we were at a tournament in Dallas, and we get a decent Airbnb. The day before, he's like, I switched our Airbnb, but don't worry, I got a better price. It's a good place. I'm looking through the pictures again. I don't want to do this stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm barely looking. I'm like, okay, decent enough. We get to the Airbnb. It's a 109-year-old home.
Out in the boonies.
In the middle of nowhere.
Out in the middle. There's not another house around.
Yeah.
It's all industrial.
Okay.
What happened with that house? That wasn't even the smoke detector house, huh? Was it?
No, because Sophia wasn't there.
Long story short,
but it always seems to happen.
Anytime
with
Anthony
them.
Cugini or Fourth Bocce Bro books anything, it's one of the worst places
Yeah,
ever.
the smoke detector was the middle of the night. We had a tournament in the morning, and the smoke detector just started going crazy.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't allow you to shut it
we
off.
thought it was carbon monoxide too, so we didn't know.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to shut it off, but then we're like, maybe we shouldn't be shutting it off.
Yeah,
we're like trying to figure out what's going on. It's like 3 a.m.
So we just rolled the dice and went to bed.
Yeah.
No,
eventually we got the battery out, but it took like 10 minutes.
No, it was the loud one.
It was like going off like there was a fire.
Yeah, everybody was awake in the whole house. Yeah.
Oh my god! So you just went to sleep with the alarm going?
We pulled it off.
We finally got it.
We stood up for an hour, talked about it, and then ultimately made the decision that
somebody tried to put it in the microwave to see if that would be quiet.
Why would you put it in the microwave?
They wanted to see if it would make it quiet.
I think it's time for the Bing Bong
rapid fire questions, the Bocce Bro takeover. All right, Isaac, are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Bing Bong.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey, yo.
11 questions,
What do you
maybe
got?
more if the guys come up with something. It has to be quick.
Do I have to rapid fire answer them? Do I have to
There are best ability.
Some,
It's your show,
yes.
really.
Others, you're going to have to think about it. I just want to get to know you a little bit more. Ready? Take your sip of water. Everybody cheers. Salute. Here we go.
Don't cheers the water. Don't cheers the water. Don't cheers the water.
Cheers.
It's all right. You're back. You're
I'm
good.
out over here. I need
You're
to drink
good.
Carmen.
Jesus.
Oh, here, have mine. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Robin. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. This is a tough one off the go.
Okay.
Actually, no.
I feel like it's
I'll
gonna be
start
like.
you with an easy one.
There we
and then the next one will be tough. Favorite Christmas song?
Good start.
So the question is, do you go with just Mariah? Like, do you go with classic, or do you go with the what's the song that
Sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MLO karaoke. Here we go.
Oh my God, who's sing? It's the two from The Voice. I like the song the
Clay Aiken.
Oh, they go
No,
back and forth.
yes,
Like
it's
on-
Gwen Stefani and
Yep. It's
Her
new.
husband?
song. It's newer. Like her husband.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
can't think
talking?
of the
What's the
song name,
song?
but that is very good.
It's
I'm asking for rapid fire. and
I know.
I get the voice.
I know the song. I can't remember
Christmas.
the name.
There's so many Christmas songs,
It's,
and you come up with
it feel like Christmas. That song. You make it feel like Christmas. I think that song. Yes.
Play it.
We're gonna only play like 15 seconds though. We'll get kicked off. That song.
All right, there it is.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
dig it.
Smart. Copyright.
Favorite childhood memory. What do you think about that brings you joy when you think about your childhood?
Favorite childhood memory. I don't know. My old house. I grew up in North Lima. My parents they moved out and went to a lake house down in Nagley, Ohio. But I just my big family house that I grew up in, swimming in the pool and having friends over. That's like waking up Christmas morning in this big beautiful house that I
Yes.
grew up in. Love it. So
Love
that's-
that.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. All right. Best town in Youngstown.
Best town? That's impossible. Poland. I live there now. Poland.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Ursuline or Mooney?
They're both cheaters.
What? Good answer. Good answer.
They're both cheaters. Throw in JFK too. They're cheaters too.
Best pizza in Youngstown.
Best pizza in Youngstown? There is no best pizza. My favorite pizza are I have two favorites. Bella Napoli in Canfield, if I'm gonna go New York style, and Wedgwood.
Yeah,
Dude, so good.
He said Wedgwood though. That's our favorite.
Wedgwood's good, and then St. A's Bistro in
Ooh,
Struthers gets
sneaky.
honorable mention.
Yeah,
Detroit style.
that's at St. Anthony's.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Yeah, they got bocce there.
St. Anthony's.
Yeah, they got a lot of bocce there.
So you've had a good 2022, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite memory? What's
2022, man. You guys are the
favorite
memories.
moment? Favorite moment in 2022, or one of your favorite moments? I know it's tough.
Oh my god. I don't know. This year wasn't all that.
Did you take any trips with the wife?
Oh,
Any special moments
We
there?
went to the beach. That was fun. 2021 I got married though. So it's like
Okay.
Like
What was your
2021.
favorite moment in 2021?
when I got married.
Oh,
August
yeah.
28th.
Bonus
You hear
points.
that, babe?
in 2022, it was
29.
given our guy
28th.
Lemonade Man. What's his name?
Yeah, 2022 we'll get into the lemonade guy.
Willie.
Lemonade Man.
Willie.
Lemonade Man.
$500 lemonade.
Lemonade Man.
$515 lemonade.
Poland or South Range?
Wow, good question.
This year it was South Range because they won state.
Who is the best pickup basketball player from Poland?
Jimmy Morocco.
Jimmy,
Dante's so
tough.
mad.
That's a good answer. That's a good
Y
answer.
League legend.
Yeah, turnover
Okay,
master.
Any person living or dead or alive, that you could have on your podcast, who would it be?
Any man.
Yeah, I
living
like
or-
It doesn't.
or
You don't have to
dead.
rapid fire this one, and we all could answer this. These
Yeah.
two.
By the way, I gotta go back to the YMCA basketball. I'll tell you what, Dante used to walk into the Y like he was the shit.
Mhm.
Right? He used to walk in, he used to like put his hair up.
I had a-
He'd like put his hair, he'd be like, hold on, guys, I gotta tie my hair. He'd like tie his hair up.
Damn right.
and then I'd give you 11 points. Games up to 11.
Then he'd like
Blouses.
he would get like real low when he's dribbling. He'd like dribble all around and he wouldn't shoot. He would just dribble. He would just keep dribbling. And then he'd keep dribbling. But yeah, that was Dante's basketball
Washed.
career at the Y.
I'm washed.
But he was like one of the 400 Poland kids that would show up and play YMCA basketball.
Yeah, we
called it the Poland
from
Y.
as soon as school let out, I was there until
Dude,
night
it
it
was
closed.
the basketball at the Y from like 2012 through 2015 was prime
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
amazing
It
basketball.
was like, yeah, it was legit.
Yeah,
we
it
took
was
that show on the
sweet.
road. There was Cliffview. There was the
Yes,
summer tour.
yeah.
I purposely
Guys,
played
that
basketball.
all happened before 2012 too. Just so you know.
It did.
I
It
mean,
did.
But
come
it
on.
didn't
I was
become
I was
peak
there before.
So
2012.
until then.
We did it at the Youngstown Y, where it got a little bit more gritty.
yeah, that's
Lives were threatened.
fair. Hey, times are different.
Yeah.
Gas is too
Keep
expensive
going,
to be going now.
Cliffview. We've had Cliffview
Oh, I
before
fought.
that.
Speaking
I don't know if any of
fighting
you-
for legislature and going to the thing, I had kids
I
reach
remember
out to me. I didn't live in Poland, but I actually want to speak on this. I
We
hope
talked about it last.
Yeah.
Did we did?
podcast.
Did we?
So
Okay.
for those that don't know,
You did.
Cliffview is a street in Poland that
Deja vu.
there's a basketball court off of Cliffview that's down the cliff that Cliffview is stating in the name.
Yeah.
And there's a basketball court that's like in between two or three properties, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just it's like basically you wouldn't expect it to be there. You have to go down someone's driveway, then down 100 wooden
Yeah.
steps into the woods. There's a basketball court.
Technically, it's public property,
Technically,
but to get to it, you need to go through people's yards. So the guy who built it a long, long time ago, it's like in between his yard and somebody
Yeah.
else's. He was cool with kids playing on it, but then he moved out, new people moved in, and then there was this
it
whole
was just the neighbors, and then they
Yeah.
they tried fear mongering, and we'll leave it at this because obviously I was
classic
passionate about last
Poland.
night. I was on a phone call with Dante. Times are different. They're doing drugs down there. It's like no, they're
All right,
not.
let's talk real basketball.
Real quick though, there's no place for kids in Poland to go play.
What about
basketball.
the church with no rims across from the sandwich factory in
At
Poland
least they did something.
with no
That's
rims?
not controlled by. There might be one rim.
The
They
thing
took out
is-
the courts by
Yeah.
the old middle school. I don't know.
So
where,
they
Oh,
so they
yeah.
see it. People are so stupid. It's unbelievable. It is so unbelievable how stupid old people are. It drives me crazy. So like they're so dumb. They're so freaking dumb that they're like, no, we don't want basketball hoops. It brings in the hooligans. Like you're gonna get into all kinds of trouble. You're gonna smoke. No, they're playing basketball. You would rather them play basketball on the basketball court than go roam the streets and do drugs. That's why we
Right.
have basketball
Right.
courts. Like, what are
It's an
you
outlet.
doing?
Yep.
So they see it's the same thing with like they don't want Union to they're gonna like revamp Union, the old middle school, and turn it into like
Luxury condos.
luxury condos,
Yeah.
luxury apartments.
I thought that was
But-
the Poland. They're trying to do both now.
Union, not the
Oh,
not,
I thought it was the middle
not
school.
south or not
I thought it was the
north.
middle school they were trying to do that too.
Yeah.
No, not the
So
middle
it's
school. It's
Union.
Union.
Okay.
Union.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
all the people who live nearby are like rioting because and it's like these aren't gonna be like they think renters, they think poor people, they think drug addicts. That's
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
how quickly they slide to. So it's like no, they're
Poor white people.
luxury condos. This is good for you because you're eventually not going to be able to keep your house like nice and neat and everything, and you're going to want a condo, and then you'll be able to go to a condo at the school you went to like middle school in. Like
Yeah.
they don't view it like that. They
And
just
their
think
property
it's-
will be worth more.
I was
too.
gonna
Yes,
say, it'll
yeah,
only
and there's
increase.
more homes in Poland and everything, but they just don't. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, and when your rich friend graduates from like Chicago, and they're like, "Oh, like I'm thinking about coming back to Youngstown, but I don't know where I would live or what I would do."
Right.
You have a luxury apartment.
Yeah.
You have some more options.
There's no no Airbnbs allowed in Poland. I'm thinking about when I sell.
So that's final. Was that
the
the
beauty
final
of
word on
Boardman.
that?
No
Beauty of
Airbnbs in the
Boardman.
village. Yeah.
The village, township.
I don't think township really has any regulations on it.
Township's kind of tight. Let's be honest.
They're way more
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah.
Shout out to Poland. Why is there a township and why is there a village?
Because there's beef between both. Because the
They
village,
talked about. I think we talked
the
about
village
this.
is like the
a
historical
history.
district versus the township that's like the
Right.
surrounding area or
Right,
whatever.
right.
But it's just what they should do is just be one big thing, but they don't want to do that because it's always been the separation, and they take sides.
Come
and
over to
teams,
Boardman,
and
You know
it's
what?
just-
land
it's
of
all like
opportunity.
politics. Garbage.
This is all about old white people.
When
When it comes down to it,
A great place to call home, Boardman, Ohio. Come over to our side.
Yeah. There were 2 times in my life where I was pretty depressed. One, when I found out Santa,
Wasn't real. Why are you bringing this up before Christmas? What are those people
Santa's
watching
real.
at home?
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Second is when I realized that I was always taught to respect my elders and be always respect them no matter what.
Absolutely.
Until I started getting into the workforce and I realized, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then all older
Yeah.
people, obviously, there's
people, Joe.
right. It's people in general, but it's like how ignorant and just stupid and like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was just very upsetting to me to be like, oh, I thought everybody's like when they grew up, they were
Yeah.
just mature and like understood one another and quickly realized that wasn't the case.
You guys are Italian. You understand this fact too.
The fuck's that
One of
supposed
the
to mean?
most no, I'm Italian too. One of the most depressing moments of my life is realizing that not all grandmas are Italian grandmas.
Yes.
Like you meet somebody's grandma and this lady is grumpy and like miserable, and I'm like, why are you not treating me like I'm
Why are you not
freaking
feeding
gold?
me?
Yeah. Like, why am I walking into this house and you're not saying, honey, come sit down, you look skinny and you need to eat? Like, what is wrong with this picture? Like, miserable old lady. I'm like, my grandma was like, honey, you're perfect. Everything about you is great. Come sit down.
Here's
Let me
more
make you
food.
spaghetti.
More food.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just keep feeding. Like
You're only 11. Here's some homemade
yeah,
wine.
yeah. Oh, you're carrying
Yes.
something heavy. Let me take it, honey. I'll take care of it for you. Everything's fine. You're perfect. There's nothing wrong in the world.
The Irish are invited. Everyone's invited to play bocce.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a little bit Irish.
So are we. Italian.
There we go.
Yeah. And then I
Carmen
found out that
Catullo.
not all grandmas are like that. It's depressing.
Carmenucci, what is he saying?
Billy.
Boardman sucks.
Italian. I love him.
Billy,
said that?
Billy was who delivered us pizza.
Oh,
Billy. Can I
Carmen.
play
Come on, Carmen.
Of course. Yep, they are Italian.
All right, I have more questions. Do we have any other
ahead.
comments that we need to address?
No, we're good. Go ahead.
Boardman sucks. Carmen.
I
I'm gonna take the higher road, you
I
know.
love Boardman.
Smart.
I said this last podcast. There was a time where Poland basketball had more wins on Boardman's court
Don't even start.
than Boardman.
Don't even
Listen,
start.
I've lived in Poland
You guys
for like,
were good, and I did. You guys were good.
We haven't been around in a while.
You guys were good.
couple
You
years.
guys were the model program when I was growing up,
Yeah.
and I actually watched. This sounds weird, but I watched a lot of your games. There was D. Felice. There was my favorite player was
Me.
Hummel?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Humble.
You're welcome.
Yeah, humble.
Humble
Yeah.
hit the
Yeah,
half
humble.
court shot right in front of me
Yeah.
in the district championship or something
Yeah. It
at
must have been
Boardman.
his senior year.
You guys were good, but also we had teams where we had JT Moore. We had teams where
we played Diebler. Okay.
we had JT Moore, the highest recruited football player in Ohio, was also a very good basketball player. Guys that went to Florida to play, guys that went to Indiana to play.
Recruited.
We were in the Federal League. We were playing against the top talent
Who?
year after year.
All right,
name
but
them.
whenever we
It's
played
not
you,
the
we
same
won.
anymore.
Okay, so
I don't know about that.
All right, I have
Billy
That's
says,
all I'm gonna
let's not
say.
talk about basketball.
All right. I have
Go
a
ahead,
couple
go
more.
ahead.
Living or dead, Who's the one person you want on your podcast?
Hold on, one more. I've lived in Poland for like 2 years. I know enough that if you live in everybody who lives in Poland or Canfield, we all hate Boardman. It's just
we can agree on that.
You can.
Poland, Canfield don't get along, but we all agree that we just dislike.
And we don't like
Everybody
you
just
guys.
dislikes
Battle
Boardman.
224 has no mention of Boardman.
That's true.
There's an alliance against Boardman.
And we don't like you.
Living or dead? Will Ferrell. I'd love to have Will Ferrell on. That would be amazing.
Fun.
Good one.
Dead. Jesus Christ. But there's living
Yeah.
or dead. I don't know. But go on.
I meant the person could be living or alive. Maybe I didn't word
Living
that
or
properly.
or
Yeah, that was right.
like
George Washington.
No. Right. I just meant
Either or. Yeah. Will Ferrell would be cool.
yeah. Love it. Favorite restaurant in the
Damn. So, dude, I'm like not the type of person that gives something dead set like this is my favorite thing. 'Cause
Right.
It's like
You can name a
categories.
couple.
Categories.
3.
Aquapazzo. I love
Yeah.
Stonebridge.
Where's that at?
On 224. It's like right next to
It's in Boardman.
It's right next to that's getting awfully close to Canfield.
It's getting off.
Notice how Boardman gets better the more he gets closer to camp. and Poland.
Wait. How would your
You
athletes?
cross that bridge over here.
Wait, how would your
Yeah,
athletes drink and eat if it were for Boardman?
literally Boardman has everything that we need.
Yeah,
the
And
mall.
no.
like, all the
Boardman
shopping.
is the reason there's traffic on 224 because Canfield and Poland both refuse to put anything out there, so we all drive to
true.
freaking Boardman like a bunch of idiots. Aquapazzo, Stonebridge. I mean, pizza places. I don't know. Next question, please.
Yep.
Top 3 Christmas movies.
Oh,
I would name my 3, right?
Ooh, that's
Not in any order.
okay. Go on.
Home Alone 2,
Home Alone 2, huh?
Elf,
In New York. Lost
and
in New York.
I love 1. 1's great, and 1 should be in there too. But I can only name 1.
2's better than 1.
Home Alone 2, Elf, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey because he was phenomenal in it.
Okay. I am Christmas Vacation. A Christmas Story. And
so overrated.
Tiny
The
Tim.
Christmas Story. You don't
I
like?
think it's really overrated.
The one, we're talking about Tiny Tim, right?
No, that's the one with
Tiny
Ralphie.
Tim.
Ralphie and the you're gonna shoot your eye out kid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Overrated. Tim.
Christmas Story.
Tiny
Yo,
Tim.
so you think Christmas
think-
Vacation's overrated?
No.
Christmas Story.
No, the guy, the
yeah.
kid licking the pole.
Oh
But
man,
I don't.
agree.
I don't
The kid licking the pole.
I don't disagree with if they like it. I'm not like, why do you like that movie? Just my taste.
Elf. I love Elf though.
Yeah.
But honorable mention Polar Express.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah,
I was
great
gonna
one.
say I'm gonna do different ones than you mentioned, even
Yeah.
though some of yours are in my top 3. White Christmas, the one from 1950s.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a
Sean
family favorite.
Panico
You know what
shouted
I'm
it
talking
out.
about? White Christmas.
Bing Crosby.
We watch that every
It's like-
Christmas
yeah,
night.
Same here. It's like from
like-
1954, 64.
What's the famous quote in that?
Snow.
No, the famous quote from that is I don't know.
Isn't there like a little girl in it or something?
No.
No, that's the Miracle on
Yeah.
White
That's-
Christmas is a classic.
On 34th Street.
yeah.
Yes.
The old general retires.
This
and
is so sweet that it's like
they get him in the
hurting.
Christmas spirit.
White Christmas, Polar Express.
Yeah.
Ooh, the third one is Santa Claus, Tim Allen.
Nobody likes Home Alone
What?
around here.
He said
Santa
Home Alone
Claus
2.
one.
okay.
He said Home Alone
It
2.
has to be Santa Claus 1.
Yeah.
Santa Claus 1.
There's going to be an
Two's-
article or documentary on the Santa Claus movie
Yeah.
and how you
It's
go
just-
from 1, which was up here,
3's
and then everything else declines.
Three's the one
not
with
bad.
Jack Frost,
which is Marty
Santa.
Schwartz, who is so funny, but
Two has a great love story,
I think they're all good.
He's got to
Obviously,
find his Mrs.
it goes
Claus.
from-
That's
it
right.
goes from- it gets-
and
goes
it's
from best to
the
worst.
Grinch principle.
If you guys are watching, give us your favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, comment your favorite Christmas
Elf.
movies.
John says Elf. Home Alone 2. John says White Christmas.
Yep, he's big.
A Year Without Santa Claus.
I think
I don't know that
I
one.
remember it.
4 Christmases with
Stonebridge is the bomb.
what's his name?
He's-
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, Wedding Crash. Yeah, he's from Wedding Crash.
What about
Think of it.
Fred Claus?
Fred Claus is great.
Yep.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
What? There's one the night before with Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then who's the
Oh,
Marvel
yeah.
character who plays the Falcon? Yes, that's a good
It's,
one.
it's
one.
so
Yeah.
good.
Dude, they go and they play the song on the piano, but it's
they mimic, that's
Kanye
from-
West song. That's
that's
dope.
from the movie Big with Tom Hanks. They're mimicking
Yes,
that movie
yeah.
where they
but
play,
they play
the piano.
Kanye West. That was dope.
I just
Yeah.
watched a Christmas party. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't
Like a work Christmas party or something?
Did you watch on Apple TV Spirited, the musical? It was okay. It was just too much of like a musical for me. But I wanted to see more interaction between Will Ferrell and
I just
Ryan
I
Reynolds.
fast forwarded some of the musical
Yes,
parts, but it was
yeah.
good.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
I just went and saw Hamilton live in Cleveland.
I
Speaking
want
of
to talk about
musicals.
show tunes that are overrated. Hamilton.
No,
Overrated. 100% overrated. Dude,
don't disrespect.
I am a total
rap.
nerd. I love
I'm
Wicked.
a big rap fan.
I
and
love
that's-
Jesus Christ Superstar. Love all I like show tunes, a lot of show tunes, but Hamilton's overrated.
I'm
as
a big
hell.
rap hip hop fan, and that's one of the first popular shows that uses that as their talent or as their musical.
show.
I
Because
tried
it is
it.
music.
I gave it a shot.
That's
3
fair.
times.
It's
Did
fair.
you go in person?
No.
Okay.
You should.
So I watched it.
Those beats, I'm like this in my seat. When are you like that in a musical?
I'll say this: I watched it on Disney Plus, and I don't think I've ever watched any other musical like that. That's like a play,
What's that
right?
story?
I've watched movies that are musicals,
Yeah.
and I like all of them. La La Land, hell yeah! I started playing the piano because of that.
Have you ever seen Once?
No,
Once,
uh-uh.
dude, watch it.
Okay,
It's a
Not twice?
musical, but it's called Once, and it won all kinds of awards. All kinds of awards in 07 or 08 for music and a film.
Okay.
Incredible.
yeah,
So good. And it's 2 people that made it. It's like an indie film.
okay. I'm
very
on
good.
that.
Yep.
But so I watched Hamilton
Yeah.
on Disney Plus. Thought it was
Yeah.
cool. Love the King's part. King made the show for me
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I watched it.
King was
Hilarious. But then we watched it in person in Columbus, and it was a completely different show for me. Trying to follow along on Disney Plus was kind of tough,
It's hard.
but then you go see it live, and you're just kind of I don't know, you're pretty divulged into it, and it's good. It's good. I think you'd like it.
I'll have to try that.
I think you would.
How many questions you got over there?
A couple
for?
more.
Okay.
Last one actually. And this one, I don't know. What's your favorite part about the MLO Bros?
Okay, best part about the MLO Bros is meeting people and having not connections, but the network that I have acquired from doing this. It's anytime anybody asks me, hey, do you know a guy that does this? It's immediately I know somebody because we have met so many people and talked to so many super cool people in Youngstown that if I don't know somebody, I can reach out to somebody who does.
Right.
So it's
Isn't that
just
cool?
So
Yeah.
cool.
I think that's a cool feeling to
Yeah,
be the person who has a person for everything.
Yeah, I have the phone number for the mayor of Poland in my phone. I have the phone number for mayor of Struthers on my phone. It's first name basis with everybody. Canfield, not Boardman because they're lame. But I know all these mayors and all these people, and it's just so cool.
We're
Yeah.
a township.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Our Italian club a lot gives us that, right?
Yeah.
So my buddies would be like, "Hey, I need this." I'm like, "All right, let me reach out."
We have a group text of 20 of the younger, cooler guys. Not
Yeah.
even younger. There's when I say younger, I mean 15,
Yeah.
younger, right? And hey,
Cooge is not cool.
here's a great example. I tore my Achilles at 4 a.m. when I was playing in a
Yeah.
softball tournament. I texted everyone at 7 a.m. By 8 a.m., I had an appointment for the next 8 a.m. day,
yeah.
which is unheard of because you need to go see someone to get referred.
And
Yeah.
typically it's one person. His name's Ed Hasty. He's
Shout
a
out to Ed.
lawyer. He's
Shout
a
out.
lawyer in Grandview, Ohio, which is in Columbus.
He owns several bars.
He runs. He owns several bars. He basically all of his clients are bar and restaurant owners for the most part, all over Ohio. He actually sued DeWine during COVID for the curfew.
Yeah.
That
He
went on.
won too.
Yeah.
Because his business was affected. So many other people, right? All these local small business
Stop
owners.
the spread.
COVID
Right.
didn't come out past 10 though.
And I'm
It
not.
goes to bed.
We don't need to get into all that
I got
stuff.
a
He was
funny
more
story
just
for
trying
the
to fight
COVID
for
curfew,
them.
too. Yeah.
But he literally, it's like, hey, does anybody know so and so? And Ed's like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Real quick to end that story, he ended up winning that. He wins a lot of stuff like that. He always sues the city for stupid shit. But the only way they could beat him is if DeWine went and told the liquor licensing agency to change the rules of their curfew. Wow. So he won, and then 2 weeks later, DeWine got the liquor agency of Ohio to change the rules, which reversed it. So, anyways,
during that curfew, right? My buddy who lives over on Edna, other side of Poland, but still in the village. Yeah. So walking distance from my house. He breaks up with his girlfriend during COVID, and he's like, Isaac, I need you to come over, hang out with me, drink a couple beers, and we'll just talk about what happened. So I go over there, and he works at a brewery. Shout out to Noble Creature in Youngstown, and brings a bunch of beers home. And he's like, hey, I'll lay out all these beers for you, try them. So we just get absolutely shit-faced as we talk about like his breakup, and it's during curfew. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to sleep on his couch. I'm just gonna walk home. So in the middle of curfew, it's probably 1 a.m. and I'm walking home.
Oh man,
dude, I was walking down this road right here, not 224, but that goes from
Youngstown, Poland.
Yes, Youngstown, Poland,
or Struthers, Poland.
Yes,
is this Struthers, Poland Road? What is?
I don't know. But walking down that road, I come to the center of Poland, and there are no cars on the street. So at this point, I'm walking down the center of the street, just hammered, walking down the center of the street. I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've never seen. Like standing in the middle of the intersection. Like, I have never seen no cars
did
in
truck,
the middle of this.
Did truck cop pull you over?
Dude, so I get to the Walgreens. And a cop pulls into the Walgreens, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm walking. I was like, my buddy broke up with his girlfriend. We had a couple of drinks, and I was just walking home from one side of Poland to the other. Like, I'm trying to go home, and he's like, you're wearing shorts. I'm like, that's the real dude. Crime. I didn't think I was gonna sleep in his house, so I don't know what I was doing. And I just have shorts and a coat on. He's like, get in the car. So, so I like go to hop in shotgun. He's like, you have to sit in the back. I'm like, okay.
That's how they arrest you.
Okay,
I'm allowed to sit in the front. No, get in the back.
Wait, your hands were behind your back?
No. So he's like, hop in. And I like go to the front seat. He's like, you got to sit in the back. I'm like, okay, cool. So I sit in the back, and he's like, what are you doing? Explain the whole situation. He's like, you know what, man? He's like, I respect it. He's like, it's better than driving. You're just trying to get home. You live right over here. Yeah. So he drives me home, and he's like, this is a great story. I'm like, yeah, it is. It is what it is. But dude, I've never seen the center of Poland. Like, I was standing looking down both roads, and there's just no cars. Yeah, it's crazy. It was wild.
It was nuts then.
But yeah, lockdown was insane. That, or like during the day, I remember like during COVID, there were no cars on the street because everybody was home. So like me and my wife would order Chipotle, or we'd want Chipotle. It's like, no, the Borderman one's not cutting it for me. I'm just going to go all the way down to the Canfield one, because you could do like 65 down 224 because nobody was
there was a no pullover law at one point.
There was.
Yeah. So there's no cars on 224 doing freaking 65 down 224 like it was nothing.
For like months.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild.
Simpler times. Well,
okay,
not really.
So this is the limoncello.
This is
It's a sipper.
Don't start it if you don't want to. Continue your own beer. This is like you sip on it. You don't shoot it. Continue your drink if you want to. I just finished mine.
That is very lemony. It's not like pine sol lemony. It's like actual.
So the excuse, what they call it, is a digestivo. Okay. So you wait till the end of your meal to have this and sip on it, and they say like helps digestion.
Yeah, helps the digestive system.
I highly freaking doubt that.
Because what's cool, we were in
all alcohol and sugar.
Yeah,
there's no way that helps.
I forget what town in Italy we were in, and we were walking down this one area, and this little old lady was outside her window.
Yeah,
and she was giving people limoncello, and it was. I caught awesome. Like no charge. She's like, oh,
yeah. Well, dude, that's actually very good.
Yeah.
Okil says Carm nasty. It says comment.
Tomorrow is Friday, and every year Chris and his friends typically get together around this time and have a little get together, which they call
tag along as a little brother.
Oh, obviously, my whole life. I'm more friends with them than Chris is.
What's the age difference between you two?
6. Dante's 27. I'm 33. But it feels tighter.
Yeah, 100%. He's actually a distant cousin.
diaper party. I was there with
Yeah.
these guys.
So we're gonna get into the
Where are we going
Paisano
tomorrow?
Boys
Where are we
party
going tomorrow? Where's the boys going?
So
Real quick.
we did a podcast last year.
Wasn't
Me,
released.
Anthony.
Yeah.
I know. We had
Did you say
technical.
something stupid?
No.
They just
We had
got jumped.
technical difficulties, so the podcast couldn't be released. But it was like a 3-hour episode. Me, Anthony, and Carmen. We got pretty drunk. We were just talking like we're doing now. And Carmen goes, "Oh yeah, my grandma did a 23andMe, and she's however many percent Italian." And I'm like, "Oh, I did a 23andMe. Let me look her name up." Because being from our small town in Italy, I thought there was a chance that we could be related.
Yeah.
So I look her up, and it says we're fourth cousins.
Whoa.
So I looked at him like, "Hey, we're related. You know, how cool is
we're
that?"
like an hour 2 of the podcast. We're pretty drunk.
Almost. We were like, "Coogee!" Yeah,
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is gnarly.
It was really
It's
cool.
never
Yeah.
been the same since.
What part of Italy you guys from?
So it's called Pagentro.
Okay.
It's just north or up on the mountain of near Sulmona. That's the larger city,
Okay.
but it's in the Abruzzo region.
We're at if Italy's a boot, we're at
So
the lower
we're
calf.
an hour. We're an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hour east of Rome.
Oh, okay.
Hour east of Rome. Yeah.
And we're considered the South, but we're like right on the border.
Yeah.
We're
Mhm.
right in the middle.
When I was younger, we went and so my great grandmother, she came from Italy on the boat in like 1911 or something, 1912. But she's from like the in the boot, it would be like the very toe of the boot, of Italy. And we actually went back to where she was from, and I remember her telling us growing up. She lived to be 100, but I remember her babysitting me.
do.
Yeah. So she was
Crazy.
babysitting me like 100% there mentally and everything till the day she died. But I was a baby and she was babysitting me when she was like 94. So she would tell me stories of how like Isaac, I remember like I lived on a mountainside and I would look down over the valley and there was a beautiful river that ran through it and it was just beautiful view. So we went back to this mountainside where she lived and the roads were so skinny because they weren't like used to cars. That's how old this town was.
Yeah.
And the town knew we were coming and was like, okay, you know, your relatives of so-and-so, we're going to take you to them. And they made you lasagna. They're waiting there for you. So like this whole town knew we were coming. They meet us. And then, my grandma was like, yeah, there's a graveyard at the top. You can go up to the very top and there's a graveyard and look down over the valley with the beautiful river. So we go up to this graveyard and you look down and it's not a beautiful valley anymore. It's a huge city. It's just like you can't even see the river. It's just a big old city. But it's just crazy how time changes. But it's like, so it's very cool to like go back and meet relatives, meet like they were saying this is the house she grew up in.
Yeah.
This is where she was born, like all this crazy stuff. But very
That's
cool.
really cool.
That is, it does something to you.
Yeah.
Like when I went in 2016 with my wife and a few friends. And as soon as we didn't know.
Wait, what month?
August.
Okay. I was there in June that year.
Yeah. We
That's
talked. You
weird.
had your story, I had mine.
Well,
Like,
no, I was there
that was a
another time.
okay.
That's my story, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so no, like we got to the town, and while we were driving there, we didn't know whether we should eat or not. My mom was helping communicate with my aunt, right? And she doesn't speak English, my aunt, so it was somewhat
Christina
difficult.
says Team Dante.
It was somewhat difficult to understand like what was actually going to happen. We rented an Airbnb.
Yeah.
It was right next to one of our cousins, like mom's, grandma's, right, which was cool. But you know, we get there and I'm like, this is the place, but like I don't know when we're gonna meet my aunt, whatever. And as soon as we park, we have Sergio come out and this guy Roberto. Roberto has long hair down to here. He's white, like white hair, and I'm like, I don't know that guy. I know Sergio's really but this guy looks like, you know, he lives like actually in the mountain. And so what Sergio did was he met Roberto at a bar because he knew Roberto spoke English. And he goes, "Oh, come with me. I got to show you something or whatever." And he like tricked Roberto into basically being our translator. Yeah. So like that whole night, Roberto was just near
Talking
us.
for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so we ate along the way. And as soon as we put our bags in, they're like, "All right, come with us." So we go to the house, and there is a like 7-course meal. Like it was awesome. Best part about it, real quick, because she just passed, R.I.P. My grandma's sister. She was in her 90s, almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
And I turned the corner, and I look up and I see a woman that resembles my grandmother.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like instant chills,
Yeah.
hearts filled. And
Yeah.
she's like this in the window, just waiting for us to walk
Yeah.
in. And we get to the house, and I met her before. She's been over a few times, and we're just like, can't understand each other, but there's just something there, right?
Yeah.
And we have dinner 18 times. We're eating all this food. And at one point she's trying to tell us something, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And she keeps going louder and louder. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I start laughing, and she breaks out into tears, like crying, laughing, because we both can't understand each other. Eventually I got Google Translate out, but it was such a cute moment because she's literally like this crying because she knows we can't understand each other. And then Roberto's over there in the corner like, what the
How did I end up here? Yeah, no, same thing. Like I remember going to that the family that, or I guess it was like distant relatives, and you're talking to them, and my parents had like a dictionary out in front of them trying to interpret what he was saying, and him being like a heavy smoker, and they're like, how many cigarettes do you smoke a day? He's like, and he's like, 30. But yeah, it's very cool. And the other thing that's crazy is like Europe is so much different than the United States, and the fact that like you go over there and you visit, and it doesn't even matter if it's family or not. They're like, oh, you're American. You came to visit us, and like you think it's cool. Like you want to come visit our country. Like come see my house. Come see where I like go. Like this is where the locals are. Like come meet this person and this person, and this is how we do this. It's like if a random stranger came to your house and said, hey, I'm a distant relative from, you'd be like, get the hell out of here. I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, get off my porch.
Right.
Like, that's not how other countries are in Europe. It's completely different.
You hear too many like stories.
Yeah.
You can't trust it. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah. But it's crazy how much different the culture divide is in that way compared to Europe. But very cool.
No, so we were, and I know I talked too long.
No, go ahead.
We were in like the Florence area. We're at a vineyard, and the guys working there wanted to take us out to Siena. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, you go in this car, and you two go in this car, because there was 4 of us. And I'm like, no, all 4 of us and going in one car. Like I got I'm like, I do not want to split up, you know. Yeah. And he's like, okay. And we get into the one car. American. My friend's 6'5", right? So we're like this in this Fiat, but they're like playing this music and they're clapping and having fun. And we go to the center of town, and they took care of us. Like it was awesome. And like the rest of the 3 days we were there, they took care of us. And I looked at Marta, my wife, after, and I'm like, I was so defensive, but I've been told just, watch where you're going over there. It's tough to trust people you don't know, because that's just how it is here. But I look back and I'm like, thank gosh we went, because I still talk to those guys till this day. Like it's cool how they just like open up their home and everything to us. So
this stuff is like
so good.
Having a lemon or a lemon in one hand,
a
bottle of vodka.
That's literally what limoncello is.
So then you just take a shot of the vodka, and then you just bite into the lemon. That's what it tastes like.
You're welcome. And anyways, tomorrow there's a Paisano party. This is how this whole story started.
So we call ourselves the Paisano Boys.
So
who is that?
It's just we buy that Paisano wine, and we had like a couple parties when we were younger.
Carlo
it's
Rossi, Ryan.
Friends, right?
So as we were drinking that, we're like, we're the Paisano Boys.
So there's this club. Speaking of where we're from, Pagentro. All the immigrants who immigrated from that small town and came to Youngstown, it's for the steel mills. One of them put their house up for loan. It was different back then. You had to put like your whole house up.
And their house was on.
It was on the what's the freeway here? What's it called? 270? I don't know.
680.
680. Yes. 680 used to be houses, right? So his house was right there. And
there used to be houses on 680.
Do you know where the Pagentrano Club is?
Highways in the 50s.
So before there was a highway there, he put his house up for loan, and on top of the hill, he bought a property.
Yeah.
That property is now the Pajantrano Club,
Mhm.
which you know what I'm talking about.
Where's this at?
If you drive down, what is it, 67? What is it?
680.
680. It's on,
You get off
towards downtown.
Shirley Road exit.
It's you literally see a flag and it says Pajantrano Club
yeah.
on the right.
Yes.
It says like rental. You can rent the club out.
Yeah.
Anyways, we grew up there because every immigrant from that town who moved to Youngstown started that club with their bare hands. They dug out everything with shovels.
Yeah.
They wired everything themselves. They
Yep.
knew what they were doing, right?
Cool.
So they built
Yeah.
that club, and that's basically literally how the Bocce Bros came to be. They had the 2 bocce courts
Yeah.
there. Where, and in short,
shit.
and they had festivals, feasts, yada yada. And in short, that's why I'm talking about this tomorrow. He rented it out for his friends to come. We're gonna have a little gathering and bocce and drinks.
We had a race there this past year.
Yeah, we did. Let's
there's
not talk about that.
the Feast of Madonna.
Yeah.
Madonna di Loretta,
Mhm.
which is do you know more about that?
I did at one point,
Yeah.
not right now.
So basically, it's a yearly Italian festival, but it's mainly dedicated to Madonna di Loretta, who's like let's call it not a saint, but
She's
a
the
matriarchy that we pray to.
I'm pretty sure she's the patron saint of that
Yeah,
of our area.
I
in
was very
Pagentro.
close. I'm proud of
So
myself.
Yeah.
every year,
Yeah,
every
because
year
they have the same festival.
Other
in
towns in
Pagentro.
Italy have the same thing.
So they have this same fest every year in that town. And for them, I mean, it's a big thing. Everybody cooks, everybody hangs out. They have this yearly race there. It's a barefoot race that these kids run in.
Okay.
It's about a mile long up the mountain.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Wild. So when they came here, they're like, all right, we have our club. Let's do the same thing every year. And there used to be buses that came in from Canada, New York, all over. People that were from
Huge festival.
people
back
that
in
had
the day.
Pagentro ties that would come in. I mean, 1,000, maybe more people.
New
would be there.
Jersey, New York.
And what they started was the similar race. You will get to wear shoes. They put you in the bed of a truck, and you have to drive over this. You go to this bridge. The truck drops you off. There's no like cops or anybody signaling the cars like, hey, hold on, we're running.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, no cars are coming. Get off,
Yeah.
start going. And that's exactly what happened. So they run. Well, this year, a little different because COVID, right? I think it was the first year in a while. Not many kids in like their teens were there, I would say.
It wasn't as popular as it used to be.
Yeah.
And we have to change that.
Generations have gone past. It's
Yeah.
not as
So
popular.
after eating like 2 sausages and
And running a
cavatelli
bocce tournament.
and running a bocce tournament and drinking,
Gotta
the
run
guy
myself.
the guy comes up to us and he's like, "Hey, dude, this is going to be the first time we have to cancel this race if you
Ever.
guys don't run."
So you ran in it.
So we ran.
Oh yeah, we
Hell
were
yeah.
like, let's go. And
Yeah.
you get a free
Crispino.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I didn't run. I
T-shirt,
sat in the
shout out.
truck just so I could watch them and videotape it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
just videotaped the run.
Yeah, we were all at the same pace.
Pouring rain.
We made an agreement, and
Where
then
was
like
this run at? What mile? Like where?
So the
So
Pajantrano
3/4
Club,
of a mile.
and then they drop you off across the street off of Shirley Road, right?
yeah, it's not on the. It's right when you get off the freeway. There's that bridge.
It's a half mile.
They drop you off at the bridge. It's 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
But it starts downhill, so you're feeling good, and then you hit an uphill into the parking lot. So I take off,
I'm like, Carmen, I thought we all were running together.
and they all took it personal. They smoked me.
Yeah.
I was feeling good, and then I got up the hill, and these guys are way stronger than me. They
Yeah.
beat me. My grandma was like, "God, Carmen!" Which shout out to my grandma. She was awarded this year as the first female member of the club
Okay.
and the longest female member in the club because
Wow.
she just beat like 6 sicknesses again and is going strong for the holidays. She's 91 years old. We had a huge 90-year-old birthday party for her at the club.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's been an integral part of the club since the beginning.
That's wild.
And my grandpa and his father are technically the founders. Like when you go, there's bricks of everyone.
Yeah.
They're the 2 founders, but I think it's just because they when everyone was buying the land,
Yeah.
they were the ones that were in charge of building everything
That's awesome.
and like getting it up and running. So
Wow.
I work with Frank Silvestri to run the league right now,
Yeah.
and I feel like I have to do something, keep the tradition going
Yeah.
and keep it alive. because of that.
Yeah, that's something like the average person doesn't even know about. That's in Youngstown. You know what I mean? So much history. But dude, you done with those questions over there? You got any more questions?
No, one more. What's your favorite memory with O'Keel?
Oh, dude, I got
That's my boy.
one of my favorite memories with O'Keel is honestly that Life in Color thing. That Life
No
in Color.
way, I was there.
You were there. You were on my
on
shoulders
your-
for half the goddamn concert.
What year was that? Why do I remember?
Like
that?
2013.
I barely even knew you.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
here.
dude, that's the first time I met you. You're
Yeah.
like, hey, Isaac, can I go up on your shoulders?
I was
Like,
like, I went.
hey, bud, I was really hoping a pretty girl would do that. You know what? Fuck it, Carmen. Get up on my shoulders. Let's do this thing. And you're just like,
And you'll never forget.
little freshman Carmen. Yeah, this is so awesome. And they're like spraying paint into the crowd. Carmen's like, this is so
I'm on
good. I'm
Isaac's
like, I have a grown man on my
Just met him.
shoulders. And I want a girl, and I like look around like there's jack guys with like girls. Like, I got fucking Carmen on my back.
You shouldn't have agreed to that. That's on you.
Yeah.
Hey, they'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget that.
That was a great night. Oh man, memories with O'Keel. I'm trying to think. I'm sure he's got some good ones. But Dominic Marchionda says need Carmen Catullo on the show.
Carmen Nooch.
Hey,
Dom, I don't know if you've been watching the whole time, but we mentioned how we need those luxury apartments. So
yeah.
right.
I saw him on TV leading the charge.
He's
about
coming on January 12th, I
Yeah.
believe. He's coming on the podcast.
Okay.
Love that.
that. I'll make sure to watch.
You should get Carmen Catullo on though.
No, you got to get all
He's
the
doing big
Catullos on.
things.
Get
Yeah.
all the
Is that
Catullos on.
Catullo meets? Is that
Yeah.
who that is?
Yeah, Catullo Prime meets.
Dom played quarterback at Poland before I played
Did he?
quarterback. So my sophomore year, he played QB. And
Also my cousin.
Also, he's a Pachantron. He
he's
grew
also
up,
in
he
the
grew up
Pachantron
in
club.
Yeah. No, he was in Erie Terminal. He lived in like the penthouse.
Oh, yeah,
at the
of
top
course.
Oh, yeah, I
down down the hall from me and
A-
O'Keel.
Anthony lived on 3, right?
Yeah, Anthony was on 3.
In the end.
Dude,
304,
we
party at
partied
304.
in-
I love
in
that.
Erie. It was so much fun. I remember New Year's. We would have New Year's Eve parties in Erie, and every floor would have a party on it. And it was like just Erie Terminal turned into one giant party, and it was
Dom
just
DeFelice had
absolutely
one.
insane.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the Realty Tower parties when I used to live over there?
Yeah. No, me and O'Keel, dude, we toured. It was so much fun.
I think one time we're having a party
Yeah,
and you guys were obviously older, but
yeah,
we hung out with the older people too, my sister and her friends.
yeah.
We're having a party and I'm pretty sure you were with them, but my sister and O'Keel and
Yeah.
I believe Isaac,
Yeah,
Come
we were
up
always partying together.
the elevator, it's a packed house and they have a recliner from the street and somebody's on the recliner.
Yes.
And they like march it into the middle of the party and just set
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah,
And it's like this old recliner they picked up on the side of downtown
Yeah.
Youngstown. And I'm just like,
after
what's up, guys?
after one of the New Year's parties, we lived on the 6th floor. After one of the New Year's parties, I get a call from Big Dom.
Uh-oh.
So he calls me and he's like, "Hey, Isaac." I'm like, "Yes, sir. How we doing?" And he's like, "I'm good. Do you have a party this weekend?" I'm like, yes, sir, I did. And I was here the whole time, made sure it didn't get too rowdy, made sure everything was fine. It was great. He's like, "You sure it didn't get too rowdy?" I'm like, no, it was great. Nothing bad happened. He's like, "Well, there was a parking lot behind the building. It seems like there was like a bottle or a glass thrown out the window pretty high up. I'm just assuming it came from your apartment." "No, don't think it was our apartment." He's like, "You know what? Tell you the truth, I was coming up. I was visiting O'Keel the other day, and I noticed that you have these cups in your apartment that are like gold leaf." Like, "Yeah, those are cups." He's like, "That was the type of cup that was thrown out the window."
You
Yep,
were busted.
must.
You were busted.
Well, shit.
That's us.
Well, shit. It was us. What he's like? It hit a brand new Jeep and broke the roof, like sunroof. He's like, it broke the glass
That's probably
sunroof.
Anthony's
I'm
Jeep.
like, yeah, fuck. I'm like, damn it. And he's like, what do you want to do about it? I'm like, just give me a bill.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it. And I'm like, he's like, it's gonna be expensive. I'm like, just give me a bill.
I'll take care of it. Never sent me that bill.
No,
Just took care of it. Just took care of it.
Big dumb.
I'm like, that guy's cool in my book.
Hey,
Like,
he's Bocce John. What do you expect?
Yeah. But damn.
I love that.
That's awesome. Crazy. But we had so many parties, dude. So many parties. It was so much fun.
I experienced that for 1 year.
Mhm.
Yeah, your terminal because I went to Youngstown my first
Yeah.
year. Worked at
forgot about
Kilcawley
that.
Center.
Yes.
That was my spot.
Yeah.
And
The
then-
Rec had some good basketball
Yeah.
too,
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Rec was good.
Guzzy, remember Guzzy?
Who's that?
David Guzzy. He's in every.
He'd always wear the hothead shirt.
I don't know. He's everywhere. You see him everywhere.
Yeah. But the first court was super competitive.
That's how it goes.
It was-
The further courts you down, the worse you go.
Yeah.
What court were you guys on?
I was
I
on.
was court 1 for sure.
I,
Carmen's
I don't think I was on one until the end of my freshman year.
Yeah, 1 and
Or sophomore.
1 and 2 for sure. But the thing is, it's like if you're not playing on 1, you're playing on 2, and 2's horrible.
Yeah, two was
It was a huge
two was
step.
bad.
Huge drop off.
Yeah.
Bad.
But intramurals was fun.
I didn't even
We had
play
some
it.
runs in intramurals.
Yeah. Intramural football was fun too.
Is there anything happening right now locally that is like I'm not when I say locally I mean Poland?
Yeah.
That's like a hot topic right now.
So right now, in Poland, nothing really other than Union, other than the school and what they're going to do at the school. What they need to do is, so Poland's all about its history and like preserving.
Who
the
was our
buildings.
old superintendent that wrote that book about Poland history? Like the teachers would pass it to Mr. Bear. No.
Dr. Bear. He was one of our principals. I know who you're talking about. I can't.
And you
Baird?
remember?
No.
No. But anyways,
I know
sorry.
who that is. I've heard of that.
History is so important about it that I know how important it is because they literally made us read these books.
Well,
About
in
the history
seventh
of
grade,
Poland.
they literally took us on a history tour, like around.
And I'm
the
all
town.
about that. I truly am. Like one of my best friends, Sophie Yule. She's the coolest. She would have parties at her house. It's the house in the middle of Poland where McKinley gave the speech.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
House.
Yeah. So she lived there, and when she would have
parties in that house.
parties in that house,
That's
like
dope.
so, like the parents would be they had they don't live there anymore, so I could tell.
Yeah.
I was
gonna say, somebody new moved in. Yeah,
someone
for sure.
did. Someone
Yeah,
new
just
moved in.
recently, like a
Yeah.
year or two
So
ago.
when the parents would go to like New York, their house in New York, she would have like they had a pool, and it was more innocent than anything. At the most, it was like beer pong, right?
Yeah.
But it was just the coolest freaking house. They won so many. It was like 5 stories. They had a secret room that was a bookshelf.
Yep.
That had basically it was the creepiest room ever. It was just dolls.
Yeah.
Like probably worth a lot of money. These dolls just all around this room.
Creepy dolls.
Yeah. But the house itself was just so freaking cool. It had the canes, like canes and top hats from the president, like no one touched, that were just staying there. Like amazing. One of my favorite houses ever.
Wow. Yeah, Poland. The current owners invited Luke and me out to ghost hunt because Luke does his stupid ghost hunting
I
thing.
love that.
So they're like, yeah, you guys want to come out? It's super old. It might be haunted. Come check it out. God damn it.
Can we use the pool and the?
Yeah.
There's a really cool room above the garage too.
Yeah. Check that one. So, but no, Poland's got lots of history, and it's like I feel like if they need to they need new schools. They could take I think Chagrin Falls or Cuyahoga Falls, where they just take all the old buildings and like revamp them and fix them all up. They could go that route if they want. But I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna knock down North and put
That's right.
Put a brand new facility for like K through 6, and then they're gonna fix up the middle school.
It cracks me up because North literally is a facility for K through 4. So like, how bad is it in shape where they can't just add on to it to make it?
I think it's bad.
Is it bad?
I think it's bad.
It's older than you think.
Yeah.
Well, it's
We're
not even
old now.
old. It's just like not upkept.
Yeah,
like the roof's leaking real bad. It's stuff where they're
And buildings like that, they need to
and
be. It goes
the
quick.
most property is at North.
There's so much property.
Yeah.
There's so much open room.
So they want to make it sweet, and
Good.
and then they would fix up the middle school, and
I hope they
then
keep the middle
fix up
school
the high
stuff.
school too. But Union's like out, and then the old
See ya.
Dobbins?
old McKinley.
McKinley.
What about? I love
Well,
old
McKinley was attached to the middle school now.
Mm-hmm.
McKinley
was newer, which is crazy.
McKinley's the oldest one.
McKinley's old as shit.
McKinley is the absolute oldest one.
McKinley's behind the
It's
middle
on
school.
College Street. That's the one that
they have a new.
president
I'm
went
thinking
to.
of the new edition that was built when I was there.
Yes.
So that was, which is just the edition. So disregard.
But yeah, so like they need to figure out what they want to do because they need to do something. And we know firsthand because Luke's wife is a teacher, so she like tells us how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like the windows are like leaking and stuff.
They were never good when we were there.
Yeah, exactly. So
they don't update it. I can only imagine
so
how bad
bad.
it is now.
but they need to do something where it's like keeping the historical preservation alive while still revamping everything. And like they tore down the stadium that was over at the middle school.
Baird.
Yeah.
Baird Mitchell, and they turned it into like a pickup spot, right? For
Yes.
yeah.
But they took down those stands there and people were freaking out.
Yeah.
They need to be smarter about it. Like they should have, with those old bricks that were in the old stands, they should have like sold them to the people for like a fundraiser.
Or do something like bring those old bricks to the new.
Yeah. And implement it into the building.
Right.
Something that was really not really cool, but for me at least, I didn't know that was happening at all.
Yeah.
I used to run before I moved. I don't run anymore, but I used to run all over Poland.
Yeah.
And now I bike more than anything, but I took my friend's bike to ride around Poland because I don't live here anymore. I don't have a bike. So I took it and I rode all around Poland, and I just did the tour of everything I love and loved. And I went to Baird Mitchell, did a couple laps, and just took it all in. The next weekend, I see a post that was all torn down. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank God I just took that one last lap around. It's like,
No, you're right though. They could have done something. Take those bricks. Hey, $200, engrave your family's name. It goes into the new school or something.
It's truly the thought that counts. And the people that were most upset are like, oh, I played football on that field. Those are the older folks that were upset, which I get it. It's like if you would have done some kind of like memorial or something for all those folks, you have to do that moving forward if you want to get their vote to build new schools and stuff, because they're still a majority of the people who are living here.
Yeah.
So it's very tough. But
Also,
they're actually going to build. So this road, right? This road right here.
where are we?
Can the little
Middle
connector
Poland.
thing, you know, through the woods right here?
Yeah.
They're going to make that go all the way down to
Past Terra to Island.
yes, it's going to go all the way
About
down,
time, dude.
all the way through, and it's going to be like a nice walking path with like lights and everything. That's going to go all the way down to the library, and then at the library, straight across from the library, they're going to put a walkway along the creek all the way back to the woods.
Yeah.
I saw that new memorial
That's
thing they just
great.
put
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
I mean, I think about Columbus and just like I could literally from my house go to a path and literally and go basically wherever I want within the city.
yeah.
And I know this is different because it's Poland, but
Yeah.
still just having that access and being able to do that. And
That's
it's something
awesome.
new. Like,
Yes.
get people out
Potential.
Yeah,
Right.
but people, the locals are just so nervous that they don't understand that other towns are doing stuff like that, and they're like, no, this is how it's always been. We're going to stay like this. That's not always the answer. You know,
Right.
There's new improved stuff you can do. We're going to have this awesome walkway. It's time to get some restaurants. You know,
Right.
nice restaurants in the village. Nice. I want to go to a fancy restaurant with my wife in the village, have a glass of wine, and then be able to walk.
And
home.
you know what? They don't have to stay open till 2.
No,
I understand
11.
Riff.
Yeah.
Like people get like too drunk, they get upset.
Yeah,
1 o'clock, fights happen. Okay, you don't want that. Open till midnight.
11
midnight.
Yeah.
Let it like
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine. And you know what? If you do 1 o'clock and it gets bad, move it to midnight. If it gets to midnight, move it to 11. I guarantee it'll be fine. If you have these walkways, if you do that, and there's certain things that go on, well, our police, instead of pulling me over 20 times when I was 18 because a cop didn't like me and my friends, he could go patrol that instead.
Yeah.
Or pull us over for a bad license plate light that's out. You know, there's other stuff that they can do to control it.
Couple things. So number one, there are people currently sitting on village council that are old heads that are like, no matter what, I will die before I see booze in my village. Before I see booze, like I live on the main street. I don't want noise at night. And it's like, so that, and then it's like, I've talked to police officers that are village cops that you can guess which ones that are like, booze is bad because it makes, it causes, we have to do more. Like we have to
do our
patrol
job.
and it's like,
Do our job.
sir,
Do our
with
job.
the
absolute utmost respect. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like, I understand it's more work. I understand it causes problems, but that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Like,
They could come
Yeah.
to Dublin, Ohio, near Columbus. They
Yeah.
could come to Powell,
Columbus is
Ohio,
beautiful. Yeah.
near Columbus. Those are way more prestigious towns. I
Yeah.
love Poland,
Yeah.
but those towns are gorgeous
Yeah.
and they're young and they're vibrant.
I have family in Dublin.
And they are completely fine. We were there last weekend.
Yeah.
And places were shutting down at 11. They were shutting down at midnight. Everybody respects it. They're able to walk to and from because they have access to do that.
This is awesome.
And
right
it's just
there.
one community coming together and allowing that. And if there is any bad things that go on, well, there's people in place. It's their job to take
Exactly.
care of it.
Like that's what your job is as a police officer, is to stop bad things from happening or control bad things when they do happen. It's like, I understand that Poland has always been quiet and it's made your life easy, but like, I'm sorry, but that is your job. And if we want to get better, we have to do something.
I would love to be a cop, and I respect officers, appreciate
Yeah.
what they do, but I would love to be assigned to Poland, Ohio.
Yeah, right.
I would love.
Well,
love
I
it.
know some of the kids that went to Poland that became cops and are like on the force in the village, and they're younger and they're like, you know what? I don't want to be a cop in Poland. It's almost too boring.
So
I
boring.
want to go.
Why would I
wanna-
wouldn't.
Yeah.
At
So then
60
they
years
went to,
old,
like,
I would love to
Liberty.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, these cops in Poland don't know what they're doing. Like, they like, I'm chasing down crackheads daily over there at the Liberty Walmart, like tackling crackheads, and Poland's got nothing. Like, it's a great town.
And you know what? If you don't continue to try and build up Poland, and you have these older people that live in these homes and they eventually pass away, that's what's going to happen here because you don't continue to invest in your community.
Yeah,
you
if
keep
don't
it the
get
same.
better, you're getting worse. Yeah.
I live in we live in Columbus, and we keep a finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Family still lives here.
Yeah.
It seems like Canfield has the edge.
Yeah.
100%.
I hear Canfield. It just seems a little more progressive from my view.
Yeah.
It just seems like they listen to their community is a little more outspoken. They get things. It just that's
They
what
have
I
more
see.
land. They're able to do a little bit more.
And
There's a bigger
I know.
population.
So Canfield has a city manager, and Canfield also has events on the green where they have booze and stuff. And I've asked him, I'm like, so how are you guys with like, okay, you have something on the green. Do the cops think of it like, oh, people are getting drunk at the green, I'm going to arrest everybody I possibly can as they're driving away. Like, get ready for what's the event. Yeah. And they're like, no, they're cool. You know, it's just, we try and plan it. You know, obviously don't be belligerently drunk and try and drive home, but like, it's a fun thing for the community. It's not meant to be getting people on DUIs. Yeah. So, and to your point too, it's if all these old people eventually something's got to give, and they're going to have to move out. New younger people are going to move.
Change of the guard.
But you need to, and Poland is currently going through that. But you need to have attractions for those younger folks now, so that you get all the good people to move here rather than Canfield, Struthers, and all these other places that are trying to do a lot more and be better.
Because what can happen is like what Chris was saying. Look at the north side.
Yeah.
It's empty.
Yeah.
It's the city is shrinking. Yeah. There's abandoned houses, beautiful Victorian mansions, small houses, big houses, parks, just completely abandoned. And they're doing a lot of great stuff in Youngstown. Yeah. Like we touched on some of it. But that's just an example of what can also happen to these suburbs if they don't continue to invest.
Absolutely.
And places like Columbiana is doing that tax abatement. You can't tell me that's not huge. Now, it's different.
Growing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they have some good ideas. They have tax abatements. As a young person who's looking to buy a house.
What's a tax abatement?
So
I can go to Columbiana, build a house, and not pay taxes on that property for 10 years.
It's over now, but it's like
it's over.
They're promoting it.
They're doing some of the,
you're good.
Columbus, certain areas that need a little bit more
Franklinton
probably population to move to.
Mm-hmm. So Columbiana went through this period where you've been out to like the Homestead complex and stuff down there. So they went through this process of, hey, we're going to offer a tax abatement, and what it is your annual yearly taxes in Columbiana might be like $4,000 a year. Mm-hmm. So they'll be like, hey, for 15 years, if you build a house, you won't have to pay those taxes.
Yeah.
So $4,000, what's four times 15? So you're saving that much money in freaking taxes
that you don't have to pay for 15
That's like
years.
that thing you see those ads on about Italy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come live in this town for $10. We'll pay you.
Yeah.
But I've looked into it, and I've asked my buddy whose dad's from there.
Yeah.
It's just like it's hard. It's a lot you have to put into it.
Yeah,
a lot.
of course.
You have to stay there for so long. You have to show, like you're getting screwed.
Yeah, but Colombiana was the same way, and now it's like Colombiana is like the place to be.
Yeah,
you know, because of that.
It's still growing.
It is. I gotta pee.
Go pee. Chris just went to pee. How many people are allowed in that bathroom?
Yeah, and then
There's a girl. There's a ladies.
let's get some Mora going.
Oh wait, Mora, you want to play some Mora?
Yeah, I have prizes.
Okay.
You have
Do you remember Mora?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Well, we're gonna reteach them, and we're gonna do teams.
Do you know Spanish 1 through 10?
Yeah.
Say it.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
Siete, ocho,
you,
nueve,
you don't know Italian,
go.
right? But
Yeah.
you don't know Italian, correct? But it's they're one syllable off in numbers.
Un,
It's uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, sei, sette, otto, nove, dieci.
oh, it's close.
So very
Very
close.
close. Yeah,
So
yeah.
just play. You play Spanish. We'll play,
Okay.
and then from there we just yell
We'll
out.
add because
Yeah.
we know both.
So So for those of you watching at home, thank you for sticking with us. For so long.
Four times 15, 60. Thank you for doing our math.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
I said it on my breath.
So we're both going to throw a number with our hands, which obviously we only have 5 fingers, so the sum can only be 10 or less.
Okay.
And we're going to yell out a number in Italian and Spanish, which needs to be the sum of our fingers.
Okay.
So I'm going to say sei, which is 6.
Yeah.
And whatever you throw, hopefully it adds a
He's gonna
6
hope.
and I win.
Wait, say it again. Sorry.
So it's a sum. We're going to throw our fingers
Okay.
out and we have to yell what the sum of our hands is going to add up to.
What you think
Okay.
the two
So
add
you
up
could
to.
throw a 3. I throw a 2.
But you say something
But I
else.
say something bigger.
Yep. Correct.
always bigger than what you put out.
I mess
Yeah.
up sometimes because I always say what I throw because I'm just not
hard,
thinking.
Yeah.
It's
that's what
hard
I would do too,
sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Can I throw a 0?
no.
No,
You can
that's-
throw a
that's
Mora, or you could say 10 is equals Mora.
He
So
doesn't even need to know that.
Oh,
So-
doing it? So
Carmen
and I
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do partners. So
Okay.
it's Isaac and I versus the brothers. Okay.
All
we're
right,
gonna
here we
do-
go.
We're going to
All right, hold on.
do a
Un, due, tres,
best 2 out of 3.
sete, otto, nove.
Hear me out. We're gonna do best 2 out of 3. So I'll play one of you guys. Isaac will play the other.
You have to go through the line.
Yes, you have to go through the line twice. The winners get to see what the 4 prizes are,
Oh.
and you two get to pick what you want, and then you give us the other 2 prizes.
I'm in.
And so we'll reveal them at the end. They're kind of goofy, fun prizes. So
Love it.
we'll wait till Isaac comes back, or actually we could start.
Wait till he's back.
Oh yeah,
Until he's
because we
back.
want to
Let's
go
get
down,
all
up
things.
and down the
He's
line.
Spanish. He doesn't understand.
We'll do
You know I don't speak Spanish.
2. You have to go through 2 times.
Yeah.
I know Juliana will want that.
Um,
the proper way.
if you're watching, go to the Bocce Bros Instagram, follow us, go to the Bocce Bros YouTube, subscribe and like to us. There is a giveaway right now on our Instagram. Go to our Instagram, find the blue giveaway post. Just like the post. Make sure you subscribe to us.
Yeah.
Get a free customized hat. That's all it takes. Just like the post, subscribe on YouTube. Our live streaming is going to go up crazy this year. We're going to have
Yep.
professional live streams. We're going to have mic'd up players, multiple camera angles. So make sure you follow us now before it's too late. You're probably wondering what the sword's all about, right? Well, I was chosen.
Well, wait a second.
They have a lot of cool things here in the studio. Go ahead, grab it.
Yeah, shout out to
Grab it.
MLO
He said
Bros
we
for
could.
having us. Everything's gonna be great. All right.
Look at this thing. They got a WW old school WWF
Hey,
bat with
by
a
God.
You talk crap, I'll take out your
JR,
knees.
don't do it. Carmenucci, you guys doing the 7 fishes on
Where's
Christmas
that?
Eve?
Yeah, we're doing the
Can you
7
name
fish.
the 7 fishes? I was in a meeting and I couldn't name one of them.
I can't name the 7. No, at this point, we do at my grandma's. We do the actual 7. So I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
At my house, we kind of just mix and match. I'm in charge of all the frying because that's the easiest part.
Smart man.
My mom does all the hard stuff. We do scallops now, which I don't think is one of the original 7.
We do
It's
scallops
fish,
as well.
though.
Good.
Scallops are
Count it.
delicious.
Count it.
Yeah, 100.
We do stuffed squid.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Calamari? No.
Galama.
No,
Got
it's
him
the,
out.
Galama.
Got him out.
stuffed squid. I don't know what's in it, but never been a
we-
fan.
We do
Galama
the
and
clam
gabagool.
sauce spaghetti, which is
I love
the
that.
best.
Yeah,
My
white.
my grandma's recipe from Corleone, Sicily. So my mom's side is actually from Corleone, Sicily, and
Corleone.
the town from The Godfather, and their family. So it's her. It would be her grandfather, his family. They were chefs at the Royal Palace, which is in Palermo.
Give me some.
You want some of that?
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's tossing it.
I don't know what's going on over here.
It's Crown
That's a
Peach. It's
lot.
like 20% alcohol.
Hey, grazie.
So yeah, so my mom's side of the family, when they were they were royal chefs at the Grand Palace in I just said it. Is it? Yeah, in Palermo.
Yeah, Palermo.
So there's like a royal palace still, and
Mine and O'Keel's toys. This is us in our
That's
office. over there
amazing.
just fucking playing around.
and I had the baseball bat.
Yeah.
This is just grown up stuff.
Yeah, that's mine and O'Keel's office is right over there. So we don't ever work here. We just work from home.
Is he ever on the podcast?
Yeah.
I've seen him on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seen him on.
We need to have him on again soon. But
All right,
Dude,
all right,
we're on
Maura,
to it.
let's
So
go.
It's you have to go through the line.
You have to carry your mic.
well, here you can take him out of the thing. So just hold him like normal.
It doesn't make outside
I
noise.
like this.
No, it'll be fine.
Love that. I like doing this though. We're good.
You ready to go?
Hey, how you doing?
Shout out to our boy Will. Gave him $500 tonight. That was fun.
He lost
Yeah.
it already. That shit's gone.
Merry Christmas.
He put 20 in the tank and that he left his
All right, we
family.
need to make sure we're on
That's all you
camera.
guys. He's gone.
So come over to here. So we're
Will
He's
was he was kind of sus. I feel like he
he
knew
went
it was
straight to the
coming. He's like,
Racino.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just kidding.
He's a regular
good
MLO.
dude.
So
he
Isaac,
watches.
come over here.
He signed up for.
You come
Dante, we
next
gotta
to
get
me.
in this. We
Okay.
gotta get in this.
Are we in
So-
the camera right now?
Let's
Yeah.
go over here.
Yeah,
Let's go
this
over-
is
let's
fine.
go
This
over.
is cool.
No,
Hey,
we're in it. We're in it.
We'll be on this
Oh, they
camera.
want us
You
on
be
their
on
Yeah,
that
this one's
camera.
better.
No, you be on
We'll
that
move the
camera.
chairs
We'll be
back
on
over.
this camera.
Yeah,
Can
they
we do
want
that?
us on their side.
Okay.
Look,
You
Chris is afraid
weirdos.
to play against me.
You freaking weirdos.
All right, so it's gonna start with me versus Dante. If
Okay.
I win, I go
Hey,
over
watch
to
this,
Chris.
guys. Watch
Hey.
this.
If I
Take
lose,
this.
Dante goes over
The
to
downfall
you.
of this game is math. Like
That
Yeah.
big time. I'm so bad at it.
So the goal of the game is to go through the team twice, and then you win the prize.
so I have to say a number in Italian.
You just have to be
Do
Spanish.
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 We'll add it up for you
No, we're not playing football.
to tell you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we'll start
Ready?
here.
Ready?
What's Mana 10? Mana's 10.
Did you lose?
It's
So-
really
that was the
DHT.
tester. So let's do it again
No,
because
no,
we
no.
weren't in the camera.
So what is it?
No,
Is
no,
it-
no.
is it
This
what
guy.
number's closer or what? Whatever
No, you
numbers.
have to add them up. So he did
Yeah,
5,
he
I
did the
did
worst
5,
example.
and I said 10.
Okay, so you,
So I won.
That was an
So
example.
he's cheating.
It was the worst example ever.
Example. Okay.
You said more
Hey, you
on
gotta
an
back up.
Hey, I'll
example.
beat him twice.
Okay.
Don't worry. Back
All
up.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Three.
All right.
Dante
Let's
wins.
cancel them both out.
So they got it.
They
got it.
This
This
counts
counts here. This
because
counts
there we
here.
go.
They
said
Trey.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Say. Do.
wait, hold on.
Swing.
Time out.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was saying numbers and you weren't doing shit.
You're allowed.
So why didn't
At some times you could kind of pause, think about it.
And then you both go again.
The only
Both go again.
time it
Yeah.
counts is when you both throw.
Right.
So I can keep going.
Yeah.
Chingwei, say, set,
but
keep
it doesn't
going.
matter.
But the only time is when we both throw.
Okay.
together.
So that last one, I put 2 up.
And I
I
put-
said Chingwe.
And I put 3 up, and I
Yeah.
said something else.
So I'll go on to Chris.
so he
Well,
gets
you keep
it.
going. Okay.
Ready?
So he
Here we
beat
go.
me. He keeps going.
We on camera. Here we go.
Move.
Sete.
He only knows set day.
I was doing
He only
different.
knows fucking set day. Otto. Chingwei. Otto.
What's Chingwei?
Otto. Chingwei is 5.
Nova Scotia.
Do. Sei. 4. Chingwei. 6. 3.
Okay, I have,
4.
Get up.
I have another question.
Question, yeah.
Why don't you just keep
throwing 5s, and then it narrows it down to 5 answers.
Because he's gonna catch
Okay.
on, and
I'll
he's
catch
gonna
on right away.
he's gonna put a 1 up and say 6.
Yeah.
Just like I did with 7.
Yeah, he kept saying sette.
Okay. I'm in my mind thinking, I hope he throws
Okay.
a couple
Okay.
different numbers.
Okay.
I want him to do different. I thought he would do different.
Hey,
What if you
comment if I'm
you call the same number?
if I'm yelling too loud.
Keep going,
Comment.
tied.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty loud.
Okay.
Go away. Ready? Three. Chingwe.
Get his ass,
All right,
Dante.
you're Spanish, right? We'll go slow.
Say.
You just beat me. You just got 6. Yeah. So you go to him.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Say.
These guys.
Ready?
Quattro. Say.
Ready?
No. I'm trying to think of other numbers in Spanish. Okay.
Ready?
Hold on. Guys, hold on. Okay.
Quattro. Go.
I was fucking with you.
Quattro.
You can just wait. God damn it, you can wait. You can wait, yeah.
with your head. Look, he's gonna say.
I'm good. I'm good.
Say.
All right, I'm ready.
Ocho.
Yeah.
I want your ass next. Here we go. Quattro.
Say. Chingwa.
I'm screaming.
Chingwa. Bring it away. You're shit.
Quattro.
Bring it away.
Say. Quattro. Say. Nove. Say. Otto.
Oh, damn.
Shoot.
That was good.
Bring it. Let's see what you got.
He just looked me open.
Come on.
Do.
Did he
I
give
said,
one?
dude.
Did he put one?
He put
out?
1 though.
Dude, what's that mean?
Yeah, I had
He
I had 5.
And he put 5 out, so he 6'd you,
Wait, I went like this.
which is number 1.
Okay.
And I had 5.
And he
I
said
said
say, which is 6.
Yeah, as you were talking smack, kid.
I thought we had that, Isaac.
Dude, I have no idea what's happening.
Yep.
Played well.
Sit back down. Okay.
All right.
We'll get to it.
No idea what's
We
happening.
have no one watching.
You guys get these. Yeah, they're like.
Oh, so we get to pick what
Yelling at
prize.
each other in Italian.
They're like it's 11 p.m.
Vito says the crown goes down. We still got a little
So what
bit.
are we doing?
So
we
now-
get to pick what they get.
Reveal the prizes for the viewers so they know what's going on,
Here we go.
and then you choose what you want to keep and what you want to give to Isaac and I.
That is all water.
What did you think it
I was
was?
not expecting. I thought it was going to be a little bit of ice, maybe.
Oh, I want those.
Those undies? Dude, I'll tell you what.
I'm taking
Cheetos undies?
Hey,
Dude,
coming home with.
I'll tell you what. The sock, being a guy, the sock and the underwear shortage is real right now
Yes,
until
it
Christmas
is,
time.
Until Christmas. Did you show them the Cheetos undies?
Oh yeah.
I love the Cheetos.
You guys.
Hey, we get these.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take the toothpaste because this was supposed to be for me anyway.
He actually needs that.
I do need that if you want me to stay up with my hygiene. But no, this one is these are croissants imported from
Almost make me
Italy.
drop my croissant. Kids
I
won't get
was
that.
thinking about that. The old people watching will not understand. Was that fine?
I think so.
Yes.
That was a classic.
6 seconds of fame. Yeah. So these
Elon.
are Borghetti's from.
Italy, the home country.
There's this new place in the mall, and the guy lived in Italy for a period of time, and it's all imported Italian stuff from every
What's
different
that called?
region. It's Mia Amelia.
Was it an old Aeropostale? Like, give me a story.
No, it used to be one of the places you would go to get jewelry.
Oh yeah.
Like it's right in the center. Annie Ann's is
talk
right
about-
there.
Can we talk about them all?
Yeah, let's talk about the
Ooh,
mall.
I
I'll give
love
you
the
this
mall.
one as
The
a
comeback
a
of the
gift.
mall. What
They're
is this?
imported from Italy,
The comeback.
and I'll take the toothpaste.
Is it coming back?
So I mean, you have the whole exterior part of the mall now.
Like, call it a
the,
comeback.
so you got to consider that the mall. So you got to consider the
Bunker,
Yeah.
Steel Valley.
Dude,
That's
it's
all.
been,
the
it's
mall.
been
Yeah.
awesome.
Ice
that
rink,
field,
soccer
Yeah.
field.
yeah,
It's
what
getting
we
used.
should do is have like a World Cup this summer and try and play on the field. That would be fun.
Let's
Get
do
some
it.
people together,
Yeah,
and
I'll
everybody
play.
represents a different country, like
A
the Olympics.
different town.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
South
or a different
Range.
town. Yeah.
You do South Range. My
Yeah.
girlfriend will do Canfield. I'll do Boardman. There we go.
we don't
But
give
yeah.
a shit about Boardman. How many
Nobody
times do we have to
cares
talk
about-
about this?
Nobody likes
Mute his mic.
At least
Oh, wait a minute. The crown goes down. Vito, my guy. That's from Chicago. That's a good man right there. Vito,
I
we
love that.
I don't think we've played together
is
yet.
he
but-
calling me the crown?
No, he's talking about the crown that we're
These
drinking.
I
these
think
three
he was
people who
calling-
are
I
still
think
with
he was
us.
saying since I lost, the crown goes down. Thanks, Vito, for all that
maybe,
respect.
Oh, maybe that's what. Yeah, maybe. But
Three
hey, shout out
people
to
that
Vito.
are still with us after 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Anyone who's still with us is
Appreciate
fun.
you,
Thank
whoever you
God.
are out there.
Merry Christmas.
This
to
is
you
mainly
all.
just for our therapist to talk about more
Yeah.
things with.
This is therapy.
This is just us chilling at this point.
Yeah.
You tell us when we're done.
No,
Um,
like I said, I got nothing to do, so nothing to do tomorrow. I have to work, but
I got a haircut at 9 a.m. That's about it. Where do
got
you
mine
get your
What do
haircut
you
at?
mean? That's about
the
it.
Poland kid, in Boardman,
5 points?
but
no, that's
no,
that's
no.
Poland. I'm
Again.
thinking.
it's over across from Sweet Melissa's. Do you know where Sweet Melissa's is?
Is that a
Dude, you
strip
guys gotta
club?
check that place.
It's a
out.
very
What is
It's
good.
a very good
restaurant.
salad place.
Interesting.
Like healthy food place.
Love that.
Need
more of that.
but Kieran Kursk,
Love, good dude.
dude, yeah,
And he's a
Kiss.
he'll probably make you tap out also because he's in.
yes,
yeah.
he's got cauliflower ear. Like you're not gonna want to fight that.
He's
guy.
good. He's always been good. I don't know
Yeah.
him well, not like, but
He's a
we
good
talked.
barber,
good-
dude.
Yeah.
And now he's going to school to be a like therapist, like psychologist.
Tell him I said what up.
I will absolutely, but he dude, he cuts a tight fade, dude. Pretty good. But yeah. So that's where I get my haircut. Where are you going?
I go to 5 Points Vivo's Barbery, right by on 5 Points.
One of the best.
The roundabout that
Yeah.
God forbid anyone in Youngstown use a roundabout. You guys need to YouTube this thing.
How
Yeah.
funny is that?
You would have thought this
you
was
yield until you see no cars, and you go.
Wait,
It's just people, it's old people not understanding.
wait.
And they're like, I don't understand how it works. You
Listen.
do not fucking stop. If there's nobody in the roundabout, like can't tell you how many accidents I've almost gotten into from an old lady seeing a yield sign and thinking they have to stop. It's like, you don't stop.
Right.
You
Yeah.
go unless there's some, like you're merging onto a highway with a
I
yield
love-
sign.
I love
You
the differences in
freaking go.
generation.
Yeah.
So I'm demoing a building this morning with my father,
Yeah.
and this guy's probably 60.
Yeah.
And he comes down and we're BSing. The guy went to high school with my dad, and he just goes, "Oh my gosh, I was going around that roundabout in Struthers." He goes, "Why the hell would they put a roundabout in Youngstown? How stupid are these people?
Yeah.
What do you do at a roundabout?
Yeah.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense." And he's
How
looking at me.
stupid are these
He's
people?
looking at
What
me.
do
He
you
goes,
do?
"What do you do?" And I'm like, "It's actually genius. You don't have to
Yeah.
wait for a red light."
Yeah,
Or-
exactly.
And he's just like, he's looking at me. I'm like, the difference in generation.
Yeah.
Do you want to
totally.
go up and stop your vehicle?
Yeah, if there's a red light at
Wait
2
for no
a.m.,
reason.
you have to wait till
Right.
that
Well,
light
that
turns
too.
green.
Yeah.
You just, if there's nobody in
Or
the
even
intersection,
if
you
it's a
just go.
stop sign, right?
Yeah.
It holds up traffic.
Yeah.
Because you have to stop, right? You stop. Okay, whose
Yeah.
turn is it to
Yeah.
go?
Turn. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, is
And
it you?
from an
Let me flash
engineering-
my lights.
From an engineering standpoint,
Right.
that's a civil
All
design.
you literally have
that
to
makes
do
sense.
is go up to it, and as you're approaching it, look to your left. Do you see vehicles? No, you keep going. If you
Yeah.
do, all right, wait a little bit, and
The-
then you go.
The town saves money on lights, upkeep, accidents.
It's
all the
Also
signage.
prettier because there's not the stringing,
Yeah.
the lights being hung up,
Right.
the poles and stuff.
You can put a
It's-
Christmas tree in the middle of it.
Yeah. Have you seen the YouTube videos of people like urban camping? Like
Yes.
they're like they like so they'll go to a roundabout, there'll be bushes in the middle of the roundabout. They'll be like, okay, the cops are strict here, and they like go camp out in the middle of the roundabout until they get caught.
That's
like
hilarious.
they'll try and
That's
sleep.
actually
They'll sleep overnight. Like, oh, I'm sneaking
Urban
in here.
camping.
Yeah, urban camping.
You know who had the first picnic at Peterson Park?
Peterson Park, which
You don't know what Peterson Park is? You're right across the street.
It's
from
the
it.
biggest park in Poland.
It's the tower, the clock tower.
It's a clock
Oh,
tower.
yeah.
Peterson Park.
Yeah.
So when that opened, me and my buddies were like, "Oh, let's just like have a picnic," like joking around because
Yeah.
we're like, "Why is this called a park?"
Yeah.
You know, love the way it looks, but
Yeah.
for them to call it a park was
For the
weird.
history, also before it used to be
Yeah.
a shitty gas
Our
station.
boy Barney would come up and he'd pump your gas
Yeah,
for
so,
you.
yeah, he pumped through. Yeah,
Sorry, we have
So
Boardman
the
Park.
fact that it was
I
like,
can't relate.
and it's like anything that's new around here.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna put it there? What are you gonna sit in a park and inhale, truck fumes?
Yeah.
And
But
that's
no, so Peterson Park happened. I was in high school, so we had a picnic basket and we sat there and we were eating lunch.
there was a wedding,
And we had a football.
Yeah.
And we're playing catch in the town Poland. Is it Poland choir? Town choir?
town.
They came
town
up
crier,
and
yeah,
interviewed
town
us. It was
crier.
funny. But
What I've always wanted to do.
first picnic there.
So in front of that clock tower where the dancing lady dances, there's that little patch of grass.
Mhm.
I've always wanted to go out there, pitch a tent, and see if I could at least start sleeping there at like overnight and see how long it takes before I get arrested.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
You think 10 minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
It's a park. I say it's a park. I'm camping.
Oh no! You think cops need a valid
Wait,
reason?
wait.
Sleep there right at the corner.
Bro, if you
In
think
a
they need a
tent.
valid reason to
Set
stop you
up a
from
little
doing
tent
it.
and go to sleep.
Can we get your
Make a
thoughts?
little, make a little campfire.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I'm an outsider. I want to
Yeah.
get your thoughts on the dancing lady on the street.
I love it. I love
Thoughts.
anything that is so harmless that causes a stir.
Yes.
I love anything that's anything that's so harmless.
So
She's so happy.
the thing is, like, I know Liz, and I know that she has haters. The thing is, you cannot bring in anything outside of what she is doing into this discussion of her dancing on the street. So, like,
What do you mean by that?
what I mean by that is you can say whatever you want about her personal life, but is she doing anything illegal? No. She's dancing on a sidewalk. She's not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
So there was time this summer where she got in trouble for dancing in the street, which is not okay, and I do not think that's okay, and it's not good.
Yeah.
But she needs to stay on the sidewalk. But as long as she is not doing anything illegal, she can do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah.
Love it. So, and I'm totally cool with that because she's like making people happy.
At least she's
Yeah.
spreading positivity.
Yeah, exactly.
I think when I first before I even
Yeah.
saw it on Facebook, I saw this chick and I was like, "What the hell? She
Yeah.
must be crazy."
Yeah, same.
But then I'm like, "Well, who gives a shit?" Also, like,
exactly.
she
Yeah.
might, I don't care.
People are
It's
smiling.
funny.
Yeah.
She was pointing at me, and I'm like in my car, like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's fun."
I think we
Yeah.
made a video with her. I think it's at like 100. It's over 100,000 views now.
Wow.
Where's
Yeah.
that little doll? What was that thing?
Dude, somebody. So
Oh,
this is how
you-
fucking annoying Poland is. Somebody threw it away.
Did you find out where? It
So-
was in a landfill, right? He found it in a landfill.
Me and Luke
air
put
tag
a
on it.
freaking air tag up, like cut a hole in it, and shoved an air tag on it. So we're like, when some old bastard tries to steal this thing, we got it tracked because it's only a matter of time before somebody does it. And then somebody grabbed it, threw it in a dumpster, and we checked the air tag. It's in a freaking landfill. Yeah.
I mean,
What doll are we talking about?
So
What was
the
it?
Poland pineapple. So somebody took this old weird.
It was weird.
It was weird. It was strange. I don't know where they got it, but it was like a
It
giant.
looked like Humpty Dumpty.
There's a video on Facebook. Dante, show him.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it now. But like,
yeah.
it's like this big weird. It almost looked like a Chuck E. Cheese. Like the rat that would,
Yeah.
like, dance on the stage. It looked like that with its face, but it was like a giant pineapple. And what was happening was it just showed up at like the pantry, the village pantry,
Yeah.
and it was like on the front porch. And then it showed up at the school, and then it showed. And so like people were like moving it around. So it became this huge thing in Poland where it's like, where's the
Where's it at
pineapple
today?
at?
I would like
Yeah,
look
so
on Facebook.
People were posting on everything Poland, like, okay, it's at the school today, it's at so and so's house today. It's like, and it was like getting like people were drawing like face tattoos on it. Somebody's
Post
throwing like
Malone tats.
lingerie. Yeah, somebody's throwing like lingerie on it and
Yeah.
stuff. And every day it was somewhere new. So then Luke and I caught on, and we're like, Luke took it, made a video with it, and stuck an air tag up it because it's like it's only a matter of time before some grumpy old person is like, this can't be happening in my town.
All right.
So then somebody did eventually take it, threw it in like a dumpster, and when we air tagged it, it was at a landfill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you couldn't
was
go get it.
hilarious.
Another version of a harmless fun.
Yeah.
That's just like,
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
But because it's drawing attention, and attention's not good.
I
it's
feel
not
like
good, man.
those are people who really, and I don't mean to be mean, but they just like don't have much else going on, right?
No.
So like if I drive by the dancing lady,
Yeah.
not 1 ounce of me is like,
I need to probably call someone.
Yeah,
because I have so much, like I have so many other things that I need to take care of in my own personal life that I'm happy she's happy. She's not endangering anyone, maybe my future kids or my nephews or anything. Like, all right, I'm going to move on with my life because everything seems to be going normal here.
Yeah.
But like, it's just fun.
But no,
Like,
but
you might crack a
they
smile.
think they
Right.
drive by, they're like, this is so outside of Poland.
Right.
Like, we are better than this. What is a lady dancing on the sidewalk? She's wearing a shirt that doesn't have sleeves. Like, this is so trashy. I'm gonna call. That's what they think. It's like just what is going on?
But not the. We're late in the podcast, but not the teacher at my school that was sleeping with one of my friends.
Yeah,
possibly.
You can
at
only
the time.
offend like 3
like,
people right now.
Like, but we're not. but you know, stuff like that, like serious
this
shit
is
that
getting
goes
deep.
on. Right.
Yeah.
There's way more serious stuff that's been going on that isn't being paid attention to.
Yeah,
So easy to turn a
like
blind eye.
like the officer.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah, I was just.
stuff.
Yeah, that's an
You hear
easy
about
one.
that?
Or
That's an easy one.
yeah,
Uh,
I don't
yeah.
know what you're talking about, but I have an officer story.
What was he?
It was 2 years ago, within the past year.
Yeah,
I don't-
the school, the officer that was like at the school.
Yeah.
I don't
We
think
used
I
to
know
just-
this story.
Patrols, yeah. It
Yeah.
was,
So they brought an officer back because they
He
took
stopped doing it, yeah, and they brought him
took
back. Yeah, it
my
was,
boy Domain out. Yeah,
No,
man.
it was Kent. Kent was the
Officer
guy
Kent.
who got in trouble. Yeah, for
really.
yeah. And
Mother
it's like
found text messages. Yeah.
yeah, some
Oh.
doing some stuff with some students and all kinds of bad stuff. Actually, still sitting as an Austintown trustee.
Oh, that's
and
not-
refuses
that's not-
to step down.
Wow.
Austintown.
Meanwhile,
trustee.
there's proof that he.
So he basically got let go from the school, doesn't do that anymore, and isn't an officer anymore. He's like, just everything's fine. I'm still going to remain an Austintown trustee. Like nothing ever happened. And yeah, we run the Everything Austintown group too. And like they're always talking about that. And it's just that's some crazy shit. But he's not officially been like proven guilty yet. So
Well, yeah.
can't, but
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, so I'm not going to comment. But yeah, there's I mean, growing up, like my senior, not even my senior year, we would get pulled over by the same cop who graduated maybe 2 years ahead of us.
yeah.
All the time. Didn't matter where we were.
Yeah.
He just somehow found us,
Mhm.
pulled us over.
Mhm.
Me, Ben Humble, some other people.
Yeah.
Literally one time we were driving, we pulled into Ben's driveway. We knew he was behind us, and he literally waited because he knew there were more people in the car. So he thought that car was going to come back out.
Yeah.
Our car was going to pull back out and drive the rest of us off. Well, we saw him, and we saw that he was waiting on the corner, so we just stayed there. And we're like, all right, we called all of our parents. There was 3-4 of us. Even though he wasn't drinking,
Yeah.
we were still just nervous.
Yeah.
Because it's
they fear
it's
they-
pulling
nat-
top.
Yeah.
off of it.
right.
Yeah, it's just natural reaction to be nervous in that situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So we called all of our parents. We're like, hey, like we're fine, but we don't want to deal with this guy. Come like pick us up. So they picked us up. A couple years later, this guy gets caught for same thing.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
many complaints against them.
Yeah.
Right. So like
Yeah.
there's more the whole point of it is there's more serious things
Yeah.
that's going on than a lady
Absolutely.
dancing or a pineapple showing up on someone's porch.
In the counter argument to that is Poland is a very nice place because of how strict our police officers are, which is good, but sometimes you overkill. Like when I first moved to Massachusetts, I was followed home like 5 or 6 times before they recognized my car.
Mhm.
And then it's like, okay, he lives here, he's cool. But it's like, dude, come on, man.
Right.
You really have to tail somebody,
Right.
You know, because
I'm grateful for how safe our town is. 100%.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
But there's a happy medium.
Yes.
We need to at least tread over a little bit more water to see what happens.
Yeah,
Right.
when you're tailing
like-
kids that are from the community home, it's like, dude, there's more important things you should
Yeah.
be focusing on.
Teenagers. I mean,
Yeah.
But there isn't though for them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
there really isn't because
Yeah.
it's split up to township, village, and the village has. I mean, let's be honest. If I remember, my friends and I would always joke about this. The bank in the middle of Poland, If you have two people pulled over, you could rob any bank in Poland because they're busy.
Yeah.
They're busy with that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And actually, I think that bank got robbed a year or two ago, did not?
Well, I don't know. Was it? I think it was.
I think
yeah,
it
like
was.
last year. So
I'm about to be a suspect in that.
actually, what's been happening in Poland and
What's your alibi?
It's a nice watch.
What's been happening in Poland and Canfield is because criminals have realized that Poland and Canfield keep their keys in their cars because they think it's so safe.
Yeah.
What they do is they come here from like New Jersey and New York. They jack people's cars using the key that's in their car, and then they hop on 680 because it's a quick getaway, and they just head to like New York City.
Yeah.
So what actually happened here was right on this road out here, that basically this is Sheerden, so it goes straight back to the little walkway area that goes back to our streets.
Yeah.
Somebody jacked the car over here, got into a chase with the Poland village police officers. They were driving through the center of town, came down this road, and thought that little
Was a road.
So they kept going, and there's a gravel driveway over here. They went into the driveway, thought the driveway was a road, and they kept going into they drove the car into the woods, and then they got out and like ran away.
Jesus.
And then the police officers
Wow.
they were like, hey,
He
he's
ain't
in the
running.
woods. He's in the woods. Can't get him.
He ain't
Okay,
running.
let's go away.
Yeah.
They just didn't. They just left him in the woods, and then he got away. But
Wow.
yeah, crazy shit.
That's wild. We there were some stories. I remember when my brothers were watching me, and we were playing soccer in the kitchen. You know, mind you, young kids being
Yeah.
athletic,
Young kids.
There's a kid, ran through our backyard.
and the cops following him in our back, literally right in our back.
I'm like,
Yeah.
there's some dude running in our yard, and then cops followed. I'm like, uh-oh.
they
Like,
tased him, didn't they?
I don't know. They caught him right between our house.
Were
and
you
the
guys
neighbors.
like, hell yeah, get him?
Yeah.
There's another story. There was a squirrel in our backyard. This was around Christmas time. I love this story. This story.
What's in that limoncello?
Where is this?
He should know.
I'm
this.
sorry for the two people watching.
The
It's
hawk?
that, it's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
peach
the hawk.
crown.
There's a squirrel in the backyard, and it's just chilling. And this hawk comes down out of nowhere, swarms down on this squirrel, and just starts
I
suffocating.
think it was a rabbit.
It was a rabbit, 100%. It was a rabbit.
That's
You're
why
right.
we were like,
That's why
if
we're
it was
like,
a
oh,
squirrel,
yeah,
we'd be like,
yeah,
whatever.
fuck it.
Fuck that rabbit
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So
rabbit,
it's just
though.
suffocating this rabbit. And Chris and I are you're just in our kitchen, watching this happen. Can we do anything? I was like, go
Yeah,
stop
Dante's
it.
like, go get it. I'm
So
like,
Chris
okay.
Chris sprints out in his underwear, and as soon as he gets within 5 feet, the hawk just flies away with it.
Yeah.
And Chris just turns around, devastated. He goes,
We lost.
We tried.
We lost.
We tried.
We lost.
I love the
we
charade
we
there.
lost the
Acting
soldier.
it out.
We lost a soldier that day.
Yeah.
He was a good one.
We had
She-
we had bald eagles in my backyard growing up.
It's American.
It's pretty American, but we had woods behind my yard that I grew up in, and they would every night in the summer. My dad was too cheap to keep on the AC in the summer, so we'd keep the windows open, and you could hear the babies screeching at 3 a.m. for food, and it sounded like goddamn velociraptors, did not sound like birds, like velociraptors in the woods.
They're crazy.
But
You know that's what coyotes sound like too. In the middle of the night,
yeah,
they make those.
like
Weird-
yips and stuff.
It sounds like a animal is suffering.
Yeah.
Sometimes those are coyote noises.
This was not coyote noises though. This was yeah, they had a big nest in our biggest tree in our backyard.
That's
It's
crazy.
wild. Yeah,
Do you
very cool.
guys have the Citizen app here? Have you ever heard of that?
Citizen? No.
So I recently heard of it. So I live between between Ohio State and between Short North downtown Columbus.
Mhm.
So luckily we're in a fairly safe area. However, there's always stuff that goes on around us.
Oh yeah.
And really ever since COVID and some of the riots that occurred,
Yeah.
been a little bit more alert of things that are going on. So I downloaded this app called the Citizen app, and it literally alerts you of everything that's going on within the area.
Oh.
So
It's
So-
everything Poland mobile.
It's
so but if there's it's not everything Poland.
On a more
No, that's
secure
next
level.
door. This is more, hey, there's a police report, car stolen, be wary, or shooting 0.2 mile, knows your area, shooting here,
Is it
or
directly from police or is it like local?
so it'll do that. It'll be directly from like police reports, but also if I'm outside my house or I'm in an area where I see something going on, there's an ambulance, there's a car that flipped over, I can take out my camera on the Citizen app, have the video rolling, and people could tune in and see what's going on.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So what brought me to that was just thinking about how effing crazy and all the like report, like I get notifications daily of just all the stuff that's going on. Like I woke up 2 days ago, there was an Airbnb,
Poland.
yeah, Airbnb in Columbus, about I don't know, less than a mile, right near Davide, Dante. 3 people got shot. Airbnb like on a Tuesday night. It's like what's going on there, you know? But you realize like okay, there's more things than you know that are going on around you. So I was just curious if you heard about it. I doubt that Poland has a Citizen app, but
We have a group message. It's me and all my cousins who live in Columbus, all the guy cousins, and it's like a comedy group message. Everyone's just constantly sending memes or just funny things they come up with. Well, one of the things is citizen reports.
okay.
It'll be like noon, and one of them works from home. I think they live in German Village.
Yeah, right near. Yeah.
They'll send a citizen report. It'll be like noon, like 3 people fist fighting on the corner of so and so, and it's like
It'd be
2
like
blocks
that.
away. And he'll send like a message in the middle of the day, like, "All right, guys, I think I'm gonna clock out and like join this fight, make it a 4-person fight." Like just goofy stuff on
How
the
about-
Citizen app
well,
all the
The
time.
latest one that's actually a big story. This lady was a DoorDash or like Uber Eats delivery driver, and she went up. She had her twins in her back seat. She went up to deliver
It's
food.
like national news
Oh,
right
no,
now.
I heard this
Someone
one.
stole the car with the twins in it.
There was an Amber Alert, right?
Yeah, Amber Alert.
We
So I
got
woke
last week,
up.
yeah.
I have a work phone and my personal phone, so I like hear these noises in the middle of the night, and I look and I see twins are missing. One was dropped off at the Dayton airport, which is an hour away from Columbus. The other one's not there,
That's so scary.
so they don't know where the other one's still
They
missing.
found one, right?
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
So sad.
wild.
But also, don't leave your kids in the car.
Yeah, you know she's probably a single mother, probably with 2 kids, and just making ends meet. She doesn't think anyone's gonna.
No,
But you're
it's a
right. I
terrible
mean,
story.
especially in any larger city.
This
you
dude
gotta be
stuffing
careful.
himself with a pizza. They shouldn't leave him in the car.
I mean,
just gave $500
How was
away.
it? Was it good?
Shouldn't leave him in the car. What do you want?
I didn't tie my shoes this morning, but they shouldn't leave their kids in their car.
Obviously- No, good for her. for
I'm an
not-
armchair
she
quarterback.
brought
I
her
don't even have
with her
kids.
because she probably had to fucking work.
Yeah,
She couldn't
exactly.
Leave them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
which
hope.
respect that.
I hope that's resolved.
Exactly.
Hope is resolved. And that concludes.
Vito says every mother hates you right now. All right.
I'm sorry.
Vito, thanks for being one of the 4 people watching right now.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
wonderful.
shout out to
Vito's a
Vito,
real
man.
one.
He really is.
Never had a bad time with Vito.
What are the
Can we
Christmas
dig it?
plans, Isaac?
What are their Christmas plans? So, what we do with my mom's. So tomorrow night, we go over my parents' house and stay overnight there. It's like we do like a Christmas Eve thing, so that everybody in the family can kind of do their own thing on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Yeah,
But no, it's good. It's good fun.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you get it done with, before. But
You know,
I have-
You know when
I'm
you
the
go home
youngest
at
of
2
4.
a.m. and you're trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
not wake your parents. But
Did
just-
you guys ask them
I'm
if
about
these are
to-
for us?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Take them.
Shout out.
No, take them. No, they're from. Shout out to Valley Insurance for giving us this container that's impossible to freaking open.
The childproof.
It takes 3.
Dude, it's got to be taped or something.
There you go.
If you guys are listening, there's 4 of you.
Those are already.
What's your
No
favorite
brownie.
cookie?
Ooh,
Favorite cookie?
favorite? Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Is it the
let us know.
rainbow cookie, a clothespin cookie, a Buckeye? That's not even a cookie, but
Same thing. That's good. That's a brownie right there.
You start, Isaac. Favorite cookie.
Good. Good old fashioned chocolate chip cookie, man.
Nice.
Love it.
Milk.
dude, don't you feel the power
Yeah.
of that shit?
Yeah.
I have another question after this. Go ahead.
That's
They're
a
the
master
cookie.
sword, dude. That's
Homemade
Zelda
clothespins.
sword. Homemade clothespins. Homemade clothespins. Good old Chuck. I also love these the peanut butter blossoms. These things.
Yeah, those are good.
These things are fire.
You can't go wrong with chocolate chip. Like I have a problem with sweets. So if you put like
bro.
any sweet in front of me, especially a chocolate chip in a gallon of milk, it'll be gone.
But we had to break MLO bro history and hit 3 hours before we cracked into the cookies. Yeah, this is for sure the longest podcast we've ever done.
Really?
I think 2 hours might be the limit.
This
We
is
just
3 hours.
This is like a Joe Rogan podcast.
Your brother's gonna look at this tomorrow, and be like, "What the fuck were they doing?"
What a waste of time.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna say that.
Hey, we saw 4 viewers.
Never stayed this long.
This is worth it for 4 viewers
Your sponsors were
and
gonna
for
love
ourselves.
Yeah.
So I have a question and then a fact, not a fact, but a theory with this question.
this.
Okay. Favorite Ninja Turtle?
Dude, Raph for sure.
Raphael?
the red one,
No,
Raphael, I think, right?
Why?
Raph was the red one
Badass.
because he was the badass. He was like the rebel.
Yeah.
But I loved Raph's personality, but Leonardo was the leader because and I liked his weapons the best. The two swords.
Way cool.
What are those called?
Katanas.
Yeah,
okay.
katanas. They are cool to that. You're right.
Dante.
And then Raph had the size.
No, I was gonna ask Dante. I thought you were done. Sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead. Raph had the size. Yeah, jacked.
The triple like fork looking things.
Yeah.
I was Raph.
What's my question?
Who's your favorite?
I think it's in the same boat. However, the nunchucks are pretty cool.
Was that Mikey?
I think that
You're
was
Michelangelo. Yeah.
purple, right?
No,
That
Michelangelo's
Donatello
orange.
was
Donatello's
the
purple, right?
and he had the big pole,
Yeah.
the giant pole. He was like the nerd. Donnie was the nerd.
I was always a Leonardo guy.
Yeah, he was the leader. Yeah.
I love Leonardo.
Yeah.
So there's a theory that's Splinter, their master,
Yeah. The
right?
rat.
Gave each of them their weapons for a reason.
Yes.
So you have
God,
you
we're getting
have
deep tonight.
you have
deep.
It's actually hilarious to see the progress of hour 4.
Started out so good.
We're talking about the theory.
Started out so good.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
now I'm trying different
Dude,
cookies.
Ninja Turtles sucks. So
I've heard of
you heard this?
I haven't. So go on.
And help me out.
Mhm.
So you have Donatello, who's like the smart computer whiz, very intelligent guy, right? What does Splinter give him? A stick.
So it's
Say-
like the opposite of technology.
Right. Figure out how to be good with this stick. You have Michelangelo, who's this ADHD, all over the place kind of guy. What does he give him? Nunchucks, where you have to be very calculated and you have to understand. You have to be concentrated and understand how to use it.
Because it's the hardest weapon to use.
Right. And you have Raphael, who is like the hardo, and he gets these 2 like nubs, right? And he has to be like controlled with them.
He is brute force,
Mm-hmm.
and he is given the weapon. He is given the size, and the size are not offensive weapons; they're parrying weapons. So if somebody comes at you with a sword,
More
you're
defensive.
supposed to defend, and parry, and then attack.
That's the
So
one I
he
always
is like
screwed up on.
he is like all brute force, but he gives him the defensive weapon.
Right?
Yeah.
So all 3 of those
You still
cannot
talking about
kill anyone.
Ninja Turtles?
You missed out.
I'll explain in a second.
Yeah.
All 3 of those, you can't kill anyone with those. Maybe you can, right? But
you
can't.
could.
You definitely
However, you have Leonardo,
Who's the sweetheart?
who has the sword, right? He's the leader, and he has to have the control and understanding of when to use the sword to actually murder someone. And
Tell you what, if I had a stick, I'd beat the shit out of Carmen.
This got deep. This got really deep. This got deep.
Yeah, we were just saying by hour 4 of the podcast, we're talking about the
okay.
theory of the Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles.
Yeah, to the point where I walk in and Chris is like, he has to decide when to beat them to death. I'm like, what is going on?
so we talk real quick. Michelangelo. Oh, no, I'll tell you.
What's your favorite?
It's not
What's your
worth
favorite?
the
Ninja
Yeah,
Turtle?
tell me later. Leo the leader.
Yeah, with the sword.
Wanna-
Oh God,
Want to be a leader.
crown's gone. So Joe Rogan on his podcast, he has this every now and then. He has this podcast called "Protect Our Parks," and it's him and a bunch of comedians. And it's like they say they're doing it to protect the parks, and no
Yeah.
parks have been protected because they just get fucking shit faced.
Yeah.
while they
High
have their podcast, and it's so good. And one of the comedians is like, who's oh my
So
God.
it's Ari Shaffir, Tom Segura, and
Joe Rogan, and
Is Burr
that's
on
who I'm
there?
trying to think of. The redneck dude. He's not redneck, but he's from the Midwest.
go ahead.
Shit.
Is he from here? Is it what I'm talking
No, he's
I cannot remember his name, but he has. Have you ever seen the Sleep Cop?
no Bert Kreischer.
No, that's not.
There's
he's
Bert
not-
Kreischer.
He's
That's
on
the
it?
different one. That's the other
He
one.
was just here.
Not Bert. It's hold on. Checked our parks.
Yeah.
Sophia texted me. She's like,
podcast.
the podcast seemed really fun. I'm like, oh yeah, the podcast is still going.
Yeah, right.
This was an hour ago.
It's,
she sent me that.
shoot, who's on it? Who's protected? What is his name?
Michelangelo does like to party.
What is the Sleep Cop skit?
All right, we have six
Jim
viewers.
Gillis.
Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
6
Have
viewers.
you ever
Let's keep
seen?
them.
Have you ever seen the Gillian Keeves skits? Gillian
No.
I
Keeves,
don't think so.
dude. You guys have never seen Sleep Cop before?
No,
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it? Hold on,
I never have.
hold on. Watch this. We're gonna do this on a podcast. That is what's his name?
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, the comedian.
He does all these skits now, kind of like Chappelle, but on YouTube.
Yeah. Shane Gillis, Sleep Cop. Watch it on YouTube. It's so funny.
Oh, it's at his house.
It's at his house, yeah. And he's a cop. He's got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry for those watching at home. At this point, it's just fucking stupid.
Ask us some questions while we're watching this.
Comment in the comments.
Have you ever
Be something
seen
good.
Sleep Cop? Who's your favorite comedian? Put it in the comments.
Who's your favorite comedian? The 3 people watching, I want to see you comment your favorite comedian at home.
That's why you're supposed to lock the door.
Yeah. Vitas has got to be Chappelle.
10 seconds. Oh my.
So the guy goes to sleep. He wakes up. And he's sleepwalking.
He's got a gun.
The party thinks he's joking, and now he has a gun.
Mary.
Dante, who's your favorite Van Such?
I just whispered it in there.
The younger sister.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Andrew Schultz.
Vito.
Michelangelo did party.
Thanks, Domino's.
Dude, this is hilarious.
Chappelle can't be canceled. You're right, Vito.
Oh my god.
His dick's just out.
Oh my.
Oh my god. That was fucking good.
So that's Shane Gillis. He's one of the guys on that podcast. And what he says is he's like, I'd love for people to watch the podcast, start at the beginning, and then just skip forward like an hour, and then see how drunk we are, and then skip forward another hour, see how much more drunk we are.
Because there's times they'll drink, do shrooms, smoke weed, like
The Post Malone and Joe Rogan episode where they do shrooms.
4 hours.
I had
long.
to turn it off because it's just they're so zonked out.
It's ridiculous.
Just unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
I haven't seen that.
I was on like a 20-hour car ride in California when I was listening to that. I was like, we got to stop this. This isn't good for us.
John says still at it. Hell yeah.
Oh,
John probably like did 8 loads of laundry, groomed his
you watch White
lemon
Christmas?
tree.
He's just like scrolling through his Facebook. He's like, what the fuck?
They're still
It's like
on
it's
here.
been 3 hours and 12
You guys
minutes.
do a telethon yet?
We did that to raise money for Lowville.
Yeah.
We did like a call in. We're gonna raise as much money as we can for the kids,
That's awesome.
and we raised like a couple grand in like an hour. So
That's wonderful.
Favorite flavor of Crown? Vito asked that question. Dante, you start.
Favorite flavor of Crown,
you
man.
guys tried that new kind?
What's the new kind?
There's like a new vanilla
No.
or something.
Vanilla's been
It's-
out. I've never
it's,
tried it. It hasn't been accessible as much. So.
Yes, yeah,
It's
I've
been
never
around.
tried it.
It's
I have a good
For
story about
maple?
that. I have a great
maple.
story about
Yeah, someone like every
Oh.
time I went in because I had like Crown Peach and Crown Apple. I know I'm
Yeah.
stupid, but they're like, "Hey man, have you tried the maple?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to. I'm good." And then finally, I'm like, "Okay."
In fall,
Yeah.
that's
It is
probably
a
good.
Canadian.
And
Crown is
it's
Canadian.
just- for me, it's not.
Crown
also not good
Peach
taste.
used to be the Crown Maple, where it's like impossible to
Right.
find
Yeah.
for a
Now,
couple of years. I want to say it was
I
like
feel like it
19,
still is,
20.
though.
No, it's you can it's much.
Oh, it's
more.
not bad.
Well,
Okay.
it's limited. It's like you can only buy 1 or 2
Yeah.
depending on where you're
That's
at.
how maple is around, or the vanilla or whatever. There's a new one. I don't know what it is, but
Straight peach is my favorite, but my favorite drink all time, this is my go-to, is apple cider from White House Fruit Farms mixed with, I double up, mixed with Crown Apple.
oh, that sounds good.
Oh,
So
interesting.
caramel apple.
It's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
You have to be
Yeah.
ready.
So in college at Ohio State, Little Bar. You
Yeah.
guys familiar with Little Bar, right?
Yep.
Everyone's pretty popular with that one. My buddy claimed it was a senior crawl. So it's
Mhm.
the last, you can imagine what that is. Anyways, the next
I
morning we
joined one of
woke up.
those
He's like,
when
I don't know where my car's at. And he ends up the cops find it. It's at a Little Bar. And he opens it. He's like, yeah, man, someone took my car, drove it to Little Bar. They left the door open. And he's like,
No
there's a
way.
bottle of Crown Vanilla in it too. And I was like, don't you drink Crown Vanilla? I was like, you drove to Little Bar last night, didn't you?
No way.
Oh, no.
He's like, shit, I might have. The cops. I was like, you stole your car.
Dude, you stole my car.
That's hysterical.
My sister's done that before, where she had like the whole town looking for her car. Didn't realize that she like blacked out and drove
Oh, that's not good.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a Buckeye. Sure. Thanks.
Buckeyes
Thanks for
are
asking.
good.
But yeah, hey, thank
Crown
you.
Monarch. I've never had that.
Monarch.
That sounds like
What?
That's like some 10-year shit.
That's some
Pretty sure.
Panico,
Yeah.
like fancy
Like
stuff.
secret in the basement of the
Yeah.
basement.
Well,
that secretly
No,
just
I'm
tastes like
panty.
shit. But fancy people drink it.
I'm a big fan of like Black Velvet, Canadian.
Oh, that's what my
What's
grandpa
a Canadian
drank.
club? Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, he
My-
always had it loaded in the cabinets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would see my grandpa would make his rounds because if he visited one daughter, he had to go to everybody else. So we saw his car pull up. It was our. We're like, okay, and we go to the cabinet, grab the Black Velvet.
The goal was to
get
get
the
it ready
ice.
before he got in the house.
Okay.
So we'd look. I'd have 3 or 2 fingers up, make sure the whiskey was there, put the rest with water, put on the table, and just like
Then
wait
you
for
get
wait for his
the glass,
smile.
the glass
That's so
ashtray.
good.
This is how
He'd be
this
smoking and
dates
drinking.
it. This dates it. So there's
Yeah.
a glass ashtray, and we were smoking in the house at the time.
Yeah.
I could
Oh
put a
my
year on it, early
gosh.
2000s.
Sounds like a badass.
He was 100% was.
Yeah.
He went to Venezuela when he was in his teens.
Okay.
I have to show you this picture.
To
Yeah,
avoid
yeah.
going to Nam.
No, it was a way
It
to
was
make
money
some money
to make it to
to
America.
eventually move to America.
Oh, really?
And at that time, this is a cool story. So at that time, he was dating my grandmother, who was a little bit older than him, but still in her teens. So he's a cougar hunter, you know.
So that's the original picture.
Wow, that's dope.
Is that the one with him on the motorcycle? Look at him. He's on a motorcycle with an ice cream cone on a construction site.
I didn't see the ice cream cone.
We actually, John Panico's watching. He colorized that for us.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's a black and white
sick.
photo. I have a.
How do you colorize that?
So actually, this isn't the Panico one. There's new AI technology out. Have you had a Chat GPR yet?
Chat
Dude.
Chat
yeah.
GPR. I'm not getting into it, but anyways, the AI has just made it huge.
Yes.
It's been, but
That's the next.
it's
like,
blowing the hell up.
yeah.
It's actually
So
crazy.
The new AI with pictures is unreal. It can fix like crazy.
Be careful with that.
The
But go
new
ahead.
the new Chat GPR or something. It's going to be the new Google. You can tell it to type out a 500-page essay
It
on
will.
what, and it will
Yeah.
double space.
So
No
today
shit.
I just signed up for it, and I said, type me up a 4-week workout plan, X amount of calories, blah blah blah, and it within 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, within
10 seconds.
10 seconds, it came up with this whole thing.
So it's billionaires and millionaires funding it. It's Elon with a lot of notable guys you would recognize.
So it's going to be the next Google.
It's-
where you
that's what
ask
they're
it to-
saying.
you
Yeah,
ask it to do something.
because
Puts out-
it's-
collects all the
It's
information.
using
puts it right there on
everything in the
screen. It's not-
network.
it doesn't go to another channel or another page.
No.
It just spits it out in real time.
It's using everything that there is in the world, all the
Yeah, on the
information,
internet.
and using that to continuously
It's
learn.
the next step.
It's crazy.
John said,
Google's
when is
probably
AI
pushing
bocce coming? And there's actually
Hopefully
people
never.
right now
Yeah.
working on camera technology to
Yeah.
track balls.
Yeah.
That way you can like show up on a screen whose point, how far is it point, and then it will also keep
Statistics.
stats.
Yeah.
So it'd be like Carmen rolled in with this much, or he stole a point this many times. So there's actually people out there that are advancing the game in different ways that it will take time to perfect. However, they're making the huge steps to make those steps.
Or like
AI tells you your next move when you throw the ball.
Yeah, so like your odds at what the next
Yeah,
shot
odds
should
would
you
be
shoot it?
cool.
Should you roll it? Should you
like
stop?
poker. Think about with poker.
Yeah.
They show you the odds if you're going to play a certain set,
Yeah.
or the odds that you're
And
going to
guys
win.
normally just memorize that shit.
Give me
Right.
something to search.
Look up
Tough questions.
the
It's all. Go ahead.
real estate laws in California.
Real estate laws.
See if it'll summarize it all. 'Cause there's
California.
a crazy amount of stuff there.
Is this an app?
It's a website.
Look, within 2 seconds, it gives you all
it's
this
writing
information.
shit out too.
Yeah.
That's how it works, dude.
Now, like, what is the sentence structure? Is it just info, or is it actually like forming nice paragraphs?
It's forming nice paragraphs.
Yeah, so
It's
there's
giving you
1,
different
2,
laws.
3,
Yeah.
4. I could
Yeah.
do that. I've typed in bocce ball, and it says bocce ball is, and it tells you
Yeah.
the whole
You
thing.
type in Bocce
BocceBros.com.
Bros. It says 4 sexy young men.
I did type in the bocce bros just to see it.
What's interesting is it's
It does have it.
it's still not quick enough to take all the information and then just shoot it to you. It still has to take it and then reword it and type
And
it out
then-
in front of you.
Yeah,
Which is interesting because we're not quite there yet to just take it and boom, here's
Yeah.
your information. It still has to. There's the delay of it writing it out.
right.
Now, there's the
It's
big
interesting.
debate: is AI going to be able to create its own opinion and have its own emotions? That's the thing where Google.
Create consciousness.
There was a
Yeah.
Google programmer that was
Well,
saying it had consciousness, but they were wrong.
I don't think so, but I think it could mimic it. It's not going to actually have its
I don't know. Will Smith
I
had
think-
that movie.
Yeah.
I
He
Robot.
also slapped Chris Rock.
I think
Will Smith makes poor decisions.
I think it could happen eventually.
What was that movie? Not I Am Legend.
I Robot.
iRobot.
I Am
yeah.
Legend, though. What a good movie. All right, that dog just passed away about a year ago.
Did you
R.I.P.
follow the dog?
Well, it was trending on Twitter.
So how about you said your your grandfather
Okay.
went to Dominican and then went.
No, he went to
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Yeah, okay.
So he's working construction there. And then I think he might have been like 17, 18. He moved here.
Pennsylvania.
And he told my grandma, I'm going to go to America. I'm going to build us a life.
Yeah.
And I will come back and get you.
Imagine that. No phones, no texting.
there's-
No.
I mean,
Take my word.
She's like, okay, right? And
Yeah.
then like he just goes off and then probably on a boat.
Yeah.
And
Yep. Throws up a few
Weeks.
times.
Yeah,
don't
and
hear from
I'll
him?
send money back for you to come to the United States and we'll meet there. Yeah.
So he writes her letters, and some of the letters are there. Other letters she's not getting.
Yeah.
And there's, I don't know the exact story, but someone within the family was withholding the letters from her.
Whoa. Okay.
So she eventually wrote him back saying, hey, I'm not receiving, like, I don't know what's going on. People are here telling me you're not coming back to marry me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
What's happening?
So
Oh,
I
wow.
don't even think he wrote back. I think he just hopped on a boat, went over there,
Picked her up.
Wasn't messing around.
married her there, and
Legend.
then brought her
What a good guy.
back.
So
Keep my
my
hero.
grandfather did the same thing, only instead of Venezuela, he went to Minnesota and he packed up.
Minnesota?
I have the trunk in my house that has my grandfather's name on it, Johann Schuster, big
Wow.
wooden trunk, and packed up his belongings, put it in there, went to work in Minnesota on like a farm as like an indentured servant, like a slave that gets paid basically, working on this farm, and then sent the money back to my grandmother and my dad, and he was like 4, and they shipped. I'm a first generation.
No,
immigrant.
way.
So my
Really?
dad came from Transylvania. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's Saxon, but I think it's like
Wow.
right outside of Transylvania.
That's pretty cool.
So his name is Fred, but his actual name on his license is Friedrich
Friedrich.
Schuster. So yeah, I have my grandfather's trunk that
Where he came over
that
with.
he came over with. They said, here,
No
pack your
way.
belongings. You're gonna take this, and it has like the Minnesota address that he worked on
Yeah.
the fields in.
Wow.
And then yeah,
I love
so
those stories.
so my grandfather, at my old job, I'm sitting there, and my boss is telling me the story about how his dad fought in World War II and like stormed the beaches of Normandy. He's like, your grandparents or anybody in your family in the war? I'm like, yeah, they were in World War II. He's like, what like division was your grandfather in? My grandfather was in the Panzer division.
What's that mean? Is that the badass division?
No, I know.
The Panzers are the German tanks.
It's the German thing.
Oh,
he was
shit.
he was on the other side.
Oh fuck!
yeah.
Yeah.
So my
And that concludes episode.
the Panthers. So he was a mechanic. He was a mechanic for the freaking Nazis.
You
and he was working on yeah. So he was working on the freaking tanks, and then his generals were charged with war crimes, and he wasn't. Yeah. So he said he was like. I never knew my grandfather. He died before I was alive. But he told my dad. He didn't talk about the war much, but he's like he told him that they like captured American soldiers, and they were lining them up, and they were gonna. This was like right before the war ended, and they were lining them up, and they were gonna like kill them all. And the like generals were like, "You guys are gonna shoot these people, and like line them all up. You're gonna shoot all these Americans," and like they were getting ready to execute these dudes, and the French came in and like saved them. Saved the
You know
Americans.
what? Good thing the French have done one thing.
Yeah.
In this fucking.
I don't remember the
All
details,
right,
but
don't
like
mind the French
captured my grandpa and everybody. The generals got charged with war crimes, and then my grandpa spent a lot of time in like a like French prison camp until the war was over.
Wow.
And then they sent him back. Eventually, he got sent back to Transylvania. But like they were at that time, Hitler knew he was going down, so
He got addicted to meth.
Yeah, he was like,
I'm curious.
He
We
was on,
don't
like,
know.
speed and
His,
shit.
so
his last
Oh,
year.
Yeah. There's videos of him like
It's
freaking
crazy.
cracked out.
So that's why you're
Yeah.
a big Kanye fan.
Yes, exactly. no,
Wait,
no.
did you just
My
see-
dad's best friend is actually Jewish, so it's cool.
Did
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
see a lady just got charged with hate crime?
Yeah,
They
she's
say
91.
She signed off
90
on
some years old.
10,000 deaths at one of the
Surprise,
concentration
bitch.
camps.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Shouldn't have signed it.
Yeah, they've been looking for it. The German government.
But then
arrested her.
then during the Cold War,
Dude,
the
Hitler was
Russians
alive.
were starting to move
That dude
over
got
into
away.
Europe. So my dad and my grandfather was like, "We're getting the hell out of here before they force us into another war." And then
Wow,
why
that's when
to
they came
America.
over.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
very
That's
interesting.
pretty
wild.
wild.
That is
We're
wild.
I like
first
stories like
generation. Yeah,
that.
my dad came over when he was like 2 or 3 on a boat, and yeah, Friedrich still on his.
All right, so since we're at it, we
Yeah.
might as well keep going.
Yeah, go
I have this theory. It's not really a theory. It's probably a thing at this point. But my sister and I always talk about this. I call it Americanization. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But what this theory is that the further we get away from our immigrant roots, the further we get away from the family traditions,
yeah,
obviously,
it's gonna become like American.
the beliefs, the I mean, originally we were talking about like hometown, you know, I mean, our
Yeah.
whole family left Youngstown, so that's part of the conversation, but it's a little bit of everything. So basically what the theory is, and a lot of people disagree with me, we've had some great discussions on this, but it's like, I think about when I have kids and when they have kids, there is zero chance. Let's say I'm still in Youngstown and we have a big family in Youngstown.
Yeah.
There is zero chance my kids will even care.
Yeah,
They will be in, one will be in LA, one
Yeah.
will be in Miami, one will be in Nebraska,
yeah.
which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different from what I'm used
You
to.
just failed as a parent. That's
What
pretty
my
much it.
dad's
I'm just kidding.
think about the first generation.
Yeah.
You're very close still with your family is everything. You
Yeah.
don't, I mean, yeah, you want to go travel, but you don't really give a crap about this nice place in Phoenix, Arizona.
it's
You
almost-
want to be with your family and
Yeah, it's almost how many generations before your kids stop saying, "Hey, I'm from Italy" or whatever town
Yep.
you guys are from,
And stop
it's just,
really-
"Hey, I'm American."
yep.
You know, how long do they have
It's
to be
not a
here
bad
before-
thing, but it's
No.
it's a
It's
thing.
It's not a bad thing. I just want the American stereotype to be better, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm proud to
right.
say that I know where my heritage comes from
Yes.
in Italy. Even on my dad's side, like, you know, he doesn't know much about how we came, like his side came to this country. But
Let's go. They're climbing.
but my mom's side, like I just told you,
at least midnight. We got 2 more minutes.
I just told you guys that story, right? So like
Yeah.
being able to be proud of that and have those stories, you know, and what it's funny you said that because I was thinking about this earlier. We were talking about it,
Mhm.
like going away from that. What is it gonna look like for the whole American culture? Like, what
Yeah.
are they gonna say? You know, like what is there? Like I don't
mean,
know.
I feel
the
like
Mexican culture is all about family, all about you
Yeah.
know the food, the music,
right.
Very true.
being together, taking care of one another,
Yeah.
being a community, right? So when
It's
the
huge.
Italians moved here, they especially in Youngstown, they all had their own pockets, right? And it's hey, I have my garden, I'm making this homemade wine, this sausage, let me bring it to you. You need this, you need that. We're taking care of each other.
yeah.
Self-sustained.
They-
Looked out. For
They
each
did a
other.
documentary on a place in PA that their heart disease was the lowest in the nation,
Yeah.
and they a lot of them were Italian, and it was because they were a community. They took care of one another. There was like barely any poverty because they took each other in and they just figured it out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where we are a little bit more. It's not necessarily about we. It's about
We're
me.
an
about me.
individualistic society.
And it
Yeah.
sucks. It sucks to see that, you know. And like we have nephews now, and I'm like talking to them about our, you know, do you know where grandma and grandpa, like grandma's mom's from? You know, like no, you know, Italy. Like I'm trying to like
Yeah.
coach
Yeah.
them up, and like, you know, it depends on us to continue those traditions.
It does.
You know, or just gonna go
The
away.
American dream has led to anybody can do anything, right? Has led to it's almost like I'm better than you, and like don't trust anyone. You're on your own, and you can be successful if you just put your head down and grind. But it's led to like this not so much community, but more so I'm better.
Right.
And then that leads to like the number one thing I cannot stand about Youngstown that drives me absolutely crazy. We're this big family, and we are, but at the same time, there are so many people that when Dante goes and starts a business, everybody in Youngstown's like, well, I know Dante. He grew up here. What's he doing? What's he doing starting that business? What business does he have starting that? He's not going to be, he's not going to succeed until you start to take off. And then everybody's like, oh my God, this is actually a good idea. I'm going to rally behind. But that wait period drives me insane.
Yeah.
Like, why do you not believe in them? You're just being a hater.
Right.
You know, that drives me crazy.
I keep an eye on my friends who have purchased our bocce crew necks and who haven't.
Yes.
And it's not being like, I'm not,
you're not keeping score,
but at the same time, it's like, are you supporting? Like, I support you.
Yes.
You know, are you, whether you play bocce, like there's my buddy in Cleveland doesn't play bocce, but he's like, hey, like, can I get a shirt that doesn't have the Italian flag? I'm not Italian. I'm like, for sure.
I had a friend text me. He says, hey, do you have gear? How can I buy it? They didn't know we had like website. I said, here, if you like, if you really want, they did. Yeah. But what you said is perfect. And I probably brought this up before. I brought it many on our podcast. There's this guy in Columbus. He's from Youngstown. You know, his Meatball Mafia.
Yes.
And Missing Jimmy's a new bar in Columbus.
I heard about that dude.
Good people, but he has a saying. He's from Liberty. He's a saying about people from Youngstown, how they treat other people, and this is it. They'll see a guy at a bar, and be like, "Oh, I don't know that guy. I don't like him though."
Who is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
I don't like him. And that is the mentality.
Yeah. Because when you first started out, you do this podcast. It's like, what are you doing starting a podcast? There are too many podcasts. What are you wasting your time? You know, you're not going to do anything good with it.
Oh,
like, why even do that? Like, and then you say, oh, you guys are actually doing good with it. That's really cool. You know, the sport. It's like, fuck you, dude. You know, you doubted us. You know what I mean? Exactly. And now it's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And like you have like as a loan officer, like Mark. Thank you, Mark. You've always supported me.
And yes, Luke is alive.
Yeah, Luke.
I've seen that a couple times.
Luke's on a cruiser now. But yeah, you become a loan officer. It's like, well, nobody can trust you with your money. What are you doing? Why are you becoming a loan officer? You don't know what you're doing. And then it's like we do this and you get all kinds of business. Okay, now
guerrilla marketing. Like, you guys have crushed it.
Why don't you freaking trust me? Like out of the gate, you should be supporting your family and friends. No, there's like this wait period.
Yeah.
Feel you out or something.
If you do anything outside the 9 to 5.
It's so frustrating.
And when I decided to go to YSU, I was this close to signing my papers to go to OSU.
Yeah.
And I decided to go to YSU. One of the things, and Dominic C. Marchiona was a big part of this, but I basically decided, like, I'm going to devote this time and energy to be all about Youngstown.
Yeah.
And that was like part of my identity was constantly defending Youngstown, constantly trying to find ways to support. And that might have just been a like, a share, a comment. But like when places like Space Cat opened up, Overall Paint Company, Penguin City, every chance I got, I would post, I would tell people about it, I would write them reviews because I respect that hustle, especially from young people who aren't really doing that around here. And you would never believe the flack I got, not just from my friends, but from people in the community. Like, why are you constantly like promoting these? And I'm like, well, because you don't realize that even just a like, a share, a comment,
it helps people.
That is supporting the company. One person sees it and they share it with someone else. They tell someone else about it. They get familiar with it. It's important that we do that around here. Like Space Cat was one of my favorite places to go to. And I don't know why he left. He's in San Diego.
Yeah, somebody hired him.
But I could also imagine that he wasn't getting
the barbecue
support that he probably deserved.
And
he got great support. But I mean, you know where I'm
going. So in 2023 moving forward, what are we doing?
We're
doing? Supporting each other. We're lifting each other up. And we're pushing each other forward. You hear that, Youngstown?
And we
2023.
And we continue to do You have to do. You can't sit back. You need to do things, even if you fail, even if you don't.
Are you in Columbus now? Where are you at?
I'm in Youngstown.
You're in
I'm
Youngstown?
just not as
Victim
I'm still
mentality.
involved, but I'm not as involved
He's
as
in
I was
Belgium
in college.
and
He's in
You're
the other, he's in
in-
yeah,
what-
he's not
what-
even here right now.
I just rejoined the Youngstown workforce though,
Love
so things might change.
What it
there.
really boils down
Yeah,
to
right.
is, are you going to be somebody who stays and makes Youngstown better? Or are you going to be a loser who moves to Columbus and says, I knew exactly where this was going
I love
to. He moves to Columbus and says, you know what? Because it's always you're either the person who's like, I'm going to stay home, I'm going to make this place better, and it's going to be great, or I'm getting the hell out of Youngstown and I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
Well, there's the middle ground.
Dublin's really the hot place to be right now.
If there were more people,
Columbus is really growing,
Middle ground,
and
I keep
it's
them back.
just my speed.
if there were more people in the beginning who said, let's figure, I'm not going to do this because I don't know. But I was going to say, like,
No, I
but
know what
like
you mean.
having more opportunities, right? And having
There's
people
no doubt.
being able to create that will allow people to stay.
Right.
You know, it sucked that every time I like thought about college or was like, you know, where am I going? And then while I was in college, you're like, oh, well, you're not going to come back to Youngstown. There's nothing here.
Yeah,
And it's like,
right.
okay, well, yeah, I'm going to go to Columbus then because there's nothing in Youngstown.
You got to
Yeah.
figure out the corruption issues first in Youngstown and hold city officials and people we elect
No,
accountable for the shit that they do when they do screw up.
That's
and
what
not
you
let
guys
them-
do, though.
and not let them
Yeah.
make fucking excuses.
You guys
I
hold
love
them
you guys for
accountable.
that,
Yeah,
man.
we try and do that. But
You just-
I love you
yeah,
guys
You
for
need people to be proactive.
Yeah.
You need people to think forward, like we talked about with Poland.
Yeah,
and other
yeah,
things.
absolutely.
And if you don't do that, it's going to stay stagnant.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and people can't be negative just to be negative.
Yeah.
And I get the older generation has seen way more stuff than us. But
I
just
don't know.
because it's happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen with our
Yeah.
generation. And I
Yep.
think that's where they get us wrong. They see us doing these things
Yeah.
and they're like, it's not going to work,
Yeah.
or like, it'll lose ground. Don't even
Yeah.
try. Go somewhere that's already established.
I want to say, and I probably said this, gave you guys gave you guys your flowers last time, but you guys are awesome for the community. So lucky. I think Poland's lucky to have you guys, honestly,
Appreciate
because
that,
I
man.
think if you guys weren't here, they'd probably still be in 2016,
yeah,
about 5 years behind.
they don't want to admit it, but
and
they're
they're
like,
still about
they're
5
like,
to
oh,
10
we
years
would have done
behind.
all this. We would have done
No.
we would have started
Mm.
filming the village council meetings. No,
Nope.
you wouldn't.
Nope.
Right.
And I love
Yeah.
like Anthony Latanzio. I don't even know him that well,
Yeah.
but I know how when he first ran.
Yeah.
And I remember
Great kid.
looking from afar. I'm like,
He
that's
is great.
freaking sweet. That
Yeah.
dude's like
Yeah.
18 and he's running.
Yeah.
I bet you he wins. And
Yeah.
what did he do? He
Yeah.
won. And I always show that dude support because I think it's
Yeah.
great for young
Yes.
people like us
Yep.
to step the hell
we,
up.
we pissed him off pretty good.
Yeah,
I was on
good.
student government with them
Good.
years ago.
No, but I love that he was representing our people our age, which was
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Why'd you piss him off? Let me ask. What'd you do to piss him off?
What was it? It was like that when we went to the meeting and we were doing the NBA on NBC thing. He was pissed about that because we were like just grilling him, like just film the freaking meeting so people can watch him at home. and
Something this
understand.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what he did was the fireman's field or fireman's.
Yeah.
The
Park-
old
baseball
dog hybrid combination. How'd that one work
He
out?
tried that.
Let me
and then
ask.
people
What's
were
a
like,
dog hybrid? Kind
so the baseball field's over on Fireman's Field,
Yeah.
that baseball field there.
Yeah.
He's like, Latanzio tried to make it half baseball field,
I get it.
half like the baseball field would be a dog park.
Share it. Monday through Wednesday. Not that exactly.
Yeah.
But it won't work.
But like, so then the old people were like, "You're peeing and pooping. The dogs are peeing and pooping on my field that I played baseball in the 70s." So then it's like, okay. So he's like, "This is ridiculous. You guys are gonna complain about it. Okay, nobody's cleaning up their poop. Okay, we're gonna
so
make
much space to have
Yeah.
a fucking dog.
yeah."
You need 30 yards.
Yeah.
And
So then they made a dog park next to it. Now it's like shared, but it's not shared anymore. But it's like the baseball fields and then the
Yeah,
dog
a
park.
baseball field should be a
Okay.
baseball field.
Yes.
A dog park should be a dog
Yeah.
park. They could
So-
both be in the same area.
So they did that. But dude,
on.
back to overall paint company though. Dude, Pat doesn't even realize it yet, but that dude is like gonna be a Youngstown legend
yeah,
because he made you guys didn't see the painting he did on that building.
No,
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 it's-
no.
I have not.
it's actually
Dude,
insane.
hold on,
He
let me look
he
it up.
is going to not be in Youngstown, unfortunately. I
Is he-
mean, he's
No,
Youngstown.
He's here now.
He's
right?
Youngstown through and through. But
too
You
big.
think
But
they're
if
gonna
he's so
take him out?
he's a
talented, I mean,
firefighter,
He's gonna grow. He's gonna
Mooney
blow up.
kid, state champion.
Good
like,
What's his
dude.
last name again?
has McGlone.
McGlone. Yeah,
He
yeah.
has his roots
He's
here,
brothers with Mike.
but he is
Yeah, I love Mike. Yeah.
he big firefighting family.
Yeah.
I think one of his
They're all
brothers is
dogs.
out in
They're all
like
dogs. Love them.
Idaho fighting wildfires.
He painted
they're
this on a
studs.
downtown building.
But what I'm saying is he's so talented that
like thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons of paint. He took an old building and he painted it like that. That's
he's,
Apollo.
He's so
Yeah.
talented that
Yeah.
like Pittsburgh's gonna have him there.
Yeah, dude.
Chicago, Cleveland, like he'll be going all over, in my opinion,
Yeah,
if he wants to
sick.
keep growing. I mean, you
He's
could
the
keep
one,
doing
he's
stuff.
the
in
one who
Youngstown,
painted,
but-
you know, the mural on the side of the mall that says Youngstown's built on
Yeah.
steel like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
He painted on the back. He wrote the like Yo Ohio thing that's on the back of the mall.
Uh-huh.
That's all him. So
Penguin
like he doesn't
City,
even
that's him.
He doesn't even realize it yet. He's gonna be a Youngstown legend because those paintings are gonna
They'll
be up
live
there
forever.
forever.
They'll
Yeah,
live
forever.
like outlive all of us. You're right.
Until there's another meeting about saving history. And
That's a great point.
Like,
I didn't
dude,
think of that.
I
And
had
his
him in
name's
here, and
on
I'm
there,
like,
I
dude,
saw.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're a legend. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even realize it yet because you've already done all this crazy stuff. You don't get enough credit for it, but like, you are baked into Youngstown history now forever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, until
Yep.
the paint washes away.
yeah.
You know, so very cool. But
I don't
you
know,
guys
guys.
ready to get out of here?
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's time. I need to go home.
Let's go to
Well,
sleep.
Did we set a new record or what?
Dude, we blew
It's almost
the
4
freaking-
hours.
We blew the
It's
record out of the
almost 4
water.
hours.
Let's get the hell out of here. Right.
All right, wait. I
5
have more gifts.
people.
No, I'm just-
Thank you again, Isaac. Shout out to Luke. Appreciate you for stepping away for a
Absolutely.
week. We would have left here 3 hours ago if Luke was still here.
You're right. Yeah. Dude, like 40 minutes. We gotta get the hell out of here. I gotta go sleep. My kids are at home. But thank you, the 4 people who are still watching.
Who are
you
they?
guys? You guys are heroes
Who are the poor people?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
comment.
Vito.
We need you.
Vito,
Uh,
Mark, John, and
for
maybe
sticking
one
it
more.
out. You guys are legends. But if you haven't already, like we said at the beginning, check out our sponsors down below. And the MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. We are loan officers. Next time you need help purchasing a house, I'll help finance you. Give us a call. My cell is 330-921-8978. Also, NMLS number is 1949316, so I don't get sued. But bye, everybody. See you. I'm gonna take a
Buon
break
Natale.
next week.
Merry Christmas.
But the first week in January, Luke's gonna be back. We're gonna do a podcast and talk about the South Range coaching drama, Carmen. Bye, everybody. See ya. Take care.
Brush your hair.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.